आगे हैं गाइस, आगे हैं, we are here. वेलो आर्ट, ओ इंटेल का अभी चल रहे हैं ऐड, तो थोड़ी सी आवाज कर देते हैं हम थोड़ी ज़्यादा कम। और आई थिंक कैमरा इज ठीक तो है, आवाज आ रही है।
मैं आए धोए बिना ही आ मैं तो खाना करता हूँ। ना अली तो
अलीत कहते हैं गंदा, हमारी भाषा में अलीत होता है गंदा। ये देख पल्सर, पल्सर का माउस। व्हाट्स द कॉस्ट ऑफ पल्सर का माउस? अयान भाई वेलकम 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 टू दिस स्ट्रीम। अयान भाई कैसे हो?
मजदूर
मजदूर का मजदूर क्या है? लेट्स रेड बुल गिव्स यू विंग्स। अरे सेम साउंड आया ना। ये कौन सा फनाटिक डिजाइन टू विन? फनाटिक की अपना कंपनी है क्या? ये हेडफोन्स एक्टिव नॉइस कैंसलेशन विद एम्बिएंट
चाट
साउंड मोड। ये पिंगा की आवाज नहीं आ रहा, पिंगा का आवाज नहीं आ रहा मेरे को ना। अरे कल मैंने ना अपना माइक्रोफोन का ना सेटिंग चेंज किया था, तो अभी
पिंगा की आवाज आती कब है?
मेरे को थोड़ा नॉइस कैंसलेशन हटाना पड़ेगा माइक से। But who's give you wings? Wings. अरे भाई बस कर विंग्स। ये ऐड ही ऐड देंगे क्या? सारे ऐड दे देंगे भाई, पैसा कमा रहे हैं। पैसिफिक न्यूज़।
कुछ एड्स तो चल रहा है।
Oh my god, भाई स्टोरी तो अच्छी बनाते हैं।
That trophy again. Jake Shin is gonna kill me.
Well, Jen, looks like we'll determine who the best detective in Pacific really is.
ये स्टोरी
Yeah, whatever. But first, let's set the stage. Now, I'm guessing it's not going to be that easy for the teams this year.
What makes you say that?
Triple elimination.
That means 3 strikes and you're out this time. More games, more opportunities for the teams.
And I'm guessing you've seen this already?
The hottest summer destination is back. Tickets to Breeze on sale as players, I mean tourists, flock to sunny beaches of the Caribbean.
Bandit on the loose. A new pistol enters the market with the sheriff's one-tap prowess, but lighter on the wallet. So Breeze is back. I'm curious to see how all of the changes for this map are going to play out, because there's a lot going on. This is the biggest overhaul that we've seen done to any map across the history of Valorant.
बता दे
A little
क्या
bit easier
चला
for
है,
defenders,
क्या
there's
आया
less
है,
space
क्या
they
नहीं
get
आया
to
है।
rotate between, so it
बता
opens
दे।
up a few opportunities along with a lot more going on in the map.
Well, let's talk about Bandit. What do you guys think?
I think this is going to be abused by so many teams.
It's a one-tap headshot gun, so that means out
या
in
तो
the
है,
open,
जी
and
ने
it's
निकाला तो
extremely
पता है,
scary,
जी ने
and
अपना
with the
इको
talent
राउंड
that
निकाला
these
था एक
players have,
बैंडिट
they're
से।
gonna put it to good use, no doubt about it.
Now, there's something
सॉरी
else.
स्प्लिट में।
Confirmed that map vetoes will be decided via skirmish.
Oh,
Coin flip is out, and 1v1s are in to determine draft order. This is going to be very different.
Can the teams pick anybody?
Yeah, so it seems like
And
the
by
teams will be able
VGO
to elect which player they're going to be sending up, which anticipate that's just going to be your top
Duelist.
fragger. So your maze, your somethings, etc. Sent to the fold to just try to determine whether or not you can get that choice of team A or B.
It could blow this case wide open.
Are you ready to see more?
Yeah, let's get to work.
Whichever team's going to look to steal the trophy has strong motive. It's likely taken trophies before.
भाई कोरियन लड़की
This
डॉल
team
जैसी
would be
लगती
top of my
है।
list for
कसम से वो कार्टून
suspects.
लग
They
रही
won
है।
a couple trophies last year, not just taking one
मैं
from
हूँ
Pacific,
कह
but
रहा
one
हूँ।
internationally as well.
They've always been at the top of the table, aside from a minor dip
इसके
at
साथ
the
match
start of
up।
the previous year. But this is a
अगर
very
हरा
solid
दिया ना भाई
team.
जी ने,
Always has been and will continue
तो
to be.
पहुंच
What
जाएगी
about
भाई,
their
आगे
game? How do we
पहुंचेगी।
think that's going to
आप
affect
जी
them?
को
They
सपोर्ट
were
कर रहे हैं।
monsters with the sheriff.
As such नहीं
I think
मतलब
this
like
is going to be
इंडियन
a very
ओनर है तो
terrifying
yes,
team. It'll also alleviate some of the
इंडिया का
stress
थोड़ा
on
नाम हो
Alex
जाएगा कि
because
हाँ
they won't be
इंडिया का
pulling
कोई
their
बंदे
economy
ने
apart
अपनी
if
एक
they
टीम
lean into the
खड़ी
bank
करी
and
और
go
उस
for full
वो
purchase
टीम
there.
जीत भी
The
गई।
train will never stop, but your info is outdated.
How so?
Secrets out.
Oh, Envy.
This is maybe the biggest pickup, I think, of the offseason. Envy has always been such a dominant player. He's always had phenomenal impact for the games when he was playing on Team Secret.
He has great util, great patience. He adds
Envy आ गया
extra
है
depth to
Team
this team, and
Secret
he seemed to
से
fit in
PRX में।
immediately with them during the offseason. The firepower, top to bottom on PRX, is unparalleled.
I think everybody should be shaking their boots.
Top suspect for me.
Top suspect.
Absolutely. I think we're onto something here. So let's go ahead and follow that thread.
Oh my
Look
god.
at another team
यार
that has
मुझे भी
taken a
अभी अभी
trophy
पता चला
before.
मैं
They want to
मैं
prove that
updated
last
नहीं हूँ इन
year's
चीज़ों
trophy was not a fluke.
से। इसीलिए तो हूँ मैं यहाँ
Won stage
चीज़ें
one,
पूछने,
made it
question
to
करने और
Masters
लोगों को
Toronto,
उसका
made
जवाब
it
मिले।
to Valorant
जो मेरी
Champions
तरह
2025
नालायक है।
seems good enough.
जिनको कुछ नहीं पता है
real
उनको
changes.
अयान भाई
The
इन्फॉर्मेशन
team
प्रोवाइड
sticking
करेंगे।
together and now
Ayan
having
bhai-
that
क्वेश्चन
experience on a
मुझसे
global
पता
stage
चलेंगे
will
कि
hopefully
क्या
set them
क्या
up for
नहीं
more
पता
success
होता
in
है लोगों
2026
को।
because they still have such incredible players. I mean, Jemkin continues to be one of the best in the world.
Arguably the best player in Pacific. I mean, if you look at all the metrics, all the stats, this guy is constantly topping the charts. So Jemkin, absolutely a threat no matter what. The good news is you seem to have a solid IGL with
Mota
Crazy
bhai.
Guy. He
Yeah.
comes in, you win a trophy.
Dore
Everybody else looks really
boy.
solid behind his calling. If they continue to play well under Ewok's tutelage, you know.
Ewok. That's old news. Look what I got in the mail.
Hey coach. Hey coach. I think we pretty much handled everything now, but I have some notes I want to share about the players. First, Monyet needs to get his belly rubbed counterclockwise to the beat of making waves. And for Crazy Guy, you have to make sure his haircut is exactly the same as 10 years ago.
Got it. I'm taking notes now.
Okay, and the most important thing, Jemkin needs to have his weekly stakes, otherwise he'll just run it down.
I got it. I can make it happen.
So this is the new guy.
Yeah.
Goodbye Ewok and hello Jovi.
He seems like such a nice guy. I just can't imagine him being the one that is going to steal the trophy.
I haven't really seen
लड़की
Jovi
उन्हीं को
in
क्यों
this
बुल रही
position,
है?
at least not in Pacific.
Side
Was an
face
assistant
नहीं
coach
दिखा रही
last year
लड़की doll
alongside
जैसी
Frost,
दिखूंगी
but
तेरे।
now is taking up the mantle of head coach with
उसका
the War
सामने से
Games.
थोपड़ा नहीं
The
देखा
biggest
अभी तक
challenge is going to
मैंने।
be mental. Just getting them
Did
to
you?
those big moments, winning those trophies,
जब
getting
बोलते
to
तब
the
बोलते
internationals,
हैं,
and doing well there too.
But do we really see RRQ abusing Bandit?
I think that there certainly are players that are going to do so, and Xfero is probably the #1 in my mind. We've seen what he's capable of doing with
लास्ट
the
दिन
Sheriff,
का
but
अभी स्टार्ट
I think that's
होने
gonna
में
continue
20
sliding
मिनट
around on Neon.
टाइम है।
Yeah, hell, why
Highlight
not?
last
Where are we
match
feeling
का
about RRQ? Likely suspect?
I lean towards likely suspect.
Yeah, likely suspect.
I think given that the team is the same, they've lifted a trophy before, they made it 2 out of 3 internationals, we have to put them as a likely
Okay.
suspect.
Let's talk about a team that won a trophy last year in Pacific. They won Kickoff, DRX. Some questions about this team, but guys, come on. Could this face steal a trophy?
You're underestimating his sneakiness because think about how many rounds this guy has stolen.
Yeah, I mean, some ups and downs last year, like a lot of our teams, but really ended on an amazing high note, getting third at Champions. That's incredible. And you're bringing in a new superstar in Hyunmin, who has really taken over as one of the best duelists, kind of one of those players that pioneered the
Highlight
Waylay
यार 2 ही
sort of
मिनट का है,
style
क्या ही
that
देखेंगे
really
2
took
मिनट
over
के
at the
लिए
end of last year.
I'm just kind of surprised to see DRX getting through an offseason without making any changes.
Hello. Flashback is gone. Hermes is in.
Okay.
There's a name we haven't heard in a while.
He's been around for a very long time and has always been, a strong player, but has never really been given an opportunity like this before. So this is incredibly interesting to hear. He can fill the role of Flashback for the most part, plays a lot of Yoru in particular. So as far as a one-to-one in that regard goes, I think that should be covered.
So DRX, top suspect?
On the
मुझको
edge,
दिखाओ
I
बोल
think
रहा है।
maybe we need a
देखे थे
little more
ना stream?
investigation though.
Okay.
देखी?
More
काम करती हूँ
investigation
मैं स्ट्रीम
needed.
देखती हूँ।
I want to look at one of the teams that has arguably one of the best IGLs in Pacific.
Okay.
So I'm thinking these guys right here, maybe a little Gen Z action.
Oh my God.
Munchkin?
Get with the program, old man.
What? Ugh.
That was ages ago. He is now on T1.
Ooh. Munchkin leaving Gen G, where he was able to find the first trophy for Pacific, and now joining and effectively creating a super team
Yeah.
is a very exciting prospect.
Another team that's just stacked with talent. I mean, you have so many options with duelists between Buzz and Izu, both being able to kind of flex around. Stacks being freed up now, potentially, to kind of just play his info initiator role a little bit more freely now that he doesn't have to IGL. And Meteor, when he is at his best, he is arguably one of the best in the world.
This has got to be a team that is on everybody's radar. I think that the news of DH being dropped down to the academy roster obviously, struck a chord with some people because DH is looking incredibly strong for them, being a rookie. Like, he had a very admirable performance, but Munchkin's on the table, you can't really blame T1 for snatching him.
Any other changes we should know about here, Jen?
Well, here's the thing. Autumn is gone. Now KDG is taken over.
His coaching on the academy team,
fantastic.
Incredible. The only team that was able to take down Songnam before their run at Ascension and qualifying
तुम individually कैसे खेल रहे हो, individually तुम्हारा
feels like he's
skill
very
set
much
देखा
finding
जाता
a
है.
stride in
But
Valorant.
as a
that he
team तुम
wasn't
कितना,
finding
you know,
I think that this is a
अपने
pretty
आप को
clear-cut
adapt कर रहे हो
decision,
team के
but
accordingly.
T1, likely
वो
suspect,
matter
all in
करता है.
agreement.
Yeah,
किसी भी team
likely
के लिए.
suspect. Take him with you.
No Munchkin now.
I don't think
Gen
so.
G.
360. I guess
What does this look like?
400 के आसपास है.
Words.
जो current
Lucky or
point चल
Valorant
रहे
mean
हैं
anything to
अभी
you,
के
Paper?
tournament
Well,
में,
he's
Pacific में जो
back on the team, but there's been a little bit more changes as well.
आज भी जी जीतेगी.
Zinx.
जीत की तो well and good है भाई. जीत
Yeah,
की
so
तो
Gen G again kind of trying to dip the pool here of pulling a rookie out of thin air and turning him into a superstar. Obviously, we're able to do so with Karan just 2 years ago now. I think that this could end up
जीत
being
गई तो
Gen G
फिर
turning into a bit of a scary
qualify
team.
के लिए
I don't know,
1
man.
2
Look at the map pool. Ascent
दो
is
मैच और
taken
जीतने पड़ेंगे
out.
फिर
Breeze is
qualifiers
back.
का मैच
Textures
होगा ना.
map. Okay, agreed.
Gen G were
Qualify हो
globally the
जाएगी.
strongest team
दो
on
मैच के बाद फिर
Breeze
qualify हो
because they
जाएगी.
were able to
आज का
lift
जीतने
their
के बाद
first
एक और
national trophy. I think with that coming
Fab
back
को होगा
in,
फिर मैच तो
Lockheed
भाई,
was there,
6
part of it,
Fab.
Texture was a part of that. Core is still
13
there.
Fab.
They have a solid understanding of the map overall. This could
कल का
still
मैच भी
be a
देखें?
very big boon for them once again.
Okay.
कल का
Gen
तो है ही
G.
नहीं.
For me, needs more
कोई मैच है नहीं.
investigation.
I think I would agree. The competition is going to be harder than it ever has been. So I
मैंने
think
तो
that
बोला
Gen
था.
G, we will keep a close
26
eye
का
on
नहीं है ना,
them, but
25 है ना,
we need to see a
25 का
bit
है.
more of their development.
25
Needs a little investigation because of some of the role
Ace job is
changes, new
purchase.
IGLing, new players, things like that kind of leave me a little bit hesitant.
We all agreed on needs more investigation.
The last time that the trophy had gotten stolen under your protection, it was taken by 2 people, 2
मैं 3 दिन
individuals.
स्ट्रीम नहीं कहना तो गायब ही
Cruz.
होगी.
Jesse Vash.
PRX कौन हरा
What is
दिया?
he doing in there?
PRX
10-10
को हरा
on
दिया तो
secret?
This
qualify
one
होने के
definitely
chances
surprised me.
बहुत
I
बढ़
mean,
जाएंगे.
Brother Meteor, he is an incredible
उसके बाद फिर भी
individual
2
player.
matches तो
We've seen
खेलने पड़ेंगे
glimpses
ना.
of greatness from him when he was
अभी
on Zeta, when he
आज
filled
जो
in last
आज
year.
जो second
Clearly,
match है
there's
उसमें
some
से जो
potential there.
जीतेगा
It's just, is this going to be the
उसका
right
मैच
place
होगा Gen G
maybe
के
for
साथ.
him to kind of
Oh,
fill in
sorry,
and
G
thrive?
के
We
साथ.
see Sylvan
Gen G
getting
बोल रहा
picked
हूँ
up
मैं
as well. Sylvan was instrumental in
Gen Z
T1's
तो
success
generation
over at
में
Bangkok,
होगा.
but is
और
all of this
Fab
going
6
to
को
be
जो
able
मैच
to
होंगे
mesh
दो
is
उसमें
ultimately my
G
question,
और
because
ये जो
additionally
दूसरा मैच
you
हो रहा है
also
उनका
have Berserk
उनमें से
that is
जो
joining
जीतेगा.
this team.
Coaching change as
उसका मैच
well.
होने वाला है ना.
It's just to add
चल रहा है.
more chaos
Let's
to the
see.
mix here for Team Secret.
But is it a team that we would
ये
consider
खो-खो
as a
match
like
नहीं
पिंगा
है.
3 दिन से नहीं
that
खेली.
would need
पिंगा
more
3 दिन से नहीं खेली
investigation,
भाई.
or
पिंगा
is just
is
wholly unlikely?
workaholic now.
Unlikely.
I could go either.
I think that there's just too many
Workaholic
changes that
बन
are,
चुकी
that
है
are happening
पिंगा.
all at once. I'm gonna have to go with
But PRX is the best team.
If
उसको हरा
10-10's
दिया
not
तो
there, what's going on with
पार्टियों
Zeta?
को हरा
I know
भी
that
देंगे.
you're a big fan of
PRX.
Japanese Valorant.
Yes.
है तो
Do
सही.
you really think
But
that Zeta
let's see
Division will
भाई.
steal the trophy?
Valorant
can
is
hope.
an
I'm not sure if it's
unpredictable
going to be
game
enough.
भाई.
Look, they had an
You can't
incredible
predict
game
things.
versus PRX where they absolutely demolished them. But
Team coordination
everything
is
else,
also
every other glimmer of
Team
victory that
coordination
we
it
saw
always
from them
depends
throughout
कि
2025,
अगर
it just felt like
देखो
it
ना,
was
ये होता
so
है ना
belabored.
I think there's quite a few changes going on with
अगर
this team.
तुमसे
kinda
better
like
कोई है,
Secret, where
तुमसे
there's
ज़्यादा
gonna be a
better
lot of
कोई coordination
differences.
कर रहा है,
The first one that's
वो
coming to
होता
my
है.
mind is
सब
Depth has left the roster
game
to go
sense
to
पे
another
भी
team
होता
in
है थोड़ा
Japan.
बहुत.
That is
बहुत
unbelievable. I
क्या, बहुत
mean,
ज़्यादा तो
seeing
game sense ही
Zeta
होता है.
without Depth there
Gunfight winning is the most
going to be
crucial
very
thing.
strange, to say the least. A
game
few
का
other
game
players,
चलता
Shota,
है ना.
coming back as well.
Most of
I love
हाँ,
Shota. I
most
think
of
he's
the
going to be
thing
a
aim
bandit
पे ही
fan.
होता है,
I think
like
he's one of those players who
70%
we've seen that
things
can
on
really
your
pop
aim ना.
up with the sheriffs.
Always,
So
always
obviously
है.
the bandit, I think,
70%
suits him
chances
very
तुम्हारे aim पे ही
nicely,
निकलते
as
हैं.
well as Absol
Games
coming
तुम्हारे
over
aim पे ही
from
निकलते हैं.
Mirage Gaming with
30%
him.
you need the
They
game
were
sense
teammates
भाई.
for a little bit there last
वो
year.
game
Yeah,
sense
but
coaches
are we
बता के रखते
seriously
हैं कि
not
तुमको
going to
ऐसे
talk
जाना है,
about
ऐसे जाना
what
है,
the
ऐसे
night
जाना है.
market found out?
वो बस
This
follow
guy.
करते हैं अपना. Right.
Mini.
I think that this is encouraging,
लेनी है,
to say
कहाँ
the
नहीं
very
लेनी है.
least. I think that, Mini is an incredible coach historically. If he's going to be able to work even a fraction of that magic with Zeta Division, then who knows?
कौन
We
है
might be
अभी
looking at
कौन
Zeta
कोच है?
Division in
PRX
the
का
playoffs, making some
कोच
kind
कौन
of
है?
run.
I think I do have a little bit of concern with Zeta with the map pool, Lotus and Ascent, maps that they at least seemingly were willing to play or in some cases favored. Being out might be a little bit of a challenge for them to try to adapt, try to find a new identity.
PUBG PC में
If
खेलूंगा.
there's anybody who's going to be able to get that
ऐसा मेरा अंदर
pull
फीलिंग
up
आ रहा है
the
पर
snuff,
मेरे पे
it
अकाउंट
would be
Guys,
Mini.
It's
you know
Zeta
what?
a
इसलिए
top
PUBG में
I think it's going to be a challenge for them to get everything in place. So unlikely, but I would love to be proven wrong.
गेन करा था.
सीजन
Unlike
2
me.
से खेल रहा था मैं.
What about my goat, May?
ये PUBG.
Oh,
ठीक है, और
May.
मेरे भाई को मैंने अपना अकाउंट दे दिया क्योंकि मैं उस टाइम पे बिजी हो गया था, जॉब चल रही थी मेरी.
He's likely to think that he's
और
going to
मेरे
get
भाई
winning
ने
in this.
They
वो
did make
अकाउंट
playoffs
किसी भी
in stage 2
एक
last year.
रैंडम
I
फिशिंग
think that
साइट पे
surprised
गया
a
वो,
lot of
मतलब
people.
पता
May
नहीं क्या
is
करने
up
गया
there
था.
with
फिशिंग
Jumkin
साइट
as
पे
one of
उसने
the
अकाउंट
best
डिटेल डाली
duelists
और
we
मेरा
have in
आईडी
the region,
पासवर्ड हैक.
topping the charts in ACS.
They are joined by, a couple
मेरा
of
PUBG का
new
account गया.
faces
मैं-
that a lot of
अगर
people
वो
might not be necessarily
कैसे
the
भी
most
वो आईडी
familiar
अगर
with
आ
Gatsuko
जाता है ना
Girls
तो
I think their
I
transition
prefer
into
कि हाँ
DFM
भाई
might be a
PUBG
little
भी
bit
खेल लेना
easier
उस
चाहिए.
टाइम पे
than a lot
उस
of
टाइम पे
people
M4 की एक
expect it to
स्किन
be.
चल रही थी ना,
हाँ,
उसका
हाँ,
स्किन
वो
भी
मेरे
था.
पास था ग्लेशियर का.
हाँ, ग्लेशियर का.
वो मेरी आईडी में था.
नहीं मेरे को भी
I
मिल
think
गया था वो
these are
लास्ट
two
में.
players who
पड़ा
have
हुआ
shown
था
a
वो.
lot of
But
promise.
उसका
They're
upgrade
two
नहीं
of
किया
the
था
names that are always
किस
floating
पर देख
around
रहे हो?
in the
मेरी
tier 2
आईडी में
Japanese
ग्लेशियर
scene
था.
as being really, really good individually.
Let's see
अच्छा,
if
Alex
they
नाम
can
है.
handle it,
Okay.
but honestly, I don't think they're stealing it.
So for you, would
Let's
you
talk
lean
about
this as an
Valorant.
unlikely
PUBG
or
नहीं.
needs more
PUBG
investigation?
बोला है. PUBG वाला कौन
I think I'm
है?
going to go needs investigation.
वाला?
It's a matter of are they going
Oh
to
my
be
God,
able to
good
find
guy.
their own identity.
Ultimately, I trust in May. I know that he's an incredible player, and I think that
जल्दी
you still have a
फटाफट से लाइक
decent
कर दो.
enough foundation
जितने भी
with
लोग
him,
जुड़ रहे
Ame,
हैं
as
सब्सक्राइब
well
करना
as Sess on
नहीं
this
है
team.
तो
So
सब्सक्राइब
I'm
करके
going to go
जाना
with needs
भूलना
more
मत.
investigation.
नहीं
Okay,
नहीं भूलना.
DFM needs more investigation.
DFM made it to playoffs last year, but they were eliminated by
क्या?
Longshan Red Force.
मैंने तो इसी के साथ खेलना स्टार्ट किया था और मेरी आईडी में खुल गई.
We had a
और
lot
he
of
was shocked कि तेरे पे ये कहाँ से? मेरे को तो लौड़ा नहीं पता था कि क्या होता है. But he was shocked जब उसने देखा कि हैं? तेरे पे ये skin?
Get away with nearly as much as she used to. I
मुझे
think the
नहीं पता
biggest
था,
thing that
वो
we've seen
इतनी
is
value
the
है
departure of
skin.
Persia as surprisingly to
जिसने भी ना
everybody who
शुरुआत
was
से
not playing in Ascension. It was Extros who
Valorant
kind
कह
of
रहा
came
हूँ.
out of the blue
PUBG में
and
पैसा
also
इन्वेस्ट
looked
किया है
very
ना.
good. He
अभी
was
उसका
instrumental
अकाउंट
in
ना
this run being completed for
अगर
them
वो
to
मार्केट में
re-qualify.
बेचने
Exos,
जाएगा
I
अपना
think it makes some
अकाउंट
sense
तो
that
उसका
you're making a
अकाउंट
little
का
bit of
वैल्यू
change there.
ऑलमोस्ट
Is
डबल है
Breeze
अभी
with the
के
changes
टाइम
that we're going to see on the map, a map where they can lean into Neon
क्योंकि वो
potentially
चीजें
and
दोबारा
maybe
नहीं
get some
आएंगी ना,
value out of that
जो
is a
पुरानी
question for me.
बीत गई
What
हैं
is
और
really
वो
cool for me though
shoes,
for Nongshim
वो
is
जो
seeing
skins,
Francis just be absolutely
costumes,
crazy.
वो दोबारा
He
नहीं
can
आएंगी
frag
ना.
out of his mind and that's one of the big pluses they have
वो
going.
डिजिटल ऐसे
So
चल रही है वो.
Nongshim, this is a tricky
सच्ची
one.
बता रहा हूँ.
Unlikely.
मैं तो
I'm kind of
मेरे पे
falling in
पैसा
that
हो ना
category
छप्पक तो
too.
मैं Valorant की
Personally,
सारी
I
skins
still have
ले लूँ.
a bit of a hunch around this team. I think that they could go on a run. I think that they
Valorant का
could punch their way
2025 का
forward.
जो
But
bundle
if I'm
आया,
outvoted, then we can go
ना
ahead
उससे
and
पहले
go to the
वाला
unlikely pile.
हाँ,
Unlikely.
VCT वाला जो आया
There's
था.
one more, and I can think of a certain individual
अब वो
that
वापस
being
चढ़ आएगा,
so
अब नहीं आने वाला
close to
वापस.
stealing trophy last year would look to do it again. Frost,
Ah, so we must be talking about Talon.
Talon, Global Esports.
Oh my God. Autumn? Patman? Oh my God, this team. Xavi 8K? Oh boy.
Frost has been hanging out with this new roster. Frost actually put a lot and invested a lot into putting this roster together, and I think he can do it.
This team has never managed to make it to a playoffs before, which sounds crazy because they've been very close several times. It feels like this could finally be the time for them to kind of break that barrier. I mean, you've got Patman joining this team. This guy has lifted a trophy with PRX in Toronto. You've got Autumn, who has an immense amount of experience over in China playing at FDX, and he has global experience. Yonatan and Crystal, who were two of the strongest players for this team last year, if not the strongest player.
Like, this team is going to pull rabbits out of the hat at times. They're going to win rounds they shouldn't, and those are the signs of a team that is going to be doing damage, probably making decent runs.
How much damage? Damage enough to be the top suspect?
I want to see how it all gets fleshed out. So for me, it's going to be needs more investigation.
I'm also on needs more investigation, but I'm so close to leaning to contender.
Global esports, more investigation. Okay.
Yes, more investigation.
Has anyone heard from Cruz?
Well, Cruz is probably with Primi.
Where's Primi?
Where are the tiebreakers?
They're
So,
not here.
actually, we do have two more suspects. Full sense. And barrel.
I love when you withhold information. Give me that.
Oh, I know these guys. SLT.
Well, I think this is obviously very exciting. Barrel, long-term Japanese org, scooping up the SLT Songnam players after their Ascension run, which was flawless. They looked incredible. I think better than I could have anticipated. This is a team that, you know, widely has a lot of new faces on it. They just kind of exploded onto the scene and took Ascension by storm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it caught a lot of us off guard. We knew they'd be good. That was not something that wasn't expected. It was the way that they did it. They're mostly a lot of really young players, all under the age of 21, under 20. They love to just get in your face and let you know how the match is going. So for me, this is an exciting team to have in Pacific because I can't wait to see some of their antics on stage, frankly. This is another team that could potentially be bandit nightmares. Like if they're able to work that into the equation, no doubt that they can put that gun to good use.
For me, I'm leaning more towards needs more investigation.
So I'm willing to put them into the middle category here.
Yeah, I just don't know how strong their mental can be. It's good when you're winning. It's nice to have a lot of confidence, but once you lose and you keep losing, can you bounce back? Or is that gonna destroy you?
Time will tell.
Oh, just nothing makes sense, and we're down to full sense.
Okay, so full sense. Leviathan, Jip Boys kill Primi Tai. Cruz takes over as coach.
Yeah?
Love to see that.
Cruz is shifting away from playing, which heartbreaking in its own right, but I'm very excited to see what he's going to be able to accomplish as the head coach. This is very big pivot. Now he's kind of taking the reins for this team and doesn't have to worry about translating anything into Thai.
Yeah, good point, because he always wanted a full Thai roster ever since the beginning of the franchise. And then now he's coaching a full Thai roster.
I'm almost in the top suspects category for this team.
Really?
I'm very close to putting him in there. No, I can be convinced to go down the, needs more investigation. I think there's just so much potential in this team.
I would say needs more investigation.
Same for me, for
मेरे
Kickoff,
को समझ आता
more
है मेरे हिसाब से ना
investigation.
कुछ बंदों
All right, so how about
बंदे
we take
more of
another look back at all of our
spamming में ज़्यादा
teams.
prefer
We'll go
करते हैं
through and
अपने
try to figure out
cap aim के
who
उससे
teams are going to be putting
prefer
up
करते हैं कि मैं
as
spam करूँगा तो better रहेगा और
skirmisher.
spam
Let's start
करके मैं
with
निकाल
Nongshim Red Force.
Okay.
वो पता चल जाता है ना
Francis?
किसी
I
like
think
for
I'd go
example
Francis
मीना
as well.
मेरे को
Yeah,
पता
me
है
too.
कि मेरे को
Nice
कब
and
Phantom
easy,
चलानी है
concise. How
है
about
ना
Zeta
कि like
Division?
I'm
अभी
leaning
मैं
so-
Phantom चलाऊंगा तो
Alright.
ये
Me too.
बंदे मैं
Alright,
spam
Team
में भी
Secret?
निकाल दूंगा मैं spray में भी
Probably
निकाल
going
दूंगा
10-10, but I can see an argument for Berserk.
I
Yeah.
don't have to aim for
10-10
heads
was the first one
मैं
that kind of
peek
came
दे
to
रहा हूँ मेरे
mind
को
for
head
me,
aim
so
करने की जरूरत
I
नहीं
think
है मैं
we
इनको
all kind of
बस
think that
normal
Yeast is gonna be in the
spray
mix,
में भी
but
निकाल
Berserk's
निकाल
absolutely
सकता
could pop
हूँ
up
वो
there.
तुमको पता चल
Full
जाता है
sense,
when you are playing
probably
ना
a little bit more
you know कि
straightforward.
तुम्हारे
Feels like it's gonna be
opponent
There's only one
को
choice here.
कितना
If you're not putting in
अपना
Primi,
reaction
you're
time देना है कि तुम
PRX.
उनको
This is a team
मार
where
पाओ
I think
वो
you
कितने
pretty
better
much
है
send
आपको
anybody
ऐसा नहीं लगता
and feel pretty good about your chances,
जैसा
but
मेरा
I would
game
probably
play
go
है,
with
तो
something.
if
me
I am
too.
playing in a
I
good
actually
game,
wouldn't.
तो
I'd either
मेरे
go
को
Jing or
match
Divide.
करता है सामने
And why is
Odin
that?
वाला बंदा
Jing is
मुझे
really,
मार
really
देगा।
strong. As good as something
Yeah, I'm
is,
having
if
good
it's
aim,
ghosts,
ठीक
then
है?
sure,
और
something.
मैं Odin
But
वाले
if
बंदे
you're
को
going
निकाल
like
दूँ।
rifles or sheriffs or something,
तो
then I think go Jing,
disadvantage
Jing,
नहीं
Divide.
होता ये
So
Odin
we've got something.
Odin चलाना
Jing or,
disadvantage
I think
तो
Divide
है
could-
but
yeah,
you know,
all right.
it
May-
always
may-
Moving
on
on.
someone's positioning ना
Texture.
कोई बंदा कैसी
Global
पोजीशन पे
esports.
बैठा
This
हुआ है और
one,
उसको
I'm
क्लियर
gonna go
उसको
with
चेक
Crystal.
करने
I can
में
see a good argument
कितना
for Crystal
टाइम
here.
लग सकता है
Guy
कोई
is
अगर बंदा
just
सामने
so
से आ रहा है
sharp.
तो
New
वो
blood.
कौन सा
Barrel.
वो फर्स्ट एंगल पे बैठा है सेकंड एंगल पे बैठा है थर्ड एंगल पे बैठा है
He's good
ना,
too.
तो वो
Yeah,
डिपेंड ऑन द
Suna,
एंगल ना
Suna.
अब मेरा
When
ये
it
क्वेश्चन
matters.
है मेरा
Okay.
मेन क्वेश्चन था
T1.
कि अब
I think
VCT वाला
meteor,
तो
but I
ऐसे
could see a good
मूवमेंट
argument for
है
Izu.
I was actually going to go
if
with
they
Izu.
are
Here's the thing though,
using,
when it comes
preferring
to the
use
Korean
Odin,
teams and the
तो
Korean
आपको क्या
players,
लगता है
the
कि
older
Vandal वाला
ones do
सामने से
not do
जल्दी मार
anything.
लेगा
It's
कि
always
Odin
the
वाला?
younger ones taking
ऑब्वियसली वेंडल
care.
वाले को मारना
very
चाहिए
true.
बट
High possibility
अगर
that
थोड़ा
we see
डिफेंसिव
Izu.
साइड है
Might
ना
just be Izu every
बंदे।
single time.
तो
All right,
एक्चुअली
down
पता
to
है
the final
VCTs में
two.
कैसा क्या रहता है
DRX.
VCT में इट्स नॉट
Okay.
ऑलवेज कि
And then our
सिंगल बंदा
last
पिक
team,
देगा इट इज मोर ऑफ
RRQ,
Champion.
चांसेस ये
So
रहते हैं
now,
कि
we've
डबल
got
पिक आएगा या ट्रिपल
everything
पिक आएगा
sorted and
तो अगर डिफेंसिव
assessed.
साइड है तो चांसेस
These
ये
up onto
रहते
the
हैं कि
board.
ओडिन अगर
See
सामने से
what prime
हुई भी ना
suspect is.
अगर अच्छा पीक आया ना अगर अच्छी कोऑर्डिनेशन है ना टीम में अगर डबल पिक आए ना तो
This changes
ओडिन वाला
nothing.
मार
We're no
देंगे
closer to
बंदे
figuring
इजी
this
मार
out.
देंगे वेंडल से
we need
अगर
help.
दोनों पे वेंडल
I
या
think
फैंटम
so.
में
I
से
think
कोई
it's
भी गन
time to
होगी ना
get the rest
तो
of
वो
the
इजी
gang
निकल
back
सकता
together
है
and see if we
बट
can figure this
अगर
out.
कहीं फकअप
Well,
हुआ
guys,
एम में या क्रॉस
buckle up.
प्लेसमेंट में
This is
तब
gonna be our
थोड़ा
biggest
दिक्कत
case
हो जाता है
here.
तब
get to it.
फेवर ओडिन वाले को चले जाता है क्योंकि स्पैम में फिर वो दोनों भी निकल सकते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन दैट पर्सन कि वो बंदा कितना गुड है ऑन हिज एम ओडिन के अगेंस्ट वेंडल बेस्ट हाँ वेंडल बेस्ट डिपेंड्स ऑन द रेंज ना कितने सेकंड्स पे बंदा तो फैंटम भी बेस्ट ही है।
It's me.
VCT में
It's all good. They don't know
ब्रॉक के
it's you
क्लिप
guys.
देखो, हाँ वो बंदा
All going
बस
according to
ओडिन
the
ही
plan.
करता था। एनआरजी ब्रॉक, यस पता है मुझे। यूजिंग ओडिन चैंपियंस जीता लास्ट ईयर यूजिंग ओडिन, यस। अरे यार वो पता चल जाता है बहुत बंदों को ना कि नो कि भाई अभी ना कि मैं अभी ओडिन चलाएगा तो मैं तो इनको ओडिन से भी मार सकता है। वो बहुत बंदों का ना एनालाइज हो जाता है। मुझे भी एनालाइज होता है कि अगर मैं ओडिन चलाऊंगा तो या फैंटम चलाऊंगा तो अब ये बंदे इजी हैं, इतना हार्ड नहीं है। इनका रिएक्शन टाइम नॉर्मली है, बहुत ही एवरेज रिएक्शन टाइम है। तो ऑलवेज डिपेंड ऑन द रिएक्शन टाइम। क्योंकि अगर तुम देखो ना फैंटम वैंडल का बुलेट जल्दी स्प्रेड होता है इंस्टेड ऑफ ये ओडिन से। ओडिन का गोली धीरे निकलता है कुछ मिली सेकेंड, बट वैंडल और फैंटम का जल्दी निकलता है।
हाँ,
अगर
यही
तुम
होता
कंपेयर
है
करो
if you are in और out कर रहे हो तो उनको निकलने में टाइम लगता है।
हो गया स्टार्ट हो गया। 4 सेकंड मोर, 50 सेकंड्स मोर।
It's the very first time I'm going to see the full match of VCT. I have to set
2-3 घंटे के लिए ऑब्वियस। 3 मैचेस तो इनके हैं, 3 मैचेस उसके बाद DFM और RRQ के।
मैं आती हूँ, मैं कुछ देर
Hello and welcome to Valorant Champions Tour Pacific 2026.
Yeah, what
It's
is it?
kickoff time and we are on day 4 of this event. I'm your host, Victoria Cheng, and I'm joined by my analysts. Here we've got Mitchell Francis Pilipowski, you know him as Pilski, and also we have Martinez Jacobs van der Walt.
No.
But I'm just going to call you Ewok.
Not bad. Yeah.
Oh, can you correct? How do I say that?
We have Martin.
आधा घंटा
Martin's
और।
so good.
Martin?
Yeah, so
Give us
good.
the South African, you know.
You want the real?
Yeah, the real. Give it to us. How do we say your name?
Martinez?
I should
Martinez.
leave.
Jacobus? Van der
I
Walt.
should leave.
Jacobus van der Walt.
So exotic.
It's so exotic.
exotic.
By the way, Southern Hemisphere is taking over. All right. All we need is a host from the Southern Hemisphere. We're petitioning, and then we are perfect on this desk.
I am happy to leave for that. But it's been really exciting the past 3 days here in Pacific. We've had some really outstanding games, a lot of surprise games. Maybe surprise for all of you except for me and Clinton, because our predictions have been mostly right.
Yeah, you
But
guys are so good.
we are,
How you do it?
we age experience, you know, that just comes with the territory. But T1 did surprise us here against this match against Nongshim. Nongshim ended up pulling through here, especially with Danby at the forefront on his
अगर
team.
Yeah, that was
सारे
amazing
मैच
to watch. I mean,
जा रहे
that's
तो
kind of what we
4.5 से
wanted
भी
to
ऊपर
see
लग
after
जाएगा।
the Jakarta run in last year, but I don't think that Nongshim necessarily got the results that they were looking for last year. So maybe they finally gathered the experience that they need to make be a potential threat in Pacific here.
And so much confidence for them beating T1. This prediction game so far is pretty tough. I think it's a little bit harder than playing, to be honest. I'm not so sure about my scores. Hopefully they don't show too much of the percentages today.
Well, most of us from the Northern Hemisphere know what's up. So
Oh,
Okay.
I'm just
All
saying, our
right,
percentages
okay.
are pretty good. All right, we have another coach on the desk. This is a lot of coaches at the same time.
Welcome.
Alex,
Hello.
Coach of the Year
Damn.
2025.
I can't compete with
I'm
that.
pretty
Let's
sure-
just stop talking after that. Don't talk about either. Talk about my coaching.
Honestly, I think Ewok should have won the Coach of the Year.
He did
No, wait,
say that.
let me
He
just
did
say that.
Yeah.
If it was Pacific only, I think you would have won. And I think you should be Pacific only.
Oh.
You know, I think.
Do you agree with that, Martinez?
He should have won. His achievement to win stage 1 is way harder than what we did
Yeah.
Pacific.
He's
Maybe league only, but we cannot compete in terms of a whole year. You're so well deserved to
Oh, thank
win.
you.
Yeah.
No, it's
It's going to bounce back and forth.
This is so cute.
Quick plays.
We just-
No one said anything about it. No, okay.
Oh, you
get
were
Australia
good
to
too.
be
You
first,
were pretty good too. Mitchell.
Come on.
Alex, I want to ask you about your roster this year, of course. We saw a little glimpse of it during the off-season with the addition of Envy. So tell us how you're feeling with this new addition. Is this the roster that's going to win it all? Champs.
I think
specifically.
it's same old. Like you know, Envy came in, and I think it's very hard actually for anyone to come into a roster that's been like together for 4 years. There's a lot of like you could say baggage, but there's also other stuff. You know, like little jokes that we have in between with each other. Yeah, so he's learning, he's picking up slowly. But I think we've turned a corner recently. He's getting a bit happier. He's gelling with the boys. He goes to the gym every day with all of them. So
Oh, good.
yeah, it's a good start.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, all of you guys are looking a lot fitter this year. It looks like something you guys have been working on. In fact, is that one of the learning lessons from the past couple years, you know, that you are trying to improve for 2026, like taking care of your health and anything else in game?
Yeah, I mean, like part of it is definitely taking care of health. I think sleep is important. You know, nutrition. They're more dialed into these kind of aspects right now, and gym is a big thing for them right now. You know, it's a routine, and I think routines help. You know, when you're an athlete, you know, you just want to do the same thing all the time. And just
Who's moving the most weight? Surely
ज़्यादा
Dubai
add
is
ना
going crazy
दिखे.
in there.
lost so much weight. But he's like on a diet where he only eats like 5 chicken breasts a day.
Wow.
At gym, and then like he's grumpy because he's not enough food. You know.
Yeah,
So
but
we have
in
to
game,
we have
it's
to deal
same.
with it.
No
I mean,
effect in game.
he's playing well, but he's
Yeah.
angry.
Oh, maybe angry. Some people
it
play
might
better
be.
when they're angry, right?
You're a little agitated, you're on edge, so
There's a
little
lot of
sharper.
table banging nowadays. You know, there's a section in my room. It's Jix is Envy something, and then Lish, and all three of them just keep banging the tables when things don't go right. So
But
it's
To
not
be
me.
fair, you're maybe the last person to be able to mention, right?
I know, but they're learning from me. You know?
Yeah, that's the
bad thing.
That's the hard.
But they're looking really good, and we'll see them in the walkouts later. And I want to ask about the style, the play style for PRX. Are there going to be, you know, any meta shifts for you guys? Are you playing differently? Or are you going to kind of take what was like the core essence of PRX and refine it a little bit, as you usually have been doing?
I mean, every year we just try to make it a little bit better. But I think this year's meta is like, right now at least for Kickoff, is either you lean into the Waylay or lean into the Yoru, you know. So it's one or the other. I think we've done the Yoru path as you can tell in Radiant Invitational. So yeah, it'll be nice to see. Like, I think that'll be nice. But I actually think that teams that play Neon have a big advantage. I think now there's no more Sentinels that are blocking Neon, you know, like Vice, Cyphers have been nerfed, you know. All these Neons are actually running it down, it's impossible to stop them. So I think hidden
The Killjoys, the Killjoys can't really do
yeah, they
anything.
can't
to
do
the Neon,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, we've
Just
been-
choose the turret doesn't even hit them.
We've been in double duelist meta for a while. Like the only last time I can remember you guys struggling was when everyone was spamming double Enit with like Breach Teo, and it was hard to kind of like put people in the right spots. So it's another double duelist meta. Has anyone even like been bothered like learning different agents or anything like that, or they're all pretty chill to kind of play whatever?
They like playing whatever. I think they enjoy learning new things, you know. Ilias, some of them are in jail. Like Ilias in Yoru jail, Jix is in Fate jail, you know, and they're quite upset. You know, they want to play different things. So
How about the on Senti?
Yep.
We're just talking Chamber. You guys played some Chamber,
Yep.
and you guys had the Vi that used to be your Chamber guy,
Yep.
and off season he showed some Chamber things.
that was
That
good.
was
Some
so
teams
cool.
are not fully on the Chamber train.
I think they should lean
You guys,
into it.
yeah.
We're not really leaning into it. We have
Yeah.
one map so far.
Okay.
Other maps remains to be seen. But I think it's good. The only
Yeah.
problem is again against Neon or against like Teo.
Mm.
Like it's hard to play Chamber sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of teams have been dubbed Mini PRX. Some of them are self-dubbed. Some are like, you know, they're just everyone's throwing the word around. How do you feel about that? Do you agree with any of it?
mean,
What do you think about it?
I have no real opinion, but I think it's nice that people say that, like, you know, they call it Mini PRX, which means you coin the playstyle, right? So yeah, there's a little bit of permanence there. So it's nice to see. I like it. I think I hope they lean into it even more. I think Varel is the one that we're mainly talking about, right? I think they didn't play like how they play in Ascension.
No, yeah.
I think if they
क्या कर दिया गुप्ता
DRX
भाई?
is playing them next.
Yeah.
Oh,
हमको
I
भी
think they're
बताओ.
gonna dial it back and they just go, okay, screw it.
Yeah,
we're gonna run it.
100%. Like I felt like the fan sentiment after that game was like they got punished so hard for playing aggressive in Tier 1. I'm like, did we watch the same game? They didn't do any of the stuff they were doing in
I think they can
Ascension.
play way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nongshim was one of those teams too when they first ascended as well. There are some comparisons to PRX with the aggressive playstyle. Obviously, I think they've developed their own style. So anyone is looking a little bit like a mini PRX actually globally?
Nah,
Nah.
I mean,
Really
even we have dialed it back, you know.
Yeah.
Did you
We're,
notice
we're,
there
not,
was a
we're,
little...
we're not playing like 2023 PRX as well.
3 से 4
And then-
We're not even mini PRX ourselves.
On her note,
Yeah.
the little bit the globally
I
in
saw it.
there.
I
and
saw
stuff.
it.
What do you think
I
about
was
that?
just trying to make sure I don't talk about
Yeah.
it. Stick to
Oh,
the
you're trying to
specific-
avoid?
So we're denying that Patman's stealing your strats. Is that what's going on? or-
I mean, their playstyle will be totally different. This Frost's team, you know, it's gonna be double double sentinel here and there, you know, make it difficult for people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Actually, let's talk about that. What are your thoughts on global esports? I mean, you're familiar with all of these players, actually, to an extent. So, what do you think of this iteration, and how are you going to be facing off against them today?
Oh my god.
I mean, I think this.
वो खेलने आया था
I think,
गुप्ता
strong
और
coaching
अयान
staff. I
offline
think-
चले
I think
गया उस
Frost has
time.
a really good track record.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely, he's proven himself.
So they've got strong coaching staff. No offense to Morgan, you know, but he's got a little bit better team.
I wish he was
Frost has
here.
put a little bit better team.
Finally, GE have some good coaches.
Yeah,
now.
good coaches.
They can quote you on that one? Okay.
I remember Frost teams like Frost Talon last year was like so close to beating you guys. There was some really close series between you guys and Talon that you guys barely got across the line. Those are some stressful games.
Yeah.
Are you worried?
I mean, I have Ilya, you know, Ilya happens to have his number.
Yeah, I
for some reason, he has his number, you know. So
The only person to humble Frost in existence.
consistently.
Oh yeah, well, good thing for Ilya then. I want to ask about the Dark Horse. You know, there are so many good teams that are surprising us. We were seeing on T1, we were a little surprised about how Nongshim overtook them. Who are your Dark Horse picks for this year from Pacific?
For kickoff or for the whole thing?
Maybe both, if it's different.
Yeah, for kickoff. I mean, just going off practice alone, I think DFM and Nongshim are really good right now. But I think actually for the whole year, probably Frost's team, not to win it all, but to make it international. I think they'll make it.
Oh.
But I think maybe they need more time.
Yeah,
This is a brand new team. You know, a lot of different nationalities. Some with difficult visas to get. You know, it's difficult to get it in all together. So I think it'll take a while.
So just not enough time to beat
एक मैच खेला होगा ना फिर चला गया होगा
Ah,
हरवा
okay,
के।
Yeah, that'll be, I don't know. That'll be a little embarrassing.
I
You
mean,
just said
a
they
bit-
didn't have enough time and then they beat
Yeah,
you.
I know. It might happen, you know. Every time I say something, it
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
come true.
scary. It's
It
scary
always
to say
happens,
things like
yeah.
that.
I always
Yeah,
get
it's
burned.
scary.
You were always very cautious last year too.
Yeah,
You're
no,
like,
you need to
"Well,
Yeah, you know,
put all your cards, you know.
All the coaches we know this, you know. Like
Yeah,
if you
you
say
be
too much,
careful.
right, you always
You don't
get
want to be
burned.
that guy.
Yeah.
But it's
Because
It's less
Talking
fun.
about
It's less
Frost.
fun for everyone else, but yeah.
Because
Can you
last
check?
time I quite enjoyed it. When me and Frost were sitting here and he
Ready
put his
beer,
cards
eh?
on the table,
Coca-Cola.
we won the
You
veto
won,
and
eh?
everything. It feels pretty good. Yeah, I have to say.
You know what's funny? He said the same thing before that first series, and I was thinking
Coca-Cola,
exactly
Red
of that
Bull,
moment. He was
Red
like,
Bull.
"Yeah, the
I
veto's
don't
looking
know.
good for us."
I
And
guess
every
Red
time
Bull,
he
yeah.
says that, I think about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
against RRQ now.
That was
Just
it.
burns into my mind.
For context, guys, it was a RRQ talent match last year, and
Coca-Cola
Frost
तो
and
नहीं है,
Ewok
Red
were
Bull
both
ही है
here,
शायद।
and Frost, yeah, he talked his game and
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Like a gentleman. It was kind of funny. Now, we did have skirmishes, and this is a new addition. Of course, we're wondering if coaches are going to play. Are you going to play? Do you think about the skirmishes?
वो है ना,
and, are you
sponsor
just
किया
gonna
है
have
ना
fun
Red
with
Bull
it?
ने।
Because you guys are kind of known for doing silly things. So,
I mean, Ash wants to call out all the coaches.
रेड बुल स्पॉन्सर कर रही है जोन से हेडफोन इन्होंने
So he's
पहने
gonna
हैं
just
वो
take
उसका
it
ब्रांड
again.
स्पॉन्सर
We'll
कर
send
रहा
him
है
in. But I think it's
माउस
gonna be
माउस
played
का
with
ब्रांड
the-
पल्सर
so
वाला
he's gonna die.
स्पॉन्सर किया है
Surely you're gonna want me
मॉनिटर
one
का
solo.
ब्रांड ने
Come on, man.
If I
स्पॉन्सर
had
किया
to
है
play,
मॉनिटर शायद
I will plan
उसका
out every
है
round. I'll start the
कौन
first
सा
round
monitor
with
use कर रहे थे यार
Second round, I'll white swing the guy.
Maybe
Third round, I'll hide the
अच्छी
judge on the
कंपनी
corner
का
and
ही
hope that he
है
walks into
That's
the
what
game.
सैमसंग
RB
का है
did.
शायद I
I will,
guess
I,
Before Judge
I'm
and
gonna
Stinger.
try and tilt someone.
Yep.
You know, if I had to play.
Wait, you're revealing the playbook.
I
right
know,
now.
you're
Yeah, but
telling everyone.
I'll do it in a different order.
Ah, okay. So there's a game plan already. You have thought about
if
this.
I had to play.
Ah, you're saying if, but
Yeah,
you
if
have
I had to
definitely
play.
thought about this.
If someone
just in
loses,
case.
if someone loses to that in skirmish, do they need a whole therapy session before the
I
series
mean, there's
starts?
a performance coach's
Yeah.
job.
That's what they're there
If you
for.
don't have a performance coach right now, you better get one because you might need it.
It's like winning map one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I definitely have plenty more questions for you, but I know we have to send you off. I know your family likes to watch every single PRX games. You want to say hello to them?
Yeah, hi, Mom. She's probably watching, so.
Yeah. Hi,
uh,
Mom.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck. Best of luck today.
Thank you, guys.
And we're looking forward to seeing this matchup.
Yeah.
Very
good.
looking forward to it.
Be interesting.
Yeah. good
जाओ
luck.
भी गई है क्या
All right,
best,
see you
Alex.
around. You can
Thank
leave your
you.
headset here. Thanks so much.
There you
Oh,
go.
skirmishing. Like he has like a whole
Yeah,
game
there's
plan.
a game plan there for sure. I'm not sure if he was dreaming about it last night, but there was something.
Yeah, he's thinking about it for
yeah,
sure.
there definitely is
But
something.
for your
There's some
assistant
excitement.
coach, did he say? Did I understand that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He put Wendler in.
Wendler? Yeah.
Oh,
Seems like.
that's
But he's a
gonna.
little bit worried that they're gonna
जहाँ
just
से
say,
जो
yeah, it's
जीतेगा,
gonna be a gentleman's battle, and then they put a
जीतेगा
player in. I think that
Yeah.
might happen.
Well, it is against G. I feel like, you know, they'd be on the same page.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
are they going to put theirs? Okay, we're going to find out very soon. But right now what we're looking at is the kickoff bracket. Is this what I think we're a little bit surprised to see most of the Korean teams over in the middle bracket there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that some teams that we didn't expect have had a slow start, and in some cases you've even seen teams that haven't had to play their way through that opening game become a bit of an issue for certain teams. It wasn't an issue really as much for DRX because they had such a hot start, and Full Sense definitely had to reverse sweep, so I don't think that really applies to that game. But we'll see what happens in these particular games, because I still think PRX and RRQ should be favorites, but there's some pretty hot teams coming off their first game, coming into this next part of the bracket.
Yeah, from what we saw yesterday, is being seeded forward in the bracket was not the advantage that you would have hoped for, right? The teams we saw also in EMEA, we saw the teams that were seeded forward were I think all of them lost.
Yep.
So at the moment, then the onus is on RRQ and PRX today to be able to break that curse. And right now, it's not looking too likely. But of course, they are kind of favorites going into today's matchup.
I think that's a really interesting point. Yes, I think there is a lot of faith in both of those teams in the uppers for PRX and RRQ, but Global and DFM have both shown such a strong performance coming into this, and I don't think it was luck at all. I think they have prepared really well.
Yeah, I agree. I think they both looked fantastic, and I mean, I'll get into it more when we actually talk about the matchups, but I also think that both of their opponents really underperformed, and it's not going to be nearly as easy today.
Yeah, definitely not. I think we're going to get some really good games today. I think picking the match to watch this weekend was a little bit tough, but today was definitely one of the big ones, so I'm glad we're finally here. And PRX, the return to the Pacific stage, this is a name that has become synonymous with Pacific and their performance and how well they've done. And they do change up a player every year, it seems. They had Amonyet 2 years ago, of course Pat last year. There's something the first year they came in, so now it's going to be Envy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he comes in. And is it like a little bit more of a one-to-one translation? Alex did mention that it's a little bit hard sometimes to get that new player up to speed. And he said it's starting to become like he's getting into those, like the inside jokes that they have in the team and get used to all the comms and his position and role inside of the team. I think, of course, you can get used to it in practice, but I do think he'll need some time to get used to it in a match format. He's played some off-season.
ये जो बंदा है ना जो निकल गया इनकी टीम से वो जी में है बैटमैन
on where there's a little bit
इनकी टीम से सीधा जी में चले गया वो
Something that's also very different, and you guys have had assistant coaches.
अरे चेंज करते हैं ना हमेशा एक प्लेयर PRX तो इन्होंने चेंज किया इसकी जगह इसको इनवी को ये T1 में था
This is a very different story. Wendler is here in Korea, spending
तो
every
अभी
single day with them. How is this going to
इनकी
affect
जी की टीम किसे खेल रहा है और इनके साथ ही खेल रहा है अपोनेंट में
Alex's shoulders. I mean, he's clearly had to be doing the large share of the work, or maybe he's had some people to help him with specific things. I think that there are some pros to that. It's nice to be able to manage everything yourself, but the workload is just so crippling.
Yeah, for sure. Being a solo coach is a very
You guys thrown me out.
If he can feel like there's a lot of trust there and he can share the workload in general.
MIBR में गया था ना MIBR में गया था ना कौन क्या नाम था यार उसका
Oh, definitely. I mean, you yourself took a long time to find your assistant coach, so I can imagine that's actually
कौन गया था MIBR में उसने फिर उसके अपोनेंट में खेला था और उसने पूरी टीम कैरी करी थी
formerly known to be on, and this is the first time we're seeing him off. So even though Secret never really won many games, Envy always performed.
Solo.
Yeah, he did. He was one of the best players in the league at fragging when his team was losing, which, look, is a skill in and of itself that does kind of question impact at some point, but I think you've seen him have pretty good impact in PRX. You can see the stats here. I mean, he's one of the better players in terms of KPR, ACS, ADR, all of the killing stats in an init role, or sometimes he's flexing even flash init, sometimes he's playing Senti, because I think him and Jesse Vash did sometimes flex between who would play Senti and who would play Info init, but he was one of the most firepower heavy info inits that we had in the league, and he was always able to get a lot of kills despite the fact that Team Secret wasn't always able to win many
जो
games.
MIBR से MIBR में आया था
they do pick him up.
player था जो MIBR में आया था
Of course, we didn't get it too much
आसपास
from Alex on
आसपास आया
that,
था ना
but it
MIBR
felt
में
like if they're going to play this system where they don't really have a hard set IGL and they're going to be focused a little bit more on the firepower side, it
उसने
makes
कैसा
sense.
game दिखाया था
Feel
फिर
like
आसपास
there's
में
an upgrade available to upgrade your firepower, that they do go for it. They picked up someone for the last 2 years, 3 years. He's been that guy, and he's been on a team where the team's underperforming, but he's performing really well. So it does make sense him coming in terms of the agents that he plays and everything to have that upgrade in firepower.
So of course, this begs the question and the big discussion point where PRX finally carried their first Masters Toronto trophy. The moment Patman stepped in, together with their performance coach, they have achieved a lot in that short span of time. So to swap it, let's talk about this. Envy and Patman both play similar roles, so it's not a question of roles. So what is it?
I think it's just the firepower upgrade. I would say Envy is a bit more of an experienced player. He's got a lot more Pacific under his belt. Maybe he hasn't been to some of these international events. I think Patman as well, like some of the chance games were a little bit troubling for me, where maybe he's not necessarily being able to even just kind of hold his weight in the server. It wasn't every game, but sometimes Patman can lack a little bit of firepower. You can see in terms of the APR though that he is throwing a lot of effective utility when he's playing those initiator roles, whether that's a question of whether he's throwing better utility than Envy was on Team Secret, or whether his teammates are utilizing it more is kind of the question I would be asking. You can clearly see that in terms of all of the killing stats, Envy is a more firepower heavy player, but at the same time, is there just more kills to go around on Team Secret than there is on PRX when, Jing and Something have already won the round and all you did was throw Fade Dogs?
Yeah, there's definitely a chance of that. There's a lot more kill potential on Team Secret there. So we'll have to wait and see, right? The only way he can do it is to show us on the server, see if he can be that guy for them. I do understand why they went for it, and I kind of like that they went for it before maybe they felt like it was an issue.
Yeah.
So before there was this big downturn of PRX, they kind of got ahead of it, and us as viewers, we would never know exactly what's going on the inside. So you need to respect the decision that they made, and they would know best because they're day in day out they're working with it, and then they decided to make the change here. Yeah. So I'm quite excited for them. It seems like they're trying to get ahead of any potential issues for the future, an upgrade there. So I like the way they're going.
Yeah, I think this has been really interesting for PRX since they've stuck with players for so long, like Mindfreak, for example, before they replaced him as well. So I think they are so mature at this point. You just got to upgrade if you really want to win it all multiple times, which is unheard of here in VCT at the moment. But that said, Pat is still a fantastic player, and Frost definitely wanted Patman on his roster, despite, the little bit the roster shuffling there. So let's talk about Patman a bit here. His stats still speak for itself.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think that, just calling him an init player based off what you saw on PRX is oversimplifying things. You need to go and dig a little bit deeper into some of his play in Challengers Philippines and some of the Southeast Asia scene. He's been very flexible in terms of agents in the past, and I think he's going to show a little bit more of that flexibility that didn't need to be shown as much in PRX, and I think there's going to be more room for him to step up and have some better fragging performances than he maybe needed to on PRX.
He's definitely also shown, that he can win a clutch for you as well. There was quite a lot of times with PRX before where he kind of got them out of a tough spot there. So I think his time on PRX definitely with them winning a Masters trophy. I don't think you could say that he specifically underperformed. Maybe this is just for PRX. Okay, well, we wanted to make a change.
Yes, you never know. Like you said, might be something that they're specifically looking for that Envy has. Now, but for this team, Yudotan did fantastic the last time. Frost was talking about it. He was like, I don't know why Korea is sleeping on this player because he's fantastic. Autumn, also congratulations, the very first Australian to win in Pacific.
He didn't even need to do that much, to be honest. Like, it's got a pretty stacked team.
It's a big deal for global esports, I think. I wish Morgan was here. There's so much I want to say about it. But yeah, Yudo was fantastic, and Javi, of course, coming from Tier 2 from Naus, he finally got his revenge against Varel just the other day.
Yeah, he was really enjoying with that 2-0, holding it up. So I was there in the stadium. It was quite funny to see him get his revenge. They really deserved the win.
Yeah.
They looked really good, and that's why we're so hyped on global esports today, because of how well they did play and how well Javi did play.
Yeah, I think Javi is a player who has a very high ceiling, especially for an in-game leader. This guy can frag quite hard, and even playing something like an Astra, he had a phenomenal performance against Varel. I'm used to seeing him play Info Enit and things like that and be in comfortable positions. But on the Astra, he was looking like he was in total free flow. Like, between him and Yudotan, the fragging was immense. And to be fair, I don't think that Varel necessarily put up that much of a fight. They were playing quite poorly in that opening game, and now you're seriously going to get tested. If you're going to get tested on the firepower diff against anyone, you're getting tested against PRX.
It's been really interesting too. So Javi, despite coming from Tier 2, is the IGL. He is the one doing all the calling. Frost has emphasized how much he's, been working this guy to the point there's been conflict, there's been friction, but there's been a lot of growth as well. I believe Patman also mentioned he's also helping out with the calling there. But what do you think about this, having someone coming from tier 2, being the IGL?
Yeah, well, I think he's been quite underrated for a while. He was at the top of my list for prospects from Ascension. So for me, it makes a lot of sense why. Also, I mentioned before, we considered him. He was one of the considerations when we did get Crazy Guy. So for sure, he's been around, and he really showed on Naus. I think they underperformed a little bit. They potentially choked a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do think he's shown as an individual why he should be in tier 1, and he showed the glimpse of it now in the first series. So as Pilski, as you mentioned, I think today is going to be a test if he can step up and kind of keep that pace that he showed for the mechanical side of things.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't, I think, you're still in the upper bracket here. It's triple elim, you got plenty more chances, so I think even today could be a lesson, even if they don't necessarily win. I'd like to see them at least play PRX close.
Yeah, I think we all definitely do, and the players on their team absolutely all have potential here. I think, like Alex was acknowledging, this is the best roster that they've ever had in Pacific.
And they're just collecting all the fan bases, like they're collecting the Australian one. The Filipinos are coming over as well, the Indian fans, like the
Truly global
GE.
esports.
Yeah, they're kind of going crazy at the moment.
I mean, they're living up to their name, and I think this is a very promising. I can see the fan base for global esports is getting super hyped up. Things are looking positive for the first time in a while here. And of course, they're really happy to defeat Varel the other day, the revenge for Javi not winning Ascension. We all thought Naus was going to be way up there, and obviously they ended up not being there. And
PRX ready with the memes, of course.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Javi said in the interview, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
True.
And so I think that line goes hard.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think a big part of why I'm kind of also quite bullish on them is that when they played their voice comms, you mentioned that there's some help coming in from Patman, but it also heard Crystal a lot. Crystal was speaking a lot, and you can hear him kind of voicing out as the initiator, sometimes voicing out what he's going to be doing, and I quite like their voice comms.
Yes.
So that was something for me. It was, okay.
So you're liking how they're communicating with each other?
Yeah, there was some good promise there, because of course we also said they need some time, just as Alex also said. There's a lot of different nationalities, they'll need some time. The accents, of course, is crazy all over.
Yes,
right.
yes.
So you need to get used to everyone's accents. That's something that we had to do as well.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I think once all of that continues to improve, I think there's a lot of potential there.
I think they have 4 vocal players. You've got Pat coming in from PRX.
Yeah.
Autumn is a very vocal player as well.
As an
Crystal, we never shut up, honestly. Like,
and he was considered. He was considered for the IGL position as well.
Yes.
Autumn,
That's true.
right?
Yeah, Autumn, I mean, he could be very vocal in that Yoru, and then you got Crystal. I mean, you could even go back to the old GE voice comms, and this guy was, really setting stuff up as you want it. You want your info in it to be quite vocal.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Crystal, we had a quick chat with him earlier today along with something, so let's watch that clip. I'm here with Crystal and something. Now, Crystal, you're going to be facing PRX today with your brand new roster. How confident are you feeling?
We are super confident. Like, we got Batman. He previously played for PRX, so he can help us.
Feeling sleepy, oh my god.
Not feeling sleepy.
Something.
उसका आवाज सुन के मेरे को sleepiness आ गया.
Before, but this is a brand new roster.
उसका energy सुन के मेरे को sleepiness आ गया.
You're looking pretty formidable. How are you feeling going into today's match?
I mean, they played well versus Varel a few days ago, and then they have a Batman. They know what's up when he plays with us. You know, maybe some of the tactics, and then let's see on the server.
All right, gentlemen, now please face off.
Your eyes. So blue.
Dude,
if I'm a girl, dude, I'll go anywhere you want.
Bro, your hairstyle is insane.
All right, good luck, boys. And thank you.
उल्टी करने वाला.
Face off.
You first.
You do have some nice eyes also, actually.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
But
Face off के time में.
No, serious, right? Let me lock in real quick. Okay.
I'll
ये
go
क्या
first.
पंजा
then.
लड़ाएंगे अभी?
Okay.
Your calm disposition
Arguments.
puts everyone at ease.
Arguments.
Oh, my knees are weak. I can't do this. I got nervous. I lost.
Oh my
He
god,
had
he came
me.
in so fast.
He had
came
me.
in so fast.
You didn't have to go that hard.
I thought you were leading him for the kiss.
Wow, that was, I don't know
Can I
what
take
that
this
was.
off?
But that was a little different than what Something and Crystal were doing there. Of course, Russian friendos facing off today. We know that they're really good friends, and they both definitely have blue eyes, and we're not weak-kneed. But I'm curious about who ended up playing in that skirmish, and also about the map vetoes.
No skirmish, because we do have an upper seed team.
Yes, you're right.
They're
So we're going to skip the skirmish, and we do have GE selecting Breeze. I mean, it's less aim-based than it was before, but still potentially an aim-based map that you're picking into PRX.
But PaperX has played Breeze, and they were pretty crap last time they showed it. I mean, it was against Gen G, who was really fantastic at it, but you know, they looked like they didn't figure out Breeze at all. So I can see why they picked into GE.
And then there's another team picking Split into GE, which went pretty badly for Varel in that opening game.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting one too.
Well, Frost is definitely going to be saying he won this veto, no? Wait, 100%. I feel like this guy's saying, I won it again, I did it. I'm the best.
That every time. He says that every time. But credit to him, after he says I won the veto and lost, he goes, it's on me,
yeah,
it's my
100%.
bad. If I said I won the veto and then we lost, I'd say, man, my players suck.
You just blame it all on your players. And this is why you're an analyst on this couch. You start blaming the players instead. And here are our predictions.
Oh my, they put it in red too.
Look at these frauds in red.
Find decider as well. Oh my god, Ewok.
Yeah.
Look, I'm at least 50. You know, that's a pass.
Yeah, I'm failing. Me and
Victoria
Achilles
is getting incredibly lucky.
What? That's sure. We'll call it luck. That's what the humble winners say, right? Paper Thin and I are just nailing it. So it's been a lot of surprises. I think that's the point here, and I think it's hard not to pick PaperX for this. You know, every single one of their players won some sort of award last year. I think except for Jing, but he was fantastic too. And they have so much experience. They had more time together. I mean, all the obvious points here, and it's PaperX. I think Global, Alex admitted it, right? He was like, I think Global could beat us down the line, but you know, it's quite early on right now.
You saw Mika go for GE. It's because they're collecting all the Filipinos in one team. Big Time went for GE because last time he went for Varel and he lost about 500 followers. So he's made sure he's not going to make that decision again, and he's going to pick GE this time.
Don't follow Morgan. He's obviously a flip-flopper. Don't let him use you like that. Well, either way, I'm absolutely hyped up for this particular matchup. We got Global Esports facing off against PaperX today for the very first time with these new rosters. And Patman, of course, is on Global Esports. Let's send it to the stage.
कभी नहीं हराया है PRX को, मैं शुरू से देख रहा। मैं भी कभी नहीं हराया तो आज हरा देगी।
Never knows.
जो कभी नहीं हुआ वो आज हो सकता है।
Full support to GE.
PaperX में एक बंदा, PaperX के बंदे सारे अच्छे हैं यार, बढ़िया बंदे हैं सारे। फोर सेकंड है PaperX में भाई। Maybe potentially contains seizure triggers for those footage. Okay.
VCT Pacific 2026. Earn everything. PaperX.
It's kickoff day 4. We've got PaperX facing off against Global Esports. Highly anticipated match for this weekend. We got Coach Alex, all smiles coming into today. Now, PaperX obviously winning that Masters Trophy. All of these players have left with some sort of accolade at some point, multiple years in a row. And of course, adding Envy to this roster. Now, despite all the accolades, they still haven't won a Champs Trophy. Is adding Envy the missing piece?
Well, that's a pretty far way away at this point. But what I can tell you is that Kickoff this year is going a lot better than last year for PRX. They're here to make their way over to another America's Masters, because the last one went swimmingly. And they're also here to kind of prove that Envy was the right pickup.
Yeah, a little bit more firepower. We'll see if the firepower is enough to take down GE today.
That's right. And of course, that question about that pickup with Envy meant sacrificing Patman to this team over to Frost on Global Esports. But Global Esports had a fantastic showing the other day, proving exactly why he's put this roster together.
I definitely think there's been a lot of hype on Global Esports in previous seasons, but this time it feels like it's the most legit. This time it feels like this roster could actually take down some of the big dogs.
Oh, definitely. And look at Pat there, like double dip into the coach's booth there, double high fives.
I feel like he was doing that for Alex, though. He was like, we never did a handshake like this. You see this? You see this coach-player chemistry? This is what I didn't have.
It is admittedly a way better
What are you doing if you sell Monyet to another team and then he pulls that out with the coach and you're like, oh my god, what? Like, why are you starting on me, bro?
You better not do that. You better not do that. Don't go down that route. We've been way back.
All right, well, we know the coaches here are all friends. Big hugs, and this is going to be a big one. I know both of the teams are looking forward to facing off each other. On the side of Global Esports, even though they are a new roster, all of their players are very experienced here on the Pacific stage, with the exception, of course, of Javi, who has just joined from Ascension. These are the map picks, and we're talking about the map vetoes, and Breeze is going to be the first destination.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to say right now what everything's going to look like just because of how early we are, but I'm excited to see how that aim duels are going to happen on Breeze. We saw some interesting ideas yesterday on Breeze with the no Viper. I'm curious to see if both teams were just going to run the double duelist. It does look like so far GE do prefer to run some of their solo Yoru, so I'm curious to see if they're going to continue that trend.
Yeah, I mean, double duelist is so prevalent in the current meta that you'd be surprised to see teams not running it. But, you know, we'll see what GE is cooking. I mean, it was one of the kind of question marks of the team that they were putting together. If you're having Yutatan playing a lot of Sentinel roles, who is going to be a secondary duelist, so you're going to start to flex Harvey into that role, or, you know, whether you're running Autumn and Yutatan double duelists and things like that. But I think you're probably going to see somewhat different styles between these two teams. You've already seen, you know, some interesting takes. I don't know if I was a fan of the single controller that's not a Viper, to be honest. The Omen was not really impressing me from Talon just the other day. But yeah, we'll see what these teams have cooked up.
I think we should see mostly Viper, hopefully.
I think that's an expectation on this map, to see a Viper at the very least. And, you know, with the changes on Breeze, we finally saw Breeze just yesterday for the first time between DRX and Full Sense. But, of course, these two teams are completely different than the teams that we saw yesterday. As I mentioned, PRX has played Breeze before and didn't do great. And they just started banning it at some point. So it's curious they've left it open this time.
Oh, GE is going to stay. But they're always see no Viper. I like to see that, actually. Because they do go for the double smoke. It's not only the single controller there for them. They're going to go double controller, Omen, Astra, and they're going to stick with this solo Yoru vibe that they've been doing so far. I'm curious to see if they can actually get into the sites if PRX don't give them too many duels.
Yeah, you see GE play these roles a lot, even on other maps. Yutatan Veto has looked very scary. PRX, though, Jing is bringing out the Jet. I've not seen that in a while.
It's never happened as long as he's been on PRX. This is the first time we're seeing a PRX Jet.
He's got about 20 officials on it, so that must have been quite a long time ago. You got Forsaken filling that controller role on the Brim. I like this comp. It's quite punchy. You can go from putting the Viper wall up to an instant execute with the Sky Smokes and the double dive.
I'm really curious about this as well. We were talking about this the other day. Not all Razes can play Jets, and not all Jets can play Razes. So how is this going to fly? Because we know he can, Jing can fly on a Raze. And what are your quick predictions for map 1?
Map 1? I mean, I'm feeling PRX in this series in general. It's really just a question of how well GE is going to be able to go, but they're on a lot of comfort agents, so I think they can definitely be competitive here.
The first map.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited for the first map of Breeze between PRX and Global Esports, and to take us through that, we got our casters, Quack and Komodo.
Yes, thank you very much, Victoria. It's a new era for VCT Pacific, definitely. I mean, new comps coming out as well. I mean, hey, I'm Quack, this is Komodo. Thoughts on the composition of the matchup?
Exciting to see that we're getting a Jet to come out from PRX as well, but not on the usual suspect because Jing is bringing that one. But it kind of questions that raise in my mind right now is what style of Jet is he actually going to be deploying? Because globally so far, we've seen a couple of different options on this map of Breeze, right? We've got EMEA leading into a double controller, double sentinel style. Americans running a double controller, double duelist type of style. But we're seeing a lot of 13-11s. So if I'm thinking about what Jing has to kind of bring to the party, I'm thinking about what Dirk has just been doing with the massive kills that he's putting up against Liquid. I'm thinking about what LaRock is doing in that huge comeback against Fnatic, where, let's be real, Fnatic probably should have won that map. But things happen. So there's some parallels that you come out from there. But to flip it on over for global esports, I think there's going to be a lot of adaptability that we need to start to see to come out for them in this series as well. What is Javi going to be able to call and recognize early on in this game? How delayed is some of these little hits and some of these recognition components going to be for him? So I think there's going to be a lot more support needed from the likes of Patman picking up that secondary controller here as well. And they are starting off on the attacking side too. So I'm thinking, what mind games are we getting from a bit of an unorthodox double TP setup technically when you think that there's a veto alongside this Yoru?
Oh yes, and they weren't really rattled by Varel too much, just like our desk was mentioning, but here we go. Immediately blocking off, getting some control around shop.
You can see it's going to be the B strong side of things early for PRX as well, and they are just all going up and getting all of this information. So as soon as they see that there's nothing hanging around the cannons, they can just send it back over towards A. Strong side Yoru also means that you can, TP him over, so they're kind of ready for this.
Oh yeah, just as you mentioned, the spam's going through the smoke, something finding a shot with that Sheriff, but at the same time, just giving them a little bit of freedom, while the rest of this B squad from PRX kind of circles around back.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a fight, you'd assume, as well. A player deficit, you got the rotations from PRX, and eventually the flank is going to come out as well, and this is why they are trying to take the fight. But Harvey, he's just doing everything.
Whoa! Autumn as well. Oh my goodness, Komodo, this could go south so quick. Just as that goes through, south is another direction they have to look at as well. Jing now onto this Jet, has the tailwind propped, but no true vision. Patman right around the edges of the smoke, finds the double to take the pistol for GE.
We have seen so many players get close to the smokes in the course of like kickoffs everywhere that it's starting to just become too strong. You cannot come out of the smoke and not check the corners.
Oh my god, babe, kitni noob hai tu.
That's going to be an opening kill going the way of PRX, but it flips
Defense
back
mein
over
PRX hai.
to Global that win the pistol. And so far out of all of the kickoff, we've had some teams that haven't played games yet, of course, as well. Global Esports have the best first death conversion so far in the round. So that kind of, extends out that little story that they'll lose the first kill, doesn't matter. They still fight, they'll get down and dirty, and they'll come out on top.
Just see it happen time after time, but here we go. Something onto the Marshall, just to try to bolster something a little bit up towards middle.
Wouldn't put it past him though, hitting some good tags, some good headshots. I mean, that tag there puts it into the realm of the classics or the bandit for Jing is going to be able to finish things off, right?
Yeah, now it's also onto Forsaken.
Close fight नहीं लेना चाहते थे वो इसलिए.
Really up forward.
I like the wall that PRX are doing on this round as well, right? If you're going to play retake over towards B a little bit later on, that's a strong retake wall. Also in the beginning of the rounds, it gives you an opportunity to kind of push up and play with the timing around the elbow. Usually, just as Patman finds that kill, you're thinking about Phoenix in their obscurity. Getting some good flashes out on the back of that. Chamber, for example, you're getting that elbow control and you're TPing out. So this wall is very opportunistic with a lot of different comps. I'm keen to see how PRX are going to utilize it on rifle rounds, because it kind of feels like we are just waiting for that at the moment. Though PRX did call the rotate right to the A site. Unlucky for them, 30 seconds ago, Global Esports are booking it to B.
Yeah, quickly sussed out the situation.
Okay, they went B,
Perhaps
let's
the wall
go.
A little bit telling as well. Who knows? Doing their due diligence at the very least, GE will be able to secure safe entry into this site.
Yeah, and who are they prioritizing? Getting the plant and farming up a bunch of these points as well, right? So it's just going to be Autumn for the plant.
10 seconds left.
You've got Javi, who's technically getting closer to the divide. You've got Patman, who's even closer. We'll just see. They'll hunt for frags here. There's no reason kind of not to. PRX see what they can do with the Marshall.
Get some damage in. Something trying to poke and prod around back. But also feeling a bit of pressure as Autumn and Javi are able to take some poke shots, pop shots through these little arches as well.
One coming back step.
Elbow. Crystal's watching flank. Should be easy pickings for him.
Yeah, there they go. Now you're on for the hunt as well. Oh, and speaking of Javi, the fragging IGL from before, he's still here today, just taking these swings. Patman to finish.
Some good damage at the end there from Jing. Removing 2 guns from the equation can potentially impact Global going in towards this bonus round right now. But I think the priority really for everyone right now is what is PaperX going to do on this map, on this defensive side. Because when I was sitting back and I'm thinking, which way is this Vito going to go, right? Because PaperX do have the advantage. There was no skirmish coming in towards today's games. And I'm thinking, all right, Global, you've got your choice of what you want to ban, right? You banned Bind against Varel, but we know they like to change their bans against who they play. Whatever they favor on the day. They banned Pearl, and I was thinking Abyss or Breeze for PaperX, and I'm a little bit surprised that they did decide to opt for the Abyss ban. But talking about that wall, right, this is why. I mentioned the elbow push, and they're doing it with both double doors.
A lot of options off of this. But right now, just hearing for the footsteps, Devi able to find a singular spam. Patman getting a shot through as well. Envy tucked inside of the smoke, springing out at the right time, right place. Autumn finding a trade right back. But now you really need to watch out for this one fragging player.
There's so much time as well. Yudotan can't really get out with a TP. Autumn has to do the lion share. They swing together. This is disgusting work from Autumn. Look at the wrong way though, and something gets taken down by Yudotan. That's a bonus round going to Global.
Just couldn't quite react to it, just as you mentioned, the double peek at the same time, despite trying to go in closer with the positioning.
And those sort of situations as well, right? A different opportunity if Yudotan potentially did have the cross-cut available. If Autumn was the one inside the site, he could have TP'd out. But I love the small settle that comes down. They have that small time, that small window to discuss what to do, swing in together. And unfortunately for PaperX as well, they do miss the shot on Autumn when he's not looking at them, which could have given them a way back in. Irrespective,
good shot.
This is kind of the best start you want for Global.
Desk mentioning that they probably would have won the map veto as well. This could be a little bit worrisome for PaperX.
We'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to adapt, you got to show it, and Breeze has had a lot of changes. You know PaperX are a team that are definitely strong at adapting when required.
I'm trying to do a little bit of that right now. Despite it being an eco, Forsaken already spotted, but still able to take one down with it.
How much stock do we put in something right now over at this A side? He's just got the classic, mind you. Everyone else went for a bit of an upgrade. Just droning out towards the B side at the moment, Envy. He's going to confirm that nothing's close. So a bit of misinformation. Global Esports can try to waltz towards this B site together, and if Jing finds one here, it would be pretty good. One away from the Blade Storm. Imagine a world he gets that out in this round.
See if he can possibly make it out alive as well. Oh, there he goes. Cloudburst down. And as you mentioned, the ult coming online soon enough, but Pat on the lurk. Ooh, now you're getting the spike back over to A.
Yeah, and that was a Vandal picked up for something as well. He could have become really a problem in that scenario. 20 seconds to go to get those plants on in. Bit of an open gap if you path this wrong as Global as well, so you've got to get Crystal in to get this plant. The smoke will provide the cover needed though, and you'll take a little bit of a breath of fresh air. However, this still is a 3 versus 3 at the end of the day. The timing all...
Just quickly spotting him out. Another shot through!
Yeah, uh-oh. They're both low.
Extra information as well. Now you're keeping your eyes on the map as to where the rest of PaperX are approaching from. Autumn is aware, finds Envy, but not quite the kill just yet. Has to be so cautious around these corners, but that's where he goes down. Jing and Envy, one apiece.
Just some really crucial chip damage done by a lot of the different PaperX members as well, right? Something's opportunity with the Vandal could have been the deal sealer, but honestly, partial chip damage, Jing getting that Sheriff kill, really important for PaperX to pick up that round. Could have seen a world in which Global, 4-0 up, you're going to start to force PaperX to maybe consider using a timeout later if things on the defensive side aren't going their way. They're going to have to change out their own approaches on this defensive side. That's a bit of a savior of a round in the early stages of this one.
Oh my god! बहुत बोल रहा है मोटू साला.
And the operator's going to be out from something now. You know how disgusting. I mean, I can't even finish the sentence and he's already done it.
A little bit of an attempt from Jing as well, but
इतना जल्दी switch
gonna be a reply from GE.
Time to kill when the barriers drop around this B site. Super quick. You lose Jing and you lose Autumn. And playing a single duelist on GE's side, it does make it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? Patman falls as well.
Now you also still have something who's constantly repositioning. Defy watching the angles down through middle.
Yeah, everybody on PaperX is just watching the correct angle that they need to when they've got this stellar player advantage. It really comes on to Crystal and Javi to try to just develop something in tandem here on the fly. Because I wouldn't really say that PaperX will give you a lot of opportunities in a 2 versus 1 fight, but I'm looking at the radar and I'm kind of seeing a possibility if Global Esports went up through mid, they're going to take the Doors challenge first against Forsaken. Envy's playing up at tower, and I mean, worst comes to worst, there's a Hunter's Fury he can throw if time plays an issue as well.
Gun here. So it shouldn't really be GE's round, but as you mentioned it, just trying to find the right pathing, perhaps. Look at Defy repositioning, too.
I mean, the money is really important for GE, too. Autumn's got $0. If he's drifting in the next round, it's going to be with something of a lesser buy, a shotgun, perhaps. 15 seconds to get into this B site now. What does Defy want to do? Well, find Crystal looking the wrong way.
Spike down B.
And all that's left is just the one. Time's run out as well. So perhaps a little bit more damage for Javi.
Yeah, he's just going to try and save the gun here. Take out Defy from the audio cue. And that's all she wrote. PaperX will double down. Now we've got some thoughts to come into the GE camp as well. How are they going to look to, I guess, stabilize a little bit? Because those 2 rounds there, you're starting to get PaperX get active. They're in the server. They've got the operator in something's hand. It's going to be such a nuisance going forwards.
Really might slow down the pace. I mean, forcing GE to be a lot more cautious around these spots. Something possibly anywhere. And instantly the timeout. Intervention from Coach Frost.
Yeah, and you know a coach like Frost is already going to be recognizing a couple of patterns and strengths that PaperX are throwing into this map, and a couple of weaknesses of the team as well, right? It's been a little bit vocal about you know, what this team of Global is going to be looking like, and what we need to kind of see from Javi as well, right? We're seeing a couple of slip-ups in the series previously that they'll go back and watch the tape and try to adapt and refigure things out in the moment. That's why in the comms as well, we do hear a lot of involvement from the likes of Hatton from Crystal. Javi, this is going to be a learning process for him alongside the rest of the roster too.
वाइपर वाला बुरा
I think
लगा
when I look
यार
at this
निकाल
right now,
सकता
for
था वो यहाँ से
Yudo
वहाँ घूमने
specifically,
में लगा था
I don't feel like you can jump straight into the veto and just be there, right? You can be amazing. So there's going to be a bit of a warm-up period for him on this agent, specifically on the attacking side as well. So what sort of timing is he going to be? And ultimately, just frag with the team, just be another body with a gun at the end of the day.
Really needing a couple of these players to really get activated. I would love to see Autumn versus something as well. But at the same time, Javi, you know, being that Astra, possibly able to displace something. We'll see.
Well, it was the one gun that's carried over from the pre-round for Javi. They've gone for a bit of a buy-up behind it. If you're ever wanting to be anywhere around the map, though, when this smoke falls, it's probably not on the receiving end of something's operator. So by the timing, they will scoot on by through the doors.
Carefully trying to work around it. Now they've heard the shot, though, trying to go for the challenge, and they will take him down. There goes the execute, straight into the site. Cosmic Device still giving them a lot of safe cover. Hunter's Fury deployed as well. Patman going on a bit of a tear, and Forsaken just trying to find the right direction to look at. Tosses in an Incendiary just to buy his team a bit of time.
But it's a 5 versus 3, and in this scenario, I'm thinking as Autumn, you might even consider a dimensional drift, unless Yudo Tan's going to come out with a Sharpie, and you've got a 5 versus 2.
Oh, might even go down even further. Now 5v1. Envy spotted out by the end with Patman going all the way top mid. It's a flawless for Global.
Really nicely done from them, to be honest with you. The timing when the dark cover fades and the Cosmic Divide comes down, a sliver of an opportunity for something to potentially find a kill, or even maybe 2 when he tries to have a second bite at the cherry, but misses out. You got the whole squad activating in that round for PaperX, for Global Esports in a nice split in towards the A site. Very confident to take the challenges together as a team, and they do hold on to some of these ults, right? They pick up from the shadows at the end with that kill from Pat. They have 2 more carried over for the Evolution and the Dimensional Drift. Now we get some insight into PaperX's comms in this round as well.
Ulti. Where? GP. Speed. I think B boys knows on B. Careful pick. I made a loot, guys. Hey, loot. Ult on me, Hero. Out. Yep. Coming TP. Coming in.
Good force out of TP from the operator or something, but now you got the members of PaperX around this A site.
See, they're really trying to stay on top of everything. If I'm being honest, it feels like they are in the hot seat right now, at least until this moment. Forsaken! A triple kill out of nowhere! Autumn trying to survive, trying to stay alive. He spots out the Divide and gets back into safety.
And he's got the spike as well. So this 1 versus 3, turn 1 versus 2 is going to be doable for him, but how does he navigate this? TP towards the B site, he makes a little bit of noise towards A to draw the attention, to buy some time, because this map is one that has a long rotation.
Oh my god.
There's no Neon for the side of PaperX.
No, the checking mid is still...
So there's going to be a bit of time that Autumn will have to play with when this plant goes down. 67 HP. Envy and Jing to play this one together, holding hands, and they're running quick.
Wait, oh my god, no!
Given Autumn a bit of time, but he's already looking for the fight.
Mid जा रहे
That's the right angle, but starting to think twice about it. He's got to be prepared for the trade. Unfortunately, the shot's not there. Envy takes the duel instead. That's firepower for you.
Yeah, unfortunately for Autumn in those sort of scenarios as well, the fact that they do go the wrong way, it throws the timing a little bit that you're thinking they might come if they were on the A site through mid and around through the cannons. So a little bit unfortunate. Wasn't ripe and ready for that fight. But on the flip side, PaperX keeping this one
Autumn got a chance
good
to
challenge state. 3 to 4.
give a round by 4
I want to see this. I mean, he just pops to the smoke, and it's just the crispy aim that we know Forsaken has available, right? Massive multi-frag, great transition, mechanics that you can't teach.
Can't. You're born with it. What else can we say? That's the entire family bloodline right there. Well, now we've got things getting quite interesting. 4 ults online for PaperX.
Operator for mid doors as well. Yudo-tan bringing out one on GE's side on the veto. Point and shoot. He has dipped something with the operator.
I never would have thought that could have happened, but here we go. Just as you mentioned, needing Yudo-tan to be that extra gun.
तुमको कितना माइनस नहीं
between these two teams now from what we're seeing already. Smoke goes down.
ये तो कल के मैच में रह गया है अभी ये मैच देख लाला मैच देखो ये
see Jing destroy that before it spotted him. Does timing here.
And there he goes, Crystal! What a trade!
Really important there. Could have been a very worrisome moment for GE if more than one member was caught with their pants down. So the fact that they hold the player advantage now, they don't need to tuck away with their tail between their legs. They can just have a rethink. Javi still with the stars to execute onto this A site. And I get a little bit antsy with what Jing might be able to do. He wants to updraft with the Blaze Storm. Try and play this jet kit that we really haven't seen in a long time. Good crosshair placement for the first.
There he goes as well. Updraft is spent.
30 seconds left.
The rest of the team has arrived as well. Playing around the smokes just as his teammate that did the previous round before. Tries to get the drop around the back. Divide watching out the front. It's a trade for now. But here comes Jing. Goes in for the swing and looks down to get the next. A triple kill in the round for PaperX to tie up the score.
It's just good crosshair placement again, isn't it? It's not too worried. You feel like a PaperX in that moment. They're navigating the angles that they need to, and I'm looking at the new Breeze kind of reveal itself in this sort of scenario too. When you're on Global Esports, you can't just completely retreat in towards the shops and play it in a post plant. They're a little bit deeper into the site. They feel incentivized to go for a bit of a challenge on the back of Autumn's blind side too. Some good patience in the retake from PaperX.
Once again, the mechanics as well. Just trying to approach it as tactically as possible, but at the end of the day, it's PaperX. Now the ults are still there as well.
It's got to be down to the eco for Global Esports now too. The Viper's pit that kind of makes the B side unassailable. So we'll see what can happen in this round. It's a cracker of an opener from Jing, giving Patman a big old headache.
Forsaken continuously, single-handedly applying pressure outside of shop. GE trying to find as much as possible up around middle.
Something down for the count yet again. Trying to get a line out with the operator. It's 2 rounds in a row that we've just seen him meet death. But what can you try and achieve here as Global Esports? What gaps around the map are you going to be able to
Nahi
find? And
yaar.
that was an opportunity perhaps for Javi to find a way in. Divide though, trades out Crystal.
निकाल
Now
दिया
pressure.
निकल गया
Okay, we're starting to cook a
सोवा
little
का
bit in
पता
this
है
round,
उनको
Global.
Things are
एक
getting
backstep
hot.
नहीं देख रहा हूँ बस देख रहा है एक backstep
And with the kills, PRX still not backing down. Forsaken taking another challenge. Envy down for the count outside around arches. That's Yudotan gone. Autumn only has a Sheriff. Tries to play around the smoke. Can't quite go for the reload either, so this makes things really precarious as Forsaken just creeps around the backside. PRX now in the lead.
I wonder a little bit what the call might have been on Global's side for Yudotan to push up more towards the archers, right? Because that's a 1v1 angle that he's taking against Envy, who's just already kind of far forward in that point in time. Yeah, 3 versus 2 where you lose Javi in towards mid.
ये वाला buy है
You got the plant
next नहीं
down.
आएगा ये वाला
Back a little bit, so a little bit of a question in that one, but regardless, PRX will find 3 in a row. They'll also take the lead now.
दूध और रोली आती है चाय बनाते हैं
Global will have a buy presence in the next round to see what they want to do. A quick B pop, perhaps with Autumn leading the way on the dimensional drift, always keeping things interesting and changing things up. Don't be readable. Jing's gonna start over at this B site as well with Divide. And quick rotations from the top of mid from 2 more PRX members as well can be readily available.
GE though trying to go in a little bit faster this time. It's Yudotan once again with another challenge. Takes a long shot all the way up to the arch. A lot of the side has been cleared out, but Envy finding a shot through the smokes as well.
अपना smoke के through spam में मर जा रहा है हर बारी
GE though not backing down from the fight. They're taking the fight to PRX, pushing all the way out.
There's going to be some timing here as well. Javi, Patman, they've got some smokes that'll be available that they can drop back down as well to buy a little bit of time, but you blink and you miss it, Quack. You thought the spike would have been planted in that chaos. It hasn't been. There's a minute to still play with. And Forsaken and something have split up.
No toxic screen this time, but perhaps the element of surprise. As you mentioned, that crucial spike plant. Not quite committed yet.
It's really big from Forsaken, though. He can try and go for the denial of the plant. He's going to swing. And this is just very difficult for him to get out now.
Yeah. This GE squad, they've got each other's backs. Something, though. You could perhaps somehow silently find the drop. But down goes Forsaken. Cosmic Divide up now, which makes things a lot more challenging. Looks to make a pop flash play alongside the clone, making some noises. But quickly sussed out. Still though, a blinded Javi goes down. 1v1.
Autumn has 0 util.
Which means he's got nothing but his gun. The spike ticking away. Trying to play around time. Something just taking too much to clear around the corners. Which leaves it down to the exits. Who's gonna be able to find it first? The barrel's been spotted. GE coming back in.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Forsaken did manage to get 1 when he was taken down to 30 HP, but we know how sharp he can be, and that's going to be one of the different characteristics that he brings in with the Brimstone as opposed to an Omen, for example. He puts himself in that corner and he's got no Shroud of Step to get out of dodge, right? He kind of feels like it's either a narrow swing, wide swing to get involved, because in that situation you're not seeing in a way that something can dimensional drift to...
One more round, guys, one more!
Retake. Well done from Global.
No ego, no pride.
1 round back on the board, but you know, you're only touching on the economy of PRX. They still have a bit of a buy to come in towards this new round. Evolution up for Yudotan, taking a challenge immediately against Forsaken. He needs a bit of help here.
Oh, unfortunately, help is not quite there. Envy does have a slight angle, but now hops off for Hunter's Fury, just trying to throw them into disarray, but GE has this down pat. The spike getting planted safely.
Yeah, the drift with the Hunter's Fury, but not in tandem either. Something's going to get behind them. Recognize that no one is there. This is going to be a multi-pronged retake now. Jing start off on a Yudotan.
Which means G has to look both north and south. Very tough to deal with. It's Jing coming in with the blades out. Envy now with a classic shot as well. Patman caught, unfortunately, between a rock and a hard place. PRX take back the lead again.
Yeah, 7-5 or 6-6 is what we're going to see here. And no real ults you would think are going to be present in the next round for PRX, unless Forsaken wants to try and cheese his way into some of these orbs to get that orbital. It's going to be a straight up gunfight from PRX. And a bit of stability needed as well, considering that had they lost that round, the economy would be nearing the bin. And there was that Bladestorm investment from Jing as well, right? So they wouldn't have that to rely upon, for example.
One enemy remaining.
So still a pretty good chance for G perhaps to tie up the score. This entire first half has been quite back and forth.
Yeah, Breeze, scrappy fights. Getting hungry to just have a bit of a fist fight. Do love that. Problem though in this one, GE a little bit lesser equipped.
Here.
Didn't bring the right gloves to the boxing fight. See what they're going to be able to do. A mid-walk from PRX in through holes. Javi, I'm not sure if he was actually spotted out there, but he knows there was some presence from GE there. We hear it in the audio cues anyway.
Wonder if this Hunter's Fury could possibly give them a bit of a boon, but for now just playing it very cautious.
Yeah. You only got that single entry as well, remember, for Autumn, so he can only dive himself if he is set up by the likes of a dart or drone with the smokes to go from the team. But you need someone else to be following him in pursuit as well. And is it going to be in the pursuit of happiness or
Oh,
not?
nice. 4 seconds nikal gaya.
His face gets obliterated.
Yeah, it'll send you to a bit of a depression. Team trying to find the trade as well, but quickly getting smoked off.
And it was needed because it was economic depression for GE in this round, right? So the fact that they open with a sheriff shot, 30 seconds to go now in towards the A site, and rotations are already here for PRX.
Might be here, but do they have the duels? So far, so good as Envy comes in with a double. Still though, Patman playing around the smokes, not quite finding the shots, the firepower, the weaponry. It's not there. Spike not planted. Stinger needing to get reloaded, but Crystal still finds the shot.
1v1.
Goes in for the spike plant now.
Stinger at close range. He needs something to come up close and personal here.
Might come down to a bit of individual timing as well. The blind side to throw off his scent. And there goes Ilya. The better Russian in this round. PRX will seal it 7-5 at the end of the first half.
They might be some good friends, but enemies in the server at the moment, and that was the perfect blindside to be throwing out at that moment. Completely
Bro, he did the brain play. Oh my god, fake blind किया उसने उधर, ताकि sound पे उधर peek दे.
Crystal's minds. It's good to also see that Envy, despite, you know, being taken down low, is winning those duels. Rest of the team, again, getting up close and personal, getting down and dirty. Not scared to take the fights, as we know PRX are. The 7-5 is the halftime scoreline. A slow, we'll call it a bit of a slow start, right? Losing out that first buy round of your own, the bonus of Global, but you do recover. You take the lead, and without the pistol round, that is always something pretty strong. So you think towards the second half now, and you think, all right, if PRX get this pistol, they're off to a great start now on their own attacking side, that they've got the ability of double duelist, of double dive, to get really deep in towards these sides. But if Global are also able to find the pistol, they'll get 2 pistols. What does that see, right? Do they lose despite getting both pistols? That throws problems in towards Global's camp. Do they get the pistol and have another great starting run when they do have now the Sentinel on this map in the Veto? So how is that looking for you, Dotan?
Because, I mean, if we know Frost, it feels like he could be trying to think through the entire game plan this way. That's why he got this exact composition, right? Yudotan, the Veto, possibly trying to cancel out some of the abilities, some of the flashes like we've seen from the previous days.
I mean, you got to think as well. If you are playing a Sentinel on Breeze in this current iteration, they have to be very self-sufficient and they have to be very informative with the rest of the team as well. There's just such a priority on the Viper because they can bunker down sites by themselves, but you also have the usage of that wall for attack in good space, right? In good aggression and in good holding of the sites. So you do see a lot more favor because of the long lines with the Viper. Case in point, PRX in this installment. Ooh.
We'll just take a what advantage of the smoke, but something quickly getting the double tap.
He read that one, didn't he? That is quite dirty and disgusting. Will be traded out by Javi at the end, but he's already done his damage. He's got a complete B open site now for PRX to waltz in, break and enter.
Yeah, the window's already been smashed to bits. Why not come in, steal all the loot?
They'll see that nothing is around the side as well. So where do you think this retake is going to come out from Global Esports at the moment? Is it all the flank side? You're taking complete Archer's control as PRX.
Even perhaps allowing for Envy to go on a bit of a journey of his own.
Crystal just got the dart up, so if he throws this one out right now, Forsaken's Incendiary is
पूरे
just going
टाइम
to
ने
null and
भाई
void
चेक
that.
किया उधर वापस आ गए जल्दी.
Unbelievable. Oh, tosses it a little bit early, though. All the way towards middle. Just some additional cover. Allowing for Envy to play as that sleeper agent. Continuing to sneak all the way up through, and there it is! All 3 shots, all down simultaneously. PRX with the pistol this time.
It just becomes very difficult after something 2 taps 2 of your team out of the rounds. Just holding the sky smoke immediately, and they just, yeah. Patman and Autumn don't get to play this round.
What do you do?
You honestly just have to sit back and accept defeat in that point in time. It was a bad decision to go through the smoke high and dry. Now we'll see how that start is going to flourish for PRX. Jing can go money man essentially with this Marshall. See how close to the Bladestorm he's going to be able to get. He's currently starting on 0.
You're seeing the smokes, hearing that little interceptor as well.
Which is good, because if you think about it, right? What do you see from PRX and their ability to get into the sites? Darts, flashes, cloudbursts. It removes it all.
Still though, hopefully playing around this close range, he perhaps will be able to take the duels, but there goes that money man, not even taking a lick of damage. The team fully behind him. A-side is open for business, y'all.
Expectation that fight was coming through. PRX reading that nicely. Very well should be a 5 alive situation for them as well, going in towards the next round where Global Esports are going to have to start to climb a mountain. Question is, will they have their climbing gear or not?
Might need a Sherpa soon enough. Just down for the hunt for now. Jing happy to go peeking. And he eats the shot like a champ.
This is the shot that you don't really want to eat, though. Shorty close range.
Surely not. Tried to look around.
You only get a Marshall. You're going up with the ship, or you're trying to get another kill here.
Oh, gets it inside of the smoke. Lovely. Nice little moment between ex-teammates.
Yeah, and only 1 casualty for PRX, so they're going to be ripe as rain going in towards the first gun round of Global Esports, and we're going to start to see now how do they want to set up their defenses with the abilities to just, you know, kind of lollipop around these sites with the 2 TP agents that they've got, the Yoru, right, and the Vito. They can take the fights, they can get out.
It is very tough.
They can have another fight if they want to.
Oh, you can just kind of feel that little friendliness between them as well. Here we go. Straight into shop once again. We'll have a listen into GE.
Let's go to the fight.
They saw 3, they saw 3. What did he?
Get a lot gun close.
That was me, that was
me. I chose you. Okay. Let's go fight middle. You want?
Yeah.
Go.
Ooh, they do fight middle now, though. That's exactly where PRX have rerouted.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Just a little bit of uncertainty, perhaps?
Yeah, well, I mean, PRX are just holding, actually. Thought they would have rerouted after the 3 scam, but they just decide to sit pretty. You'll clear your close corners and see if anyone's there. There's been not a lot of budging around the map, actually, for anyone in this one. That's a significant amount of damage from the Snake's Bite.
Ooh, but quick on the reaction at the very least, now able to take down something. Forsaken, though, still with the spring. A hop in his step goes Envy. And another player down, Crystal eating a shock dart.
Yeah, they saw him retreat in towards the smoke a little bit earlier, didn't they? And they'll just cross their eyes, dot their T's in the other way. This one is turned a little bit upside down for Global Esports. Patman can only save face a little bit at the moment.
Trying to go for some of these taps, the best of his ability, but down he goes anyway.
भाई तुमने मिड चेक कर लिया, तुमने वहाँ पे नहीं देखा बंदा, तो एक्सपेक्ट करो ना कि ए पे आ रहे हैं वो.
Esports, is it your first buy rounds? Your bonus of your opponents, and they win it in kind of a near flawless fashion. You also found the opening kill too. Bit aggressive from Autumn in my mind to blindside himself through with no assistance. You know, no darts, no extra teammates go with him as well from a couple of different angles. Too greedy in that moment.
A scoreline not exactly bolstering your
Side नहीं hold हो रही भाई,
well,
नहीं हो रही hold.
but nonetheless the rounds will continue on GE for the eco this time.
Gonna see what damage the pistols are going to be able to do. But you've already got
They're
mid
executing
walk up
it
from
very
something. You've got
perfectly
Defy
well.
watching in the doors if anything happens there.
This
This is just a massive gap
ऊपर
around the
उसका
map
कोई
where
cover नहीं है,
something is
लौटे।
piecing it together very handsomely. No one is expecting him to be this far up top mid.
My goodness.
What?
Perhaps Pat could have a slight inkling. The rest of the team as well, though. And there he goes. Will be able to get the first drop up against PRX. Tries to go for the second, but Jinx shuts it down.
This is the problem. They didn't know. I thought maybe the gate crash was seen by Patman and he could have called that it came past him. So you would assume someone's top mid. It's the only way it gets there, but so much happens in these games. Sometimes it just doesn't
मुझे भी
see
लगा
it
उसने
past
कॉल दी
the
होगी भाई
most
उसको
probable scenario.
पीछे यहाँ मेरे सामने से एक वो गया योरू का टेलीपोर्टर गया दिया ही नहीं
A
उसने
little
कॉल
bit lost in the heat at the moment, but at least they will still continue to barrel on through. You rob some of these guns away. They've managed to do pretty decently up towards the back of B main. Now trying to get a push on through. Crystal will be able to take one down. Javi for the trade. All of a sudden, this is now interesting. Jing has to shoot himself out of this situation. Here's that the spike is getting halved, and Javi protects his teammate. GE will take a round back.
So we're just copying
Good
and pasting
comeback.
what happened in the first half, right? GE get 3, PRX get a thrifty, PRX get 3, and GE get a thrifty. So, well, you could see it on the radar there. He saw the blind side. So one of those situations, maybe miscommunicated, maybe overlooked. I mean, I highlighted before, there is so much that happens in this game in the server. You see the blind side, you don't think that it's come from top mid.
Yeah.
You know, where something is. So, anyways, overlooked that. Doesn't matter. They got the thrifty. And we have an Odin coming out now from Crystal. And
Hold you!
Nah, shut up. None of that.
We've had enough of that since Champs. He's going on through again. It's Patman though, hiding inside the smoke.
यार ये obvious angle में बैठ रहे हैं.
Jing coming through with the spams just to check. The sight is completely there.
Just got bird's eye vision on this round. Just updrafts up, removes Crystal, shooting through smokes, removing everybody on global. There's nothing you can do in a situation like that. Javi and Yudotan, I mean, you definitely want to try and hold on to these guns and drop something over to Pat and Crystal, or Autumn as well, technically. No drift that you can use him to kind of go in first. Maybe you want to try a passage in which Crystal
हार
is
गई
using
भाई.
Fury.
अगर ये राउंड भी नहीं निकला 11-6 हो गया 11-6 से कमबैक
Too much, not in this world.
11-6 से
for now,
comeback.
But at least to perhaps talk
Everything
things
is
through
possible,
for the
my dear.
Everything is possible, but no, I don't think so कि अभी ये
remaining ones
possible.
left after this.
मेरे को
I mean, the problem is
इतना
gonna be
भरोसा तो
swimming
बिल्कुल
with
नहीं है जो अभी तक
right?
देख रहा हूँ ना मैं.
It is just shark-infested waters, essentially. Like, you're not getting out of that one as Global
ये
Esports.
ये कैसे मर गया भाई?
Not even getting out of this round with a gun.
Oh no.
ओ भाई मारो.
So what does it look like now for Global Esports? I would assume maybe a timeout coming in towards the fresh buy rounds.
उसने वहाँ पे साइलेंट
But
जंप लिया
they're
क्या?
gonna really have the
ये देखो.
opportunity for that coming
Phantom
into
से
this.
निकाला उसको.
Take a knee,
क्या बोला था मैंने?
essentially.
Phantom भी रेंज
Unless
के
you can
हिसाब से
force
मार
them to be
सकते हैं.
okay with what you have in possession.
Let's go, boys! Go, boys!
I don't know about that. Might even need a possible timeout soon.
निकाला ना उसने Phantom से ही निकाला रेंज.
For this,
बोला था ना मैंने अयान भाई.
just doing
भाई रेंज के हिसाब से Phantom
everything
से भी
right.
निकाल सकते
Pretty
हैं.
much.
Just your positioning ना.
Spread around the map in a nice little default at the beginning. See what Defy can frolic about for. Remove this utility over at A. Get the information if anyone's there. And this is what I was talking about earlier, right? Where you see Yudo pushing through the elbow, but no backup from the team. No double layer. It's a nice trade over in the shops. What do you do now? Something is so aware that that was possible, by the way, but just gets out of it at the wrong time. And Javi, the leader, does the damage. But can they convert? Global Esports, an opportunity here, 3 versus 2, time to be bought with the dark cover.
You mentioned before they were the leader of that statistic so far. And now they will continue
निकला.
to commit, plant their
Oh,
feet
30
down
HP मार
into
दियो.
this round. Jing though, taking a bit at that initiative all the way towards backside. Spike still dropped, however.
30 HP, and they're just going to pass each other around this site.
पूरा घूम गया
Check
पूरा
that
घूम
corner
गया.
as well.
बताओ उसको.
Now you're thinking, could Jing have gone
30
around back?
seconds
Surely not. Crystal has
Oh,
the angle
गया कॉल
covered.
गया कॉल
There
गया.
will be that kill, a thrifty picked up by
Oh
GE.
my god,
They're on the
thrifty आ
defensive
गया.
side. Both rounds that they've gathered are on the thrifty variety. So we're asking a little bit more in these rifle rounds to come out from
my God.
Global Esports, but I highlight again, right, you're coming into this next round where PRX are going to have weaponry. They're feeling the flow state on this attacking side. They have a hell of amount of ultimates that they can deploy at any point in time. It's definitely still going to be a bit of a difficult scenario for PRX, for Global Esports to answer to PRX, and now we get to see how they want to navigate this attacking side.
They're pushing in, no? They're pushing in, guys. Pushing.
Let's go, boy.
Elbow.
Can you pull? Wait for pull. One elbow.
TP. Euro City.
Close side. Nice.
यार उसको
Quickly calling out the trades. You gotta love how much they are in that flow state. And because of that, the spike already down.
Yeah, 3 versus 4, Orbital Strike and Incendiary for Forsaken, though he does use the Incendiary generally to buy some time before a flood happens. Autumn, close to the smoke, not revealed. Yudotan is Cosmic Divide from Happy as well to try and help out the team to get into this site.
Gotta watch out for a lot of these corners, though. Down goes the smoke. Yudotan gets the drop. Quickly goes Evolution just to get onto the spike. Can he do it long enough? There goes the kills, but the Autumn with the trades. Javi as well. They've managed to do it.
Cheeky, honestly, from Global
half
Esports, you've got Yudotan popping the Evolution that can eat all of that utility that comes down when the Cosmic Divide muffles all of that audio on the opponents that are hanging around for a bit more of a retake style. But, post-plant style. It's the shots that get held really nicely against the smokes. It's always the corner of a smoke that has some opportunity for the close holder to do something, but really nicely done at the end.
ये यहाँ पे निकला है, उसने cover दिया है.
Half defused by Yudotan in that point in time, so you know it had to be very rapid from Global Esports to, well, I guess have the opportunity to even win the round in that post plant just then.
Oh, interesting.
Time out by PRX. Oh my God, time out.
Perhaps getting a little bit upset right now with Wendler. Lovely to see him in the movement
मेरा
as
ना
well.
सुप है क्या?
Yeah, well, this is where things do get a little bit spicy in this map too. Deep stages of this first map.
मैंने jinx लगा
Just
ली.
lost 3 rounds in a row to GE, who were down for the count before.
Yeah, of course, if I think back to other things as well, this was the team that PRX's something was kind of excited to play against, right? Thinking that they are the most improved at the moment roster with their rebuild. Very excited to see how Patman does and to play them on the stage too. And well, now they get to do that in the server, and they've gone blow for blow. They've been hitting each other.
100%. I mean, while it's also fun in games, you're getting a little bit that friendliness, friendly tingle all around. It's also quite tense, especially when the scorelines are coming down to this stage. Autumn now bringing out the operator.
Mind you, Jing topping for PRX on this Jet. So Jet stonks rising in 2026 Breeze.
Let's bring it back.
Let's not.
Ooh.
Autumn onto something.
I love how you just said let's not, but there he goes.
That's fine.
Drive-by from Jing as well. Orbital strike to try to flush him out of position, but Forsaken also able to bring his gun out just in time. Pat trying to stay alive from the round back of orange, but gets shot down by Forsaken. Just keeps going on. Autumn has managed to somehow sneak behind shot, but does he have the shot? No! Forsaken's still online! Yudotan trying to sneak through. Slowly stopped by the snake bite, and down he goes. Autumn able to find just the one. Envy getting shock darted by himself, allowing for Autumn to stay alive just a second longer, but can you truly shoot yourself out of this one? Not quite. They've got the angle, they've got the sprays, and PRX are reaching up to map point.
Envy, can we leave self-shock darting in MEA, please? We don't need that here in Pacific.
Catch that.
Unlucky for Global Esports in a couple of those moments of time. Crystal getting caught jumping. You got the dimensional drift that bails Autumn out. Bloody hell, he's so sharp. But a very difficult retake to come out in the end for Global. PRX just all-encompassing the site. Just so damaging and destructive with how they are fragging. 4 map points now for PRX. 4 chances for Global Esports to try and come back, and it's just an immediate duel that they want to take around the shops.
It's the last try, might as well try to go for it anyways, but unfortunately they're getting tagged up through those paper-thin boxes as well.
Yeah, Autumn 22 HP. And no assistance to help him there. When the dust starts to settle around that fight, we navigate towards mid as well, where the creep on up comes. Forsaken and something around the bends. And they're squashed.
Okay. Just right around the back of doors. Still hovering around the side as well.
And if you want to go to this B side as PRX too, you've got to contend with all of the Sentinel utility that you've just not really seen at A at all. Patman finds Envy, so this round is coming up hunky-dory for Global Esports. They also want to try and hold on to all this weaponry too, because the piggy bank is looking empty. They would need a little bit of that stability.
And make it as flawless as possible. But otherwise, a great start to the round. Maybe allowing for PRX to go for that full save. Taking shop, being a little bit more aware as to how PRX might want to find those rotations around the map.
10 seconds
This is going to be an important time as well
Unka
for a
अच्छा है
couple of
ना,
these GE
अभी
members
GE
to
के लिए
just
बढ़िया
make
है,
sure
ऊंचे
that
को
they
जाएगा उनका,
don't
बढ़िया
get
पता मिलेगा।
sloppy in these moments, right? This is where the experience of a couple of
round
these
और निकल
players
गया
on
तो
these stages is really going to
economy
shine,
बढ़िया
right?
होगी।
Patman, trophy winner, right? Well, we know what he did last year.
Rookie of the year.
We got Crystal, who's been around the bend. He's won things in his own right. He's been on this stage time and time again. They all have, right? Autumn as well. Yudathan too. It's Javi in this moment in time calling for the squad that needs to make sure that his supportive team, you know, are keeping him on track. We've already heard it a couple of times that it is Crystal in the mid rounds going for a couple of these calls when he recognizes things. So the pieces are moving for Global Esports. It's going to be a big test in these next couple of rounds, and we'll start in this round, right? It's not like PRX are just equipped with pistols. There's some rifles for Jing and Divide. See if they're going to be able to be the tip of the spear to lead them somewhere in this round.
Yeah, it's great that you point that out, Komodo. Needing to operate as a team after all, and having that leadership as well. Right now, just keeping things in check.
Time to jump.
Well, may very well be another big scrappy fight here, and Autumn has to plant his feet and be the guardian of this A site.
Might have heard a little bit here and there, but unfortunately getting caught as he tries to strafe back. And that's all PRX truly needs. Now into the site, tossing a bunch of flashes. Patman forced to back away. A little bit of a drone coming out for added safety as well. Pat continuing to hold the off angle. PRX not allowed to go for these swings any longer. Divide taking just a one.
But all three members of Global Esports are not together. They need to regroup and play this as a 3 versus 1.
Just as you mentioned before, needing to see that teamwork, but
अबे तेरे को कॉल नहीं मिल रहा है क्या क्या भगते हुए आ रहा है
Could this be the opportunity for Oldify almost getting the flick? Yunotan there to save the day. GE hanging, still in the game.
Divide might not be up on the frag department with the rest of the team for this round, but you also know how many times he's come up good with clutches for this roster. And he nearly makes that one work, doesn't he? The 1 versus 3. These are why I say you gotta play together. He isolates the fights so well in his passive clutch moments.
Oh.
Timeout.
Timeout from PRX now. 2 out of 4 rounds gathered by Global Esports on this comeback to try and send us into OT.
Overtime उनको एक round चाहिए PRX को.
Do you think PRX
जो ये हो रहा है ना
would be
coordination
nervous on the
झाड़
stage
बराबर
now
coordination
after
हो
what
रही
we
है.
saw yesterday for our higher seeded teams?
There's a real chance. It was a big upset day.
Coordination में
It
हग रहे हैं.
happened today as well. The big point of discussion for all of us.
But remember, Froster's never bested something.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But who knows? Perhaps this discussion might just allow him to go that extra mile, get us into OT.
Well, it is the second time out from PRX. I believe Global still have one in play too.
They do.
So whether or not they
दो
get
round
this round,
में best coordination
depending on
अगर
how
दे दिया
clean
ना,
it
तो
looks,
overtime
could
चले जाएगा.
deploy their second one too for the last round of regulation. access to the Viper's pit for Divide on the
Batman का
attacking
ult
side.
है.
Envy one away from the Hunters.
Pick the scare if you can, guys.
I'll try.
Info के लिए ult करेगा.
A shops again.
Nothing, I see nothing. Take the orb and come back.
Take the orb.
Come back. Okay.
They have a trap, I think.
No, he's just delaying, I think.
Okay.
You just hit B with the ult, boy.
Yeah, he's delaying, boy.
Hit B, hit B, hit B. Okay, run B, run B, run B, run B.
दवाई का भी है भाई उनका ult.
Careful, elbow pad always pushing.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they in elbow. Okay. The SRNT shot it.
True, true, true.
Last time is Feto do that.
Guys, clear everything, okay? Clear the box also.
I'm gonna go check from mid.
Watch my left, guys. Watching.
Ready pick this time.
They're clearing box. No one on box.
See nothing close, boys.
Both side.
Okay, behind the box. I'm ready
कुछ
to go.
info ही नहीं है. एक का कुछ info नहीं है.
I'm gonna dash left, boys. Ready?
Yep. I'm pushing.
They committed.
Pushing now close side, nothing close side.
On top, boys.
On top, still on top. Still on top, guys. One back down,
Calling that he's right on top, but now all the trades flowing through Udotan from backside. He's got the angle, but Envy back in for the challenge. Autumn trying to set up the blind side. There goes something! Could this be it? Javi, where has he been all this time? Getting the angle down middle! 1v1! And something still has his gate crashes.
They can just toy with Javi right now. 2 gate crashes, reals or fake.
You have to look for it. Ooh! Almost caught in the animation. Back up on and around. Trying to find an elevated angle. Has to land the flick, and there he goes! Just a slight person that takes him over the
5
edge.
HP left, 5 HP.
Close out this first map, 13-10. It's time to go to the Jurassic Park Global.
5 HP at the end there for that one in just a scrappy battle on the B side where everyone needs to start to shoot and have that crosshair trained right and ready. Unlucky for Autumn that he was caught out with the flash in hand, but ultimately a lot of those showings in these rounds for Global Esports looking decent. Some good decisions, some good shots out. At the end of the day, PRX are still a titanic team. And I think the lion's share of the tail end of the first half really started to show us that as well, right? A slow start, losing 0-3 in the very beginning, but apart from that, just on top, nicely done.
It's time to lion's share. I mean, you might even say the dinosaur share, given how some of these rounds have gone. But at the same time, also, sometimes needing to keep themselves cool, keep themselves calm. We do see Global Esports taking a couple of these thrifty rounds, and I love to witness that.
But it's still really early days as well, right? Completely new roster, you got things to work on, you got tape that doesn't really become available for your opponents too when you consider that you're picking Breeze or Abyss as the game plan into this one. What do you think PRX are going to be playing? You also go onto a map here in Breeze that Patman didn't play with this squad, so he doesn't really have the insight like that he might be able to translate over to Global Esports that he would have on a couple of other maps. So I'm a little bit excited to see Split be a map that could potentially showcase a little bit of that. But you're also hearing, you know, in the mix of it, PRX again just calling nicely, very passive, patient, very passive, but very explosive when they need to as well. I mean, you got to talk about it. The jet coming out from Jing, and he's just so destructive.
Yeah, how do you love that team comms bit in the previous round? But here we go, back over onto the desk.
Thank you so much, casters. And you know what? It's been a long while for PRX fans to feel a bit of that stress, a little bit of the heart pounding, and they definitely gave it to us, but you know, they ended up closing this out on Breeze. But global fans should be really excited too. That was a fantastic first half, especially everything looked really strong and really coherent.
Yeah, 100%. To be able to basically put together majority a new roster, a coach coming in that hasn't worked with some of these players, and to be already competitive with PRX is definitely nothing to be too disappointed about, especially in the Triple Elim Kickoff format right at the start of the year. There's a lot to look forward to for Global Esports. This is exactly what I wanted to see from them.
I just want to note about those post plans, 5-11, that's what I'm looking at. The GE, you got onto the A site on their attack side, but they couldn't hold on to the site, unfortunately, and I think they could have got a little bit more rounds on their attack side. Of course, the attack side was always going to be a little bit harder with that solo Yoru, but they need to make sure that they can hang on to it a little bit more. And that's something that when the sides were swapped, is GE kept going down on the wrong side of the Viper wall, and they weren't staying back. Later on in the half, they were staying further back, and then if PRX got in with their double duelist, they can fight them afterwards when the Viper wall goes down or when the smokes are there. Just this Breeze now is different. I think GE was a little bit slow to adapt to or change, and I'm sure there's something that they were frustrated about. Some of the kills, like especially the first one is maybe a little bit unexpected, and then the other two, oh, let me try and help. So I think that was a bit of an issue for GE.
Yeah, what would you rather see them do? Like, would you rather see them fight forward and actually contest yellow more in the post, or be more patient, play the spike, maybe mid-wraps or something? Because the thing is, you don't have halls anymore. You can't just go up on the rope and have someone come bridge side or come through the door for the post and give you a win condition there.
For me, I prefer if they play a little bit more passive. Just with the comp that they have, just let them... Okay, so respect the double duelist in the main. Okay, it's kind of strong. The Jet can always updraft up. They got caught out by the updraft. And then if they do want to go in for that dash and the Yoru gate crash play, let them in. Once the wall goes down and they want to fight with the Brim smokes, now, okay, use your comp that is really strong on the defense side and try and make them like kind of awkward sitting on the side, not pushing into you.
And that was for free, Frost. But I, but I do want to ask...
He's going to send him a bill, actually.
But I do want to ask about the comp that PaperX had. There was a Brimstone and a Jet on, well, Jing on Jet. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's talk about the Brimstone. How do you guys feel about Brim on Breeze?
I like it, honestly. I think we saw it in Americas already, perhaps, if my memory serves correctly. So I really like it. Similar to what you see on Bind, actually, the fact that you can put the Viper Wall up and then you have that instantaneous ability to make decisions, especially when your IGL's playing the Brimstone. You know, imagine the Viper Wall's up and you're sitting around a main, or maybe you just got yourself into the post plant very newly. Your IGL as the Brim can instantly call, okay, guys, I want to take bridge or take yellow or something. We're going to fight for yellow, and people can prepare themselves. And then in an instant, you can snappily put the Sky Smokes down and you can potentially catch the opponents off guard. You could do variations of the execute. We saw PRX just kind of place the Sky Smokes right where the Viper Wall was and maintain control. So you can do a lot of very quick variations very quickly to catch your opponent off guard. And it can be hard for your opponents to kind of adapt to on the fly.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect analogy, comparing it to Bind and giving that options, especially with the IGL is on the Brimstone, that you have those options. I think it's perfect.
Now, let's talk about Jet. Not only it wasn't just any Jet, it was Jing on Jet. And we had question marks going into it, but, you know, it ended up being quite impressive.
Yeah, I think it was surprising we saw something actually on the op here instead of Jing on the Jet, but you saw GE make some good adaptations to that. You see immediately as soon as they get a double op kill, something gets a double op kill on the side of PRX, then they immediately go into a quicker execute. And I like just simplifying the rounds against the op and shutting them out and using an ult like the Cosmic to just get yourself into an A-side after plant.
Yeah, that's the one thing with if you're playing the solo Yoru, you need to make sure that your ult rounds are very specific and it's very flushed out. You can get into the sites really fast, especially the moment when the OP comes out. And then the other thing that they did, the moment the defense OP came out and you don't have the ultimates necessarily to get into the site fast, the attack op came out and they can get the early kill there on something. That is something that's going to be important for them if they keep playing this style of meta comp with the solo Yoru.
Yeah, so we can see why they ended up putting this comp together with the players on particular roles. And apologies about earlier, but we were talking about Jing on the Jets.
Yes.
So let's pull up those stats and have a look there. This has been really interesting. So while this Jet was not on the op, instead it was with Yoru, it still worked out anyway with Jing entry fragging.
Yeah, not a bad debut in Pacific. I mean, we had our concerns about Jing getting put on the Jet. They have a couple of people who on PaperX, hey, this is the third person that can play Jet apparently. So, you know, it was not too bad. I don't think he blew the doors off. He just fragged like you'd expect. I think the most impressive thing that he did do was the updraft in A main that just completely caught GE. Like, they had a full setup around A main, and I think they really prioritized A main control, especially when you're playing against the Viper, and they're investing the wall towards A. You really want to control that space and make it a little bit more fair in terms of the info game and not allow them to exploit you with the Viper wall towards A main. So just an updraft to completely dismantle that A main control from GE was beautiful to watch.
It turned into a round win instantly. He went for the updraft kills. I think it was the Odin maybe spamming.
Yeah, the Crystal was spamming with
Crystal
the Odin.
spamming. Then he kills him, and then the other two feel like they need to do something. They're going through a Viper wall, so they go into the smoke, and then they get picked off as well. And I believe that was the bonus, if I remember correctly. So then from there now, GE is playing a defensive comp, but you just lost pistol, and now you lost the bonus as well. So you're kind of just trying to reel yourself back into the game, where I think maybe if they don't lose that bonus or they could win a pistol, then their comp definitely has good legs and good chance to be able to win on the defense side.
Now this is going to be interesting as we head into Split. This is a very strong map for PaperX Global Esports. Obviously, new roster, new coach. How are they going to approach this? They were so close on Breeze, and they definitely had that game plan, but you know, things are going to be a bit tight now.
Yeah, for sure. I like that PRX have picked this into them. I think that GE had it picked into them by Varel. That didn't work out, but that's, as I mentioned on the desk before that game, Varel flipping the map pool. They didn't play much Split. In fact, in the Suit Valorant League before that, they banned Split 3 times in a row coming into Pacific, and they flipped their map pool, and that could be a risky thing. That could really backfire on you when you really try to flip your map pool and play a map that you weren't playing. And I think that's what happened to Varel, not to mention the fact that they really weren't themselves in that series. I don't think PRX is going to be nearly as easy of an opponent for GE, but also I think GE will have shown quite a bit in that game that PRX feel like they can probably exploit a little.
Yeah, for sure. I know I keep talking about the solo Yoru, but it's something that's so important if you're doing your scouting. For PRX, if they've already seen it, and now if they're going to be playing on the defense side, I wonder if they're going to be a little bit more passive. We see PRX being so aggressive. We're so used to them being aggressive, but they may be going to not give them as many fights. Varel was giving them so many fights in the solo Yoru. They weren't forced to execute. So a lot of times they could just be up numbers and then get into the site because there was no kind of hindrance for them to get in with the solo Yoru and just giving them fights, giving the opportunities to win rounds on the attack side. This comp should not be winning that many rounds on the attack side, but just try and get as many as you can and then just close out on the defense.
You see PRX with the double duelist here. Should be a pretty good approach, an expected approach. Interesting to note that GE has once again opted to start attack side, despite the fact that they're not playing the double duelist. So they're really going to be scrapping for attack rounds. They're going to be looking for a pistol here, similar to starting out on Breeze with only the solo Yoru. They want to try to get as many attack rounds as they can possibly manage for themselves because they've got a pretty good comp for defense.
Oh, well, this is going to be an exciting one. We're going to see split again from these two teams as we send it back to our casters, Quack and Komodo.
Thank you very much, Jessica. Yeah, absolutely right what Billy said. I mean, this kind of comp, it feels similar to what we just witnessed on Breeze. That question still remains, right? How is this going to play out? Can GE make this work?
Varel, everyone had expectations on coming in towards this Pacific League as well, right? And I think we had a bit of an underwhelming performance from them in the game, but we did have a lot of good showings from Global Esports. PRX, mate, that is a different beast. So this is going to be a very interesting one when you also consider that in the off-season stuff, we didn't see Breeze for PRX. This is the time that they've first deployed Breeze. We did see a lot of Split in the off-season. They played 4 renditions of this map with this comp and they won 4 times. So if you're talking about like Envy coming into this roster, this is the map that he should be the most prepped for with PRX to see. And I mean, PRX just know this map.
Just the fact that the previous map was relatively close as well. I will be very interested to see how close GE can take it this time. Right now, all the way on the attacking side, upper ramp, just something. Does have to get crashed towards the back. Fires off blind shots, but has to go safe.
TPs to the team, and it was just everybody waiting for some sort of middle thing. You can rotate to B, you can rotate to A, and it's going to be the ladder right now where it's just going to be fights on fights on fights with the plant down, 5 versus 5.
Just dump the whole mag into screens. Now Envy going for the blind hops. Something gets the shot relayed back forward, picked up onto the bandit, and the force squad forward. All up inside of elbow. They will take every single frag.
यार एक जीत गई पहला राउंड और क्या खेला उन्होंने भाई.
Is not the way that you wanted to see that one go. They have all 5 members start outside of A. I like the idea from PRX, to be honest with you. 1-3-1 where you're just holding very passively at the back end towards your spawn. No matter where Global Esports are going to go around the map, you're going to have a very fast retake in that style. You hold a lot of your utility, but it's the guns at the end that get the job done. Effort by committee, PRX, something, Jing, everyone else getting some tags here and there. Just absolutely stomping on them for that retake.
I can't believe it. Well, we'll see. They can continue to play in that style. Right now, it's a different defensive setup.
That coordination that I am talking about. Pehle match.
Crowd's going to spot out some early information. Of course, no real big force up for GE in this round. Just Hatman with the Sheriff. See if there's going to be some sort of yeehaw action in this one, but you've got the push up already from PRX. There's a trade, don't get me wrong, but honestly, not really expecting too much from this round.
Okay, perhaps Javi.
He doesn't beat them to that though, that's the problem.
Would be nice if he was able to retrieve it, but otherwise, perhaps caught into a position that you wouldn't otherwise want to be in. Jing will be able to snuff out that light, which leaves Autumn.
Yeah, you'd assume lights out for him as well with Forsaken getting this flank out with the Bandit. We'll see if he's just going to steal his life in this one. Already spotting him. Easy as you like it. PaperX for the 2-0 start. Now we get to see what Global will do on this attacking side, because so far, you know, extremity challenges that we'll get from PaperX, we've seen shenanigans afoot from them on this map before. We've seen Garage Control come out. They like to do that. Forsaken specifically likes to get really up close and personal there. We're already going to start to see it, right? So
Just
you've
like
got to
that
be
one.
very aware of what's going to happen on this defensive side as far as Global is concerned. And that makes me really think, if you're PaperX, are they changing up their setups time and time again to really make it a problem for GE? And I think the answer is yes. 4 essentially started at the B side of this round. You've got all of that Garage Control, and you've already got something TPing to this A site.
Very well could be. Well, his first contact goes good. Now he got onto something.
He could be on here.
Oh no! Turns all the way around. He was hearing footsteps. Maybe thought to TP safely at some point, but nonetheless, it's now a 5v3.
And Javi's just going to play off Yonder as well as a little bit of a lurker roll. Benefit of the Astra.
Out of charges.
You can see the PaperX are just going to be retaking from tower and screens, however, though.
No gun down, तो भाई बढ़िया हो
For
जाएगा.
now, Pat will deny
Flawless
them the
होना चाहिए.
space that they do want to take. Not to mention this a little bit of a crossfire as well. Oh, here comes Jing though. Tries to triangulate into a position, but his team has got his back, which leaves Forsaken snuffed out by Javi.
Flawless team ace, let's go.
Yeah, nicely done from them as well. All 5 alive. Balance out a little bit of that economy. Not really see PaperX really coordinate together and play as a massive unit in that scenario as well, right? You got the first casualty that comes their way, a little bit isolated by a further pick out from Envy that I like. It is a rough scenario for something, you know, playing around the back of the map as well. You've always got the multi-pronged angles that your opponents can come from. And a little bit of settling time for GE as well to breathe. I think for this team, they are definitely going to try to capitalize on the moments when they have a couple of seconds to decide how they want to play posts or play aggressors.
At the same time, GE continuing to change their plans as well. A lot faster now, pacier.
Something's got the operator down the guts of mid. You've got that Garage Control again from PaperX.
इस बार फिर से जावी ने
Javi is going to call for them to come over to this B side at a point in time as well. But the premium right now for PaperX really is this mid operator. Something can stay around as long as he likes, essentially. As long as he's got a bailout set, I would say. So when that gate crash does expire, you'll probably want to see him get out of dodge.
Repeat back, and
that could be the timing from G as well, waiting for those gate crashes to dissipate.
Yeah.
Okay. Clearing back garage now, forcing a smoke out.
It's going to be an important first fight that comes out in this round too. How long does Autumn stay now that his last gate crash is fading over at this B side? It's some good timing of Forsaken getting the dark covers down, and that's the go time. 40 seconds to go. GE locked in towards this A site now with the stars coming down. But again, it's another split defense from Envy and from Divide.
Just trying to get the quick rotations over, perhaps 30 seconds to go. Jing still has a showstopper in his pocket. Patman with the shot.
Good interceptor to go down as well. Can buy a little bit of time. It can deny something from getting out the flashes. Envy getting out some util as well, but he's got the C's and the Haunt.
Oh, there goes. Oh, and it eats the showstopper, but Jing gets the shot anyway. Paint shells into sight, but unfortunately, Crystal does sidestep it on him for cover. Padman getting another trade in, and it's just something left with this up. No chance in hell.
Saving.
Everybody, once upon a time, always complained about the showstopper being too OP. Why is this rocket in the game? Veto stops that nicely. You had to have the timing right, and it was a chef's kiss moment as well. You have to feel so good if you're Yudo-tan in that moment to eat that showstopper.
That's just nice.
Yeah. And really important for Global Esports as well, right? Second round on the board, retaining a couple of these weapons, though something does still hold the operator. So there's always, and I mean always, going to be a way that PaperX can come out with a round if they have that op in play.
Can I also just point out the slight irony that
that was crazy, bhai.
He's the one that denies the showstopper.
Denies the big missile, yeah.
Dude, do you believe they're gonna push me on A next round?
Let's see.
Let's see, Pat.
Let's see, Pat. You are playing the Viper roll over towards the A side of the map. And if they're going to push him, you know it's going to be some sort of variety of Jing with some satchels or with something pushing up with an op. Currently, it's going to be Nada, though. There's a little bit more of a passive approach from PaperX. Something on the line towards B, however, and if you're not droning him out, right, it's going to be a difficult one. So, let's see if Crystal
going back
to do so
three
with
people
Prowler.
holding B. Oh.
Now, though, not going to get
Don't go
too
mid, don't go
risky
mid,
as
don't go
Global.
mid.
As we do see GE have an opportunity towards this A site yet again. Just one PaperX member over there in the form of Jing. A lot more stock in this B site for PaperX for the beginning stages of this round.
For the first time in a few rounds, huh? But at the same time, always kind of waiting out the timing of the Yorus, now making their move up towards ramp alongside Viper Utility, spotting out a little bit, but just enough to get Jing down 11.
Not too heavy, though, to consider going back to the A site. Rather absence of players. They've seen nothing around the map. And this is a worrisome scenario for Global. They are going into the stack.
30 seconds left.
Big stack, all the sheriffs and everything, surely, but look to something in his shot. He gets fully blinded. Blocked off the line. Now you gotta have to go in for the full commit into sight. The blinds coming through. Javi getting a slight trade, but there they go right around the edges of the smoke. Weapon picked up. Devia's still ready on a backside, but 10 seconds to go. Do you have it? Something has it instead. Fatman all the way up top heaven has no choice other than to possibly save. Narrowly avoids death. PaperX takes the round back.
And it's a lot of misinformation in that round, and information that Global Esports are not going and gathering, really, right? They don't even get past go over at the A side of the map. They see what? Jing shooting a little bit. They see a boombot over there. They see kind of nothing else around the map. You know that the operator was retained from the last rounds, and if you don't see it over at the A side of things and you don't push forwards a little bit, you got to assume that it's got to be mid or B, and they just leave it a little bit too late. We're used to Farrell, for example, in the subset that we see that Global Esports have played, giving them fights. PaperX are not doing that. They're happy to sit a little bit more retreated at these sites. So we're gonna have to see more emphasis on Global Esports pushing for some information. Utilizing Crystal's kit to the best of its ability.
And speaking of which, he is one away from the Nightfall.
Oh, you see this?
With the Dimensional Drift, it's got to be used in this round, down to a Spectre. So I'm expecting that to be played. Pushing the op off the line of mid, but where does it go? To the B site now, and you've got this Cosmic Divide down.
A little bit more positions checked with utility tossed in. And there goes a Dimensional Drift as well, sussing out towards the back. There goes a little bit of a shorty kill. Crystal now making a move. Site has been opened up, dumping all the ult as well. Out towards backside.
Kind of feel like
Something
they needed
is
to,
still
though,
alive
to
with the
insert
operator.
themselves into the site, and now with the plant down, Patman finds Envy.
Fantastic work thus far.
Gaya, up down, up down.
Continuing it
Oh my
on.
god, let's go.
And they will end this round with minimal damage sustained.
Yeah, one away from the Viper's Pit as well. If you can get that Patman come in the next round, you'll have a good way to try and have a closure too. And gain a little bit of a lead on the attacking side of this map, as we see PaperX going to be contemplating a half by a sort of different variety look, I believe. But they themselves, of course, going to be changing approach into this next round too. They lose a round, they switch it. They're putting more towards the A site right now. And I just can't help but think, right, when Patman said earlier, you think they're going to challenge me at A? A couple of rounds too early.
Yeah. Slight challenge now, but it's just to get the orb.
But I want to see them ramp up. I want to see them recognize this really early and go towards the B site, which is exactly what they are doing. It's good decision making here. Did Autumn not spot him?
Oh no! Well, the trade is there at the very least. You are bang on for that, Komodo, but here they go. Trying to get the spike down, trying to get it all covered with this Viper's Pit. PaperX hot on their heels, though. Off to the top of heaven. 3 players, a slight clone, and also Jing with the Phantom.
Does something want to drift here?
One of those things that you're considering. Sheriffs, though, Forsaken still somehow makes it work towards the back of Garage. And there they go. Trying to annihilate on towards Patman. And down he goes. Javi, Crystal, they've got to hold this tight. So far, so good. Spotting out something as well. He's trapped in the corner, and he's trying to strafe around it. What a shot onto Javi. 20 HP. But he's down. needing to get onto the spike, running out of time. Crystal with the shot at the end there, and Global takes the lead.
It's a bit expensive though. At the end of the day, one player surviving, the pit utilized. However, you do draw out that drift from PRX. At the end of the day, you win the round, and that's exactly what we want to be seeing from Global Esports. We want to be seeing them make good decisions and, you know, be rewarded in these components. But for PRX, feel like there was a world in which they get that, of course, right? They themselves are hitting their shots, getting in their drifts, seeing exactly where their opponents are, going for the body blocks, going for the sprays. Doesn't result in a round win, though. And now there's a timeout on the back of that, too. Defensive side of Split. Not going too crash hot for PRX just yet.
Just keeping things a little bit competitive. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they've been challenged round after round, switching up their defensive setups. What could the next one possibly be? Especially considering the economy, which should come back up. Meanwhile, though, I mean, for GE, just the way that they've been playing around it, you were calling for a Komodo, for them to recognize the fact that, yeah, if they're going to be applying pressure earlier on, we should be pushing on other parts of the map, and they did just that.
Oh, it's just kind of normal recognition bits, right? If you count 3, 4 different sets of utility towards one side of the map, you know that the other side is going to be extremely weak. You've got the cheated rotate of a Yoru, don't forget. But at that point in time, it doesn't really matter. It's still going to be weak. Now the evolution gets popped from Yudotan, and it's going to be a split approach for now. Try and send PRX to this A site to stack it while you ensure that the B site is no longer equipped by your opponents, and that's exactly what's happened here. GE into the site, they can get the plant. Patman finds something. That is a pretty good opener.
Bring them down. What a way to thwart your opponent's plans. Now setting up the smokes and everything as well, but Envy tries to seize the initiative. Goes in along Nightfall and Showstopper. Going through with the TP as well. Yudotan trying to bypass every single bit of it, but it's not enough. The shots coming through from PRX, and they're starting to surround this pillar. Hava will try and isolate. Not quite happening. Autumn coming back through from top heaven now, but it's a 1v2. Does he have the angle? It's slightly smoked off. PRX will double up, and they get the defuse at the end. The score tied up back to back.
Now, unfortunately for Patman as well, just wasn't expecting a hell drop. Be pressuring him from a couple of different angles. I did like the time that was bought slightly by the interceptor, right? Showstopper was popped, but you couldn't shoot that out. They had to switch weapons to be able to destroy it.
As soon
as it turned into, you know, the 4 versus 4, you just have so many PRX members around the site who are just going to start shooting every angle that they possibly can. There's a lot of smokes that are just carpeted around the site as well, that you're just trying to slice it any which way you can. Tied scoreline now 4-4. Good conversion on the back of PRX's time out. And by position, you do see a bit of a default play by Global, rewarded with the operator for the first engagement.
That's going to be a bit of a surprise. Leaving a mark. Viper spit down as well, though.
And Forsaken doing what he does best with his signature smoke. Pushing in towards B lobby. Flash to potentially come out from something as well, but he's just going to do the TP bait. Get the information as a body, and well, luckily he actually does take that TP, right? Because now he's at the site where the hit's coming down.
Should be prepared for the hit.
Wait.
Trying to reposition to the best of his ability. Jing as well.
They're waiting.
Cover. Bought it just enough.
Oh my god, they're waiting.
No idea the Patman from him. And that should just be the deal sealer on this round right now. Forsaken with the flank means Diddley Scott when the chokehold is
पूरा heaven लेके
a bit of a heads
city
up.
से घूम के आया है भाई.
Moral Devai. He's going to be at the ramp, but 2 versus 5.
Sneaking all the way through the chokehold as well, but
Patman.
Still a 2v4 at the end of it. Stars placed down at their feet. And also low HP, but still finding a kill onto Pat. Here comes Javi. And Forsaken left. GE will be able to take the round away, thanks to Patman.
That's 2 components in that round for me, really. Autumn finding the initial engagement against Envy, and the fact that Jing is down on the site as well, isolated. And then you've got the settling too, right? You've got the regroup approach to come through from GE.
Why me?
It's going to be someone, unfortunately, at the end of the day. But yeah, we've all been there. Really nicely done from Patman, though, as saying, you know, getting that gap around the map to find the two. Breaks the econ of PaperX as well. Some Buckies, some pistols. Forsaken in his home.
That smoke is crazy, boy.
Knock, knock, but G want none of that. Up towards middle, then a surprise peek from Defy.
Head scratcher moment. Yudotan not happy with that one. Seen a couple of thrifties already in this series. Early one from PaperX last map. 2 more later on from GE. Ooh, brought him aware.
So careful with the stutter step.
Put on the mask as well. Want to get deep in towards the site to reveal where your opponents are. You hear the drone of Jing. And he's just going to try and challenge in this smoke. It's cheeky. I like it. He should be good for one.
Oh,
Never mind.
They caught onto him. And it's just so quick and so aware as well. Still though, Divine with his sharp. He had the kill from before. It does find a second one, but now hitting the deck thanks to Petman.
And you got to remember as well, with all the time that's been bought around this, is there a flank that could come out? That's what Javi's thinking currently.
No flank.
As Envy at the tower will be met with something.
Trying to find whatever they can get.
Yeah, don't take this one as 2 1v1s. Play it together for the swing, and that's exactly why something is always going to be good for his name, something, in these rounds. 6 found for Global. Better than the first half of the last map. But will it become an equal playing field on the exchange, or will they extend this lead? Something's going to get that operator back on out.
You kill me, Komodo. But absolutely right as well. 2 rounds left in this first half. Can Global secure a strong lead?
Don't peek, don't peek.
Aussie pride.
Don't peek.
Gotta love it.
Crystal does have the Nightfall available in this round.
Oh!
And is going to delete something caught with the operator and caught in transition of the TP. He's even looking for more.
Okay.
Off the Nightfall as
Rams,
well.
dekho. Oh no.
Sustained by Envy, but Jing trying to sidestep all of it, finds a quick double, blocks away the blind, tosses the paint shells, and that's where Yudotan will seize the initiative.
Is it going to be a settling moment though for GE? 3 versus 2. Envy super close, barrel stuff moment essentially, but Yudotan needs to win the duel. He wills. Javi off yonder wins that one too. Fights on fights, and Global come out on top. As we transition into
Rams wala agar ek aur nikal deta na unka
Global
Jing
Esports will be winning no matter what. But an 8-4 tastes a lot better than a 7-5. So what do we have in store for PaperX now?
That's exactly the question. The alt cycle's coming through and through, but at the same time, PaperX not shy to just really go in for some of these brawls, evident by some of these moments, but Global's starting to wake on up.
I do like the little changing moments as well from Global, where they have Pat on the lurk sometimes, Javi on the mid lurks. This time, Mr. 8K is looking to play Scopey Boy. Or he was. Autumn will regather that one, as it's going to be an all-in approach to this B site for Global. Already Jing starting to rotate over here as well.
Everyone from PaperX trying to play around the smokes the best of their ability. Something needing to stay alive as well, but unfortunately goes down. Forsaken towards the back.
Interceptor again!
And that does not work. Forsaken, though, has the kills. Weapon back online, but here comes Yudotan! Double found! Abilities placed, trying to bait out and locate their positions while his team is no longer here. 50 seconds left, wanting to get the spike down, but as soon as he swings, Envy is here to play.
And the half to GE still. A bit more of a fan of Global Esports when they're going for the split plays instead of the one-dimensional plays, I'll call them there as well, right? Kind of telegraphed a bit in that moment by PaperX, where they only have one spot that they really need to look at. You just got the crossfires that come out really nicely. Forsaken with the judge as well is just so close, it's going to destroy you. Lines of sight. Interceptor, it does zap the showstopper technically, but by that point in time, it was already looking to be a winnable scenario for PaperX to close the round.
Half time.
Now we flip PRX to the attacking side, where it's going to stylistically be a little bit different, right? Double duelists. You know that they're going to want to try and get these early lines, these early fights as well. But I think for me, I am really more intrigued by what Yudotan's setups are going to be, right? Again, it's 2026. We're adopting in towards seeing a lot of this double duelist action with double controllers, and we're going Sentinel-less. So when we are seeing teams bring out a Sentinel, my mind at least goes to where is the value that you're contributing in towards these setups, right? Are you always changing it? Are you playing to and fro with your teammates? If you've got the veto specifically, are you playing for rotatability, or are you looking to be aggressive with the vetoes, with the crosscuts?
Yeah, because we didn't get to witness too much of that on
Batman, give them a back.
Finding a bit of value with the interceptor inside of some of these fights.
Yeah.
It always would be lovely to see a lot more.
So you got the chokehold in front of the A site here in this round. If you got Caesars as well, right, from Fades, you can get a lot of these containment fields, but you're not running something like a Raze on your duelist side to be able to nade them and confirm kills. You could technically argue a Snake Spike can get some damage, but it's not going to finish off your opponent. You'll still have to get some sprays in there when they're vulnerable. Bit of a mid affair for PRX to begin at the moment, to draw some eyes there, but it's just from something who can rendezvous with the rest of the team over towards the A site. And I'm not talking about the chamber. Hatman though for the challenge, squashed.
Yeah, at least gets the C's down, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Yudotan does capitalize off of it. There go the paint shells as well. Envy and Forsaken now continuing to barrel on through. You've got a bit of damage coming through from Heaven as well, though. Frenzy shot out, and it's Envy onto the site.
Yeah, a little bit over eager from Crystal to go for that challenge. Now Javi, it's his turn.
Low HP. Envy just trying to play around the corner. Does have the spike, but Javi wall bangs on through. GE will take it to an 8th.
Well, he knew he tinked him in that moment, and there was already a little bit of damage done previously, so he's got to assume he's super low. Different scenario if that's a classic, right? You could just assume it's the jumping right click, but the ghost
G का map जो था Breeze वो PRX जीता, ठीक है? और जो PRX ने choose किया map, वो maybe G जीत सकती है after this 8-5.
Comes to split, much
And
more
now
a fan of
the
going
gun
for
game coming up.
split
The buy
plays.
round for the GE.
It's in my blood that I have to oi every time I hear that.
Just do it. Why not? Be yourself. We love these moments, but here they go again.
Speaking about being themselves, Jing with the Baki on the Raze. We'll see what he's going to be able to do with this one. As he gets up close in mid with the rest of his squad. Batman with the judge as well.
Oh, and there he goes. Javi just expected that right as well. Now PRX trying to recover from it, but Autumn continuing to silence them. Just the eco, of course, but Divine trying to find a bit of damage if possible. Okay.
If Envy manages to find some timing here with this Bandit, he can equalize, and they can get a plant, they can settle, they can look for some more favorable engagements. 3 versus 2, and Yudotan is by himself over at this A site. The good thing for him, though, is any entry in through main, the chokehold would find, he would hear a Heaven drop. So he is putting himself in the right location to maximize potential. And that's exactly why. Finds the first, knows where Envy is now.
Just fantastic reactions coming on. Envy, no choice but to take the duel.
He's got the judge though. It gives me a little bit of worry if you're trying to bully your way into the side here as GE. So good. Still good. They get past it. They get past the scare metric. We're all good. GE will find the second round. They will find 9 on the board. We'll get the buy-up for PRX. We'll see what their attacking sides are going to look like if they feel like they can be super aggressive like we know them to be, or if they're going to be funneled to be a little bit slower, to be a little bit more slow and methodical.
Definitely have those options available, but at the same time, just really tightening up on some of these procedures, especially if we compare it to what we saw in Breeze. Now swinging together, not giving PRX the opportunities. Could really allow for them to snowball this lead, but here we go. Let's listen in.
Well, they are going to go to the weak side here as well, technically, right? Javi, the only one to be.
Throwing. The Sophie is in a activity.
Nothing though.
They want to keep aiming, guys.
They never fight for smoke.
Guys, they want to keep aiming, boys.
They want to keep A main, they're exactly right. Pushing Yudotan a little bit further forward after the Prowler comes out from Crystal. This is the bonus for Global Esports with full A main control, so they can assume it's going to come towards B.
Especially with the Prowler as well, but unfortunately the Prowler does not find Hobby. The shot will go through, a second one, a third. He does find a double kill thanks to those, and Autumn chimes in.
4 versus 2, you've got advantages. You can settle a little bit here as Global Esports. You've got to think of where your own gaps are. If this is a map that Devi lurks on, you know he's going to be playing little lurky lad, and now it's all down to something for a 1 versus 4.
With a Vandal. Spotted out by the Prowler, fully blinded. How can he possibly play this one? No chance, no sir. Autumn will take the round for GE.
Really nicely done for the closing moments of Global Esports in that round. But mate, Javi put himself in the right spot, and I got a little bit antsy when I see the Bucky at the distance realm again versus Jing, right? Jing got a little bit far forward, satcheling in, but 2 shots, gets away with murder, gets the second kill. Kind of outrageous in that moment because it really hinders the ability of PaperX to get in towards the site and feel any sort of comfort. You got to remember as well, right? The Viper on this map is playing the lurk, so Patman being very patient as well going in for that one.
Oh yeah.
Catches the right timing too. Very well coordinated for all of Global Esports in that round.
Of course, Patman was also the one who played that lurk Viper before. Oh, Alex.
Second time out for PaperX, feeling the pressure a little bit in this moment. They do have a map already up their sleeves, right? But you got to think this Pacific winning team, this Masters winning team, they should be dominant. T1 has fallen. I would say a lot of people are thinking PaperX are the team to get this #1 to Masters Santiago. If they drop here to Global Esports, maybe even a map, there's going to be some questions raised.
Eyebrows raised. I mean, yesterday was a hell of a day. Surely not the same outcome right now. You never know. 10-5 is a hell of a score.
Yeah, but little by little, they can start to come back in towards this map, don't get me wrong.
Certainly, certainly.
We'll see the change-ups as well on the side of Global with Yudotan repositioning on the Vito, setting the interceptor at the front of B. Double cross-cut towards A, and you still got the time to, you know, utilize them too around the A site to get cheeky with how you want to reposition, how you want to take these fights. Do love to see that. You also maybe think as PaperX, when you hear that interceptor at B, that he's going to be over at the B site.
Now, maybe not so sure, but managing to get up towards ramp 4 now at least. Pat really sussing it out, going in for the spams.
But luckily for Jing, he elevates himself away from the chokehold spam. Can't say the same for Envy, 15 HP.
I have the spike.
A deep plan for Jing.
GG today, Bido.
And he's going to leave him here in a little bit of an insert, see if he can catch anything.
Nice.
But no, Patman's going to read that one.
Damn.
And now you're up the guts of mid as PaperX.
Bhagat bhai is
Crystal's
here,
timing here could get the better of him.
Oh, and there it is! In with the C's as well. PaperX are just slowly running out of options.
Again, Envy, 15 HP, doesn't give good confidence that he can do something. What does, though, is a bit of a wider swing from Devi.
There is Yudotan hiding right underneath. No fear in the world thanks to his evolution. Just going in for the tools! Head on!
Envy!
Standing technically below them, but above them in the fight there. Great multi-kill to come through from Yudotan. As Global Esports, you would assume, can see the light at the end of the tunnel on this map and how to close it. 2 more rounds and they can do so in a, what would be a very convincing scoreline. 11-5, now we'll get that buy to come out from PaperX. No coach intervention able to be seen from them either. Alex dropping both of those already.
More and more perturbed with each passing round. Interceptor again.
You've got this control, you've got this pressure established now as PaperX up through the ramp, but what do you want to do with it, right? A lot of sensational to find something with the operator. You've got also the B extremity now for Global. So we're trading extremities around the map for both of these teams, and it almost just funnels PaperX to have to stay towards this A site, where Global Esports are going to be quite happy to concede the site to them. Cosmic Divide, Dimensional Drift screams retake in this position.
So much available to them. PRX just trying to possibly pull them over, trying to expose some other gaps across the map.
Yeah. Devi can get a pit off one. Could be a bit of a bailout scenario, my word. That gives options for PRX now. Taking out Autumn makes a post plant ever so stronger for PRX, especially if they get their own pit here. 30 seconds to go. Spike to trail towards this A site right now. Yudotan and Crystal to see what they can do.
Nightfall in as well. Yudotan, though, not phased whatsoever. Chokehold right around the backside.
20 seconds, and you've got Javi here as well. It's going to be pretty difficult for PRX to hang around that site, but Patman, he's got the read.
Hides away. Already hearing the footsteps. All he needs is just the right moment.
5 seconds.
Enough of a bit of damage, though, and the snake bite going in. Does the plant get stuck? Yes,
Oh,
it
he got him!
Completely burned in acid. Patman will come up huge for G to reach up the match point.
Did you forget about me? Did you forget I am Patman? Your new member, Envy, out for the count. Snakes bite down. 12-5. GE steal the rounds with a great opener. And what I thought was some good mid-rounding from them as well. It gets really down to the wire just before he gets it. Unlucky. And then there was 7 map points for Global.
He's in their heads, Komodo. And the rounds continue
Arey
on
bhai.
with Autumn getting a little bit outraged. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God.
Right around the
Autumn.
toxic screen, the clone comes out.
But it's Jing and Forsaken to see if they can bring this one back in a 2 versus 4. Smoked out of A. And Autumn is just going to hang around as well. Clone already exercised on the floor. TP and flashes. Does he get too over eager though for himself? Or does Javi peeking out, trying for the jiggle? Spots the info.
और ये PRX ने choose किया था ये मैच.
There he goes. Info plus Autumn sneaking around back. Surely not. Forsaken is no earthly idea. Autumn goes in for the quad. Global will send us into a map 3.
That's a flawless way to finish that second half for them as well. Not dropping anything on their defensive side. Locking out PRX time and time again. And at the top of the board, Patman and Autumn stand tall together. Massive effort by committee for all of Global Esports on the map of Split, on their opponent's map pick of Split. So we trade maps in this series. We need Bind to separate these two teams.
I'm definitely getting more nervous, Komodo. Every single round
ये जो round जीता है पहले वाला round सबसे पहले वाला round.
PRX, but gee,
मैं सोचा भाई नहीं
Patman really had such a good read.
But उसके
Yeah,
बाद जो हुआ
absolutely.
ना.
I mean, we hear it in the little micro moments where we've got calls coming in from Harvey, we've got calls coming in from Crystal as well. But you also got to remember what I said at the beginning of this series, right? PRX have played Split with Patman a lot. They didn't do that with Breeze. So there would be some tells, some pieces that he recognizes that PRX are throwing in, that he knows what's going to happen. He knows the tendencies of his opponents, and he really had a good grasp on a lot of those situations. I got to say, loved how Yudotan got, played in nicely with this veto as well, changing things up. Some good timing on the interceptors, some good multi-frags and decisions. So it was really well done from Global Esports. Can they carry that over towards Bind? Because we know PRX are destructive on that map as well. Now back to the desk.
Thank you so much, Komodo and Quack. And you're right, Komodo. They're very destructive on Bind, but you know what? PRX is usually very destructive on Split as well, but Global completely had them red there with Patman on top of the board.
Yeah, it's time to stop picking Split into Global Esports. That's 2 slaps on the wrist for Farrell and PRX. It's very clear they're quite comfortable on that map, and there's no more excuses after this point.
Yeah, the comp and the meta that they're playing really does make sense for Split, and if you can play a attack side like that with a solo Yoru, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't play Split every day of the week.
Yeah, clearly, because it's been working out for them. And we did have questions about Beryl. I mean, it's not the same team as Beryl, even if they call themselves Mini PRX, but they were red every round of the way.
Mini PRX got more rounds, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
क्रिकेट का मैच खेलते हैं वो
But I
commentary
think
सुनते हैं.
this is a really good
क्या
sign
लगता
for
है तुझे?
global esports. I think we
ना.
saw the potential of this team, but we didn't expect it to come together so fast and so well at this point. So we have some really interesting highlights here. You were talking about the solo Yoru, but let's look at these stats first. And yeah, Patman, top of the board here. This must be so satisfying, not only beating Paper X on one of their strongest map, but you are top ranking.
Yeah, this feels so good right now. I'm sure he's over the moon with this performance. I hope he can take it into the next one. This Viper looked really solid. There's a couple of rounds where I feel like I like his movement around the map as well. On defense, I feel like it's just really kind of figured out how they want to play it and how he wants to move around the mid. With Yuditon kind of swapping around how they play the Sentinel. I feel like the comp on defense is like very flushed out at the moment.
Yeah, you can see 3 first kills as well for Patman there. I think he had 6 on Breeze on Omen. So even from the controller role, which it seems like they're slotting Patman into more and more, although they are playing a lot of double controllers. Zabi's played pretty much nothing but Astra. Uditan's played pretty much nothing but the Veto. Autumn's played nothing but Yoru. It really feels like they're standardizing their comp to every map.
And we were talking about the solo Yoru earlier and their approach to it. It's obviously been working out for them, Ewok.
Yeah, so far, they're one of the teams that I really enjoyed some of their attack side stuff because I do feel like it's a little bit more difficult than the standard. Everyone else is playing the double duelist, right? So your attack side kind of takes care of itself sometimes. So at the moment, it's really nice to see. So far, GE has been the team that's, I think, pulled off probably the most successful fakes, and I just love seeing a good fake here. They faked the A side and then got into the B side so easy. And then playing the post plant with the Veto is great.
Yeah, 100%. You can see the Veto interceptor cancelling the showstopper multiple times. I mean, showstopper, when you have access to it, is such a phenomenal retake tool. And you can see just how good Veto is at countering that. A lot of the time, you'll design these defensive rounds around whether you have, when you're playing Yoru Raid, Showstopper or Dimensional Drift to be able to streamline the retake. It's going to allow you to lean much more heavily towards one side. But you see, actually, both the chokehold as well as the interceptor that the Veto has on the post plant, similar to when you play the Deadlock, if you're going into like an A-side post plant or something like that, you saw Yuditan play the close corner here. He puts the interceptor in the open and a chokehold on Heaven there, for example. And then if you're Jing trying to come back into this one with a double satchel and the Showstopper, for example, you're coming out Heaven side here. You're going to get hit by the chokehold, or you're going to potentially have your Showstopper cancelled by the interceptor. And you saw him actually come through spawn side here and try to go elbow. And as soon as he shot his Showstopper, it immediately got cancelled and he got killed as a result, which takes a lot of the punching power out of the retake for Paper X and kind of shuts down their whole retake plan that I'm sure they've done so many times in the past, Ewok. You know, it's just very, very simple to think, okay, I'm just going to double satchel Showstopper and the retake's going to be easy, right?
Yeah, so much muscle memory at this point. Right, everyone talks about how you want to retake all the time, and then if you just do the same retake, and all of a sudden the Veto Yuto's there, it's not working.
I think Yudotan is also quickly really proving his prowess in this role. And Patman, we're going to take a quick look at his stats here. He's been performing really well on this controller role. We were talking about this at the start of the show with Alex, and you know, how this role change might, you know, change the kind of stats we're seeing being pumped out from this player.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's more kills to go around. He's consistently playing a lot of Omen. He was already quite proficient on the Viper in the past in the Philippine scene, as well as playing on Icebox for Paper X. He's quite positional and able to play the Viper quite well on that map. So I think you're seeing a new iteration of Patman. He's looking more dangerous. He looks like he's got a point to prove. I'm seeing him dry walk a lot and take duels against Paper X very much. You even heard actually in the voice comms on Breeze them saying, careful, Pat is going to push elbows. So they're well aware that Patman is out for blood today.
Yeah, he picked through the Astro Wall as well, right? He's definitely been... Yeah, I think the right word is he is trying to prove something, right? There's definitely some revenge match for him there. And he's been... I don't know if he's always going to be this aggro, but right now it's looking pretty good, to be honest, if he's hitting his shot.
It's looking fantastic. We were saying we didn't really get to see that much of it last year, and it's really hard to when you have a whole team who are basically 4 duelists, even if they're not playing duelists.
The other 4's doing what he's doing right now,
The whole team's dead before he gets in the size. Prowler, throws the horn. Oh, the whole team's dead. Great, so, no kills for me.
Is this something that we want to keep seeing from Patman, though? This kind of aggression from him? Is this something that global esports needs to continue to find success?
Yeah, particularly on the Omen, I mean, you could definitely be pretty aggro on that Asian in particular. I mean, maybe he's going to be doing a Munchkin cosplay on the Viper as well and just dry peeking things. That's a bit more of the Korean style there, but look, it worked out well for them. But it wasn't just Patman. I mean, Split was an effort by committee. Everyone on Global performed well.
डिफेंस इसमें PRX चूज कर सकता है कौन सा साइड को करना है। पीक इसमें PRX ने किया था, ठीक है, और G ने
as long as the balance is good,
attacker side,
right? You have some guys that can go a little bit more aggressive and other guys that's going to hold back a little bit, make sure that I'm going to secure the ship, I'm going to secure the sails if everything gets a little bit crazy. And for Crystal, that was his job.
Now our predictions, at least on this desk, were PaperX, and things are looking a little bit different now.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling as we enter into Split with this form of global esports? You got a Patman on a revenge arc right now. He's having a great time popping hits.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of just am not caring as much about my predictions at the moment because I'm happy we're getting a really competitive league. Like seeing already upsets from Nongshim, you've seen a couple of upsets. DFM is playing better and better. If GE is able to win over PaperX, I really feel like the parity in Pacific is going to make this quite an exciting kickoff and be a really good lead into the rest of the year.
To be honest, I'm so ready to go 0-3 out the last 3 with my predictions. I'm on a kickoff at this point. I did my 3 eliminations.
PRX पहले से ना आगे वाले स्टेज पे थी। PRX ने इससे पहले वाला वो नहीं खेले, ब्रैकेट नहीं खेले।
To be honest,
सीधा PRX का अभी मैच हुआ ये देख।
Doesn't matter
PRX पे points थे पहले से ज़्यादा।
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you think this is theirs for the taking at this point, or are you still a little bit
उनको
unsure?
opportunity पहले pick करने की मिली है।
PaperX's buy. It's really annoying to play against something on that map. The amount of like deception and seeds that you can sow on Yoru with the TPs is just really annoying to play against, and it fits their style as well. You know, they can run similar to what you saw on Split, but I think it might be a bit more effective this time. You know, the TP traps and things like that. They can just be flooding bathrooms on their defense when you're trying to go and run bathrooms control or something like that. But GE dealt with that style very well on Split. It's just a question of if it transfers to other maps as well.
Yeah, well, on RRQ we kind of had a little bit of PTSD from some things Yoru killing us through smokes. He did it on Reyna as well. So he's definitely, he comes alive on that map.
Looking at the Asian comps here, PaperX not changing anything up at all. This is their quintessential style and they start out on the defense. So like I said before, keep an eye on something on that Yoru and those explosive TP plays.
We are going to see the double duelist coming out for global esports. We are going to see no Viper though.
Yeah, Patman on Waylay though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's different.
Crazy.
That's different. He used to play a duelist back on now. I mean, back in the tier 2. So he's not, you know, he's not new to this role, but he has not played it at all as since entering franchise.
This is going to get really interesting.
Yeah, I remember him playing Neon a little bit more and things like that though. I don't know if I've seen him play an Asian like Waylay before.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fascinating way to close this particular series. I'm really excited. The thing is, Frost has been trying to beat PaperX for so long, and he's been waiting to get the right team to do that, and you can tell this guy is vibing with his team, and this could be it.
Yeah, and he's had to prep Talon against this kind of bind before, and he's playing against the same style, so he should know his stuff.
Exactly. All right, I don't know what you guys think at home as we send it back to our casters for Map 3 Global Esports versus PaperX. Casters, please take it away.
Guys, this could be it, but at the same time, I would just like to report that Komodo has been quite literally vibrating in his chair. He's so excited to talk about this comp that GE's got.
Surprise! Patman is back on Duelist. It has been nearly 1 year since we saw him play a Duelist, and you want to know some backstory with that? He played Yoru on Pearl. Who was his leader back then? It was Javi. They were together on Naus, and it worked a treat for them. It was against the Mongols back then. They won the series 2-0, and it was very, very convincing. Anyways, this is going to be very fun because we all know the ingenuity that PaperX did love to come out with, specifically on the defensive side of Bind, right? We always saw Patman on the fade setting up some really good eyes for their fountain plays. I'm not expecting that to change right now for Envy to slot in, but you damn know that GE are going to be ready for some cheeky things, some plays that need to come out, and Javi, well, he's going to have to just think to skedaddle out of that one. There's too much heat around B. It's A time.
Yeah, ready is the key word, right? I mean, he heard all that intel. Now they know it's the go signal to go into A site. They've already claimed U-Haul straight back into site, watching for as much as possible, not fully committing the spike just yet. It's a TP play.
It's got to be Dubai right now over at the Garden. Does he put up the wall? There's no toxins to be able to really have massive length on this, or maybe there is because it tickles them, it tags them, and that's all that was needed for the advantages. Patman though,
My God, उसने देखा नहीं उसे?
What? What a straight shot, and it's another TP coming through now. The spike getting delivered.
It is so stupid that this
भाई
is working.
बैटमैन
And I
उनकी
say
टीम
that
में था
word,
PRX है
carefully,
बदला ले
because he's
रहा
not even
अपना
seeing the opponents. He's pre-firing
मेरे को
them with the
निकालोगे
Sheriff.
तुम
He's sitting Envy down. He's sitting Forsaken down. He's even looking for something now.
That was almost a shave.
Oh!
He gets it at the end! But no reaction. He's cool as a cucumber.
How is there no reaction on that
No
one?
reaction, he's cool as
for the
cucumber
first
कह रहा है
time
वो.
ever. 4K on the Sheriff. Headshots through walls, pre-fires and sharp shots. I mean, he's done everything in that round.
वैसे इनकी strategies उनको पता होगी ना.
Like, how does that work, man?
Look at the last one as well.
ये पता होगा कि ये ऐसा
It
play
is
करता है.
crazy. Absolutely crazy. I really think the desk has nailed it though with what they're saying when he's out for blood. Literally out for blood in that round. 4 kills. Crazy.
Blood's in the water. Picked up the scent, and now PaperX have no choice but to hang back.
See what the pistols can do on this defensive side for them.
Hold करवा रहा है बटन से ना.
Full rotations to the B side. A glimpse of Yudotan.
Toxins going up.
He wants to try and take a little cheeky fight. Needs to think better of it though, as we've got to lean towards the A site now for GE.
Londia London से लाएंगे.
Pawns making moves. Bishop's in position now out towards Showers. Autumn with a shot.
He's got no TP to get out of here as well, so he'll take the chip damage that he gets from the tag. Come a little bit deeper in towards this half as well. I'm going to be keeping a little eye on about the defaults between Yudotan and Javi with the Veto and the Astra. It gives a little bit of good strength to the defaults that they're going to have if they try to maximize star placement and TP placement as well. Meanwhile, Patman is just sailing in towards the site.
भाई पैटमैन crazy खेल रहा है भाई.
Criminal at the moment. He's just getting away with everything, dancing on his opponents.
Smooth operator as well. Oh, no, not the gun.
Oh,
Devi though. Okay.
Would you put it past Devi and Jing to be finding the 2 versus 3? Now, just the latter.
Still being somewhat cautious, but with the wall bangs now possibly going through. Yep, we don't want to.
We don't want to see you walk into a nade again.
We've seen that before. But now he's just too darn low, so last kill will go over the GE. Just carefully, methodically slicing through every angle.
With the pistol and the second round, now we wait to see what PaperX have up their sleeve in a composition that they've run for the longest time, of course. How many different times can you change things up? Last time we saw the switch up for them, they introduced the Clove into the roster, but they thought better of that in the off-season, switching back to the Brimstone. We saw a deadlock in the composition once upon a time as well, but this ultimately is where we kind of rely on seeing some consistency, right? Brim, Viper, the double duelists, and once Patman on the fade now, Envy. Patman is just going to open things up and the trades are going to come out.
PaperX getting geared up for the fight coming through, but here comes Pat. Got a bit of a utility combo of his own. The rest of the team now trying to chime in on through, but Forsaken just good for at least one. Spike possibly coming through, but players still relatively low. Prowler will confirm their suspicions. They're looking for the TP play.
Yeah, but they don't hear the second one right now, and Patman did showcase a bit of a flanking scenario earlier. Envy aware of that one, so a nice heads-up idea. That was going to come out, reach good reward. Now Crystal, 1 versus 2. Could get the orb if he wants to. Could go for the plant. If he hits the TP after getting it, you would never read that Envy's playing off angle as he goes for a bit of a cave look approach or a flank around A. They're just not going to give Crystal any opportunities here into any sort of favorability. So he's going to have to dig deep to try and find this 1 versus 2. Never mind. Device is going to one-tap him.
Good try anyway, but Device just Device, so simple startings, and Jing's got his showstopper for the upcoming round.
Alright, if I'm Yudotan, I'm licking my lips with this Interceptor as soon as I hear that showstopper. Haven't really seen Yudo, do too much yet. Haven't really seen, honestly, too much of all of GE currently because it's been Patman being sent in, getting the kills, and they've been following him with the set of utility as well. So we'll start to see maybe some change-ups in that approach now that we've got a big rifle round in play. There's the showstopper that comes out. There's the interceptor. Look at my lips, baby! I told you!
Oh, it's beautiful. Just utter dismay for Jing right now.
That's 3 showstoppers that have been eaten.
Jing
Right.
Split
Well,
se paresan hai.
2
Idhar
Jing
pakadna.
raises. He was Jet in the first map,
Yeah,
which
that's right.
did better.
Interceptor did do a little bit to the flashes as well, but here we go.
It's a reset on the round in its entirety for PaperX at the moment. 3 towards A with the showers control. Prowler confirming information down through B long. As Jing plays sight, Envy plays elbow. They're going to have to start to turn up the pace and get a rotation out from Forsaken with the stimmy on.
Otherwise, it's going to be hard and heavy.
Yeah, the toxic screen will go down and he can drop some sky smokes. He's got 1 left.
In position, ready to let the abilities rip. Envy good for the first frag, but still the stars quite pesky.
But are they going to align at the moment? Eventually this Nebula will fade, and there's no plant down just yet. Javi, I don't think he's got any stars left either.
Now, instead of getting the spike plant safely, they go in for the duels, all huddled up as a squad. Forsaken, though, pushed on up. Trying to get them through with the wall bangs, but here comes Autumn, sharp as ever. 1v2, 15 seconds, they go hightail it to A.
Oh, it's going to be a little bit tight here at the moment. They will be able to go for the safer plan. I've seen something get some wallbang shots before, but it's elevation from Autumn, and he removes the head from the shoulders for the 4K. Well played out and fought for Global Esports. And I'm wondering to myself, when is that buzzer going to be hit from PaperX Alex again for another early timeout? Because Global Esports have really put some early pressure onto them in this series.
You're absolutely right. Could come in sooner rather than later, given how these rounds have gone. I mean, just look at the awareness that they've got. Not really sticking the plant just yet, going for the push.
I mean, it was what, 4 versus 2, and they don't go for the plant just yet because they don't exactly know if there was a flank possible, if you're already on the site.
ये इनकी वाइपर का बॉल है.
Gonna be the eco scenario right now for PaperX on the back of the toxic screen. It drops. You could go for a fight together if you want. Patman maybe would have been ill-advised to go for it had Forsaken stuck on the line still. But luckily enough for Global Esports, they themselves are just playing a big spread default.
He knows.
Just maximize if they can catch any of the GE stragglers playing a cheeky corner yourselves. That was a missed haunt, by the way, I believe, from Crystal in towards the showers.
Really got to think. Just the utility. You've seen Patman outside of showers.
The problem is Pat feels very narrow focused on towards Forsaken at the moment, trying to bring him in towards Jing's crosshair. It's not going to happen though. Crystal finds Devi, and it's definitely go time in towards this B site. Envy on a possible flank here, Quack, to see what he could do.
Without a doubt. You know that Patman tends to be that lurk, so still somewhat aware that he could be right around market, but still also pushing on through. But there goes Pat!
Timing, bandit shots come on out. 10 seconds to get this plant. Orbital strike buys crucial time for PaperX.
But still, GE feeling somewhat comfortable until Forsaken goes on through. Tries to land the flank on the Autumn, but Autumn keeps them in check. Spike planted, time extended, and now the utility confirms positioning. Envy, though, with the weapon in hand, has to do all the work. Unfortunately, goes down now, and it's just Jing left onto the frenzy. No range, no shots. Trying to find onto it. Autumn still making his feet dance, and then goes in for the kill, the coup de grace!
He's just toying with him. He knows that he's superior in that fight. They found out where he was from the haunt. He's got a frenzy.
Time
Not
out.
much you can do in that 1 versus 3 field.
You're not asking time out? Oh my god.
Very nicely navigated in its entirety, I feel like, for Global Esports in this round. I mean, there was a haunt thrown in that got a reveal, but it even felt like when that plant was going down and they had enough time to spare when the orbital strike came down as well. They weren't too phased in the moment. There's that timeout I was mentioning a little bit earlier as well, right? It's another great round count start for Global Esports.
this keeps on up, similar to what we saw in Split. Oh boy.
This timeout is even earlier than the timeout on the previous map of Split from PaperX as well. 2 rounds earlier, in fact.
Should I be worried for PaperX?
See, that's the beauty of having a triple elimination format. This is their first showing, right?
Yeah.
This is Envy still integrating into the roster. This is a global esports that you don't have evidence to be able to research and see a lot of, right? It's in the moment. You've got to adapt and figure out what they're doing. If you came to me before this series and you said, what composition do you think global esports are going to be running? It wouldn't have been Patman on Waylay. I don't think anybody had that on their cards.
Definitely not, dude, except for you, because you speak to Frost, you guys are tight. But this series, at least, triple elimination aside, I mean, Frost is just elated.
If he gets the win here with the boys, first time he bests something, and PRX.
And Alex.
Yep. Opts out for something as well, by the way, over at the A site by his lonesome self. Big amounts of effort over in the garden at the moment needs to come out from Jing, and he just doubles on down, look for the third. It's absolutely brilliant.
Perfect recoil control. The spike now just cluttering down. The round's done.
Pretty much.
Timeout.
Pretty
much.
You would need to see some massive slip-ups at the moment from PaperX to allow an opportunity for global esports to get back in towards this round. Just playing a bit of a high-low setup in the garden as well with the protector over the spike. No way that Javi would be able to get back in towards this one.
One enemy
The
remaining.
snake bite just makes it worse.
And now Jing is hunting for the ace. The crowd wills it.
Yeah.
And he will go a-hunting, unlike Texture, Mr. 4K on Pearl.
Come on, Jing.
Will Yudo-tan
30 seconds left.
deny?
Give us a good shot.
Not the stopper, though.
Oh, no. Yudo-tan will completely prevent that.
Well, it would be OP if you're throwing a showstopper in a 1 versus 5. This round, you will just take the knee as global esports, a conversion after PaperX's timeout. 5 alive as well builds up a bit more of their own economy, which they dug deep into the pockets of. There's a sliver of a chance, by the way, now that this ace is going to come out. Here we go.
No, Yudo! He's managed to sidestep and he gets the headshot instead.
And we'll go again. Money in the pockets of global esports will permit a bit of a buy-up too. Sometimes going for a bit of a dry fight up through long without any flashes, any prowlers to permit your way in will get the better of you. Saw a lot of dry walk duels in the last map tried to be found, and it was working treat. This time you can't do that. I'm gonna highlight something here as well. Something currently 0 and 5 on this defensive side with the Yoru.
He's on to the op now.
Very hungry to get started into this map of bind. Will Autumn allow that to happen?
Who's next?
Seen it. Here, of course, it's going to be dimensional drift. Ooh! Well, just as he tries to exit it. Not sure what happened there.
Hopefully we get to re-see that one. Feels like it must have been a very quick no-scope on the operator. Something on the board, willing that into play. See if he's going to come out still with the massive potential that we saw in stage 2 from him of last year, of course, and kind of consistently as well in the PaperX train.
Very pivotal role for sure, but right now, jump spotting.
Yep. Top player, mate, and we'll see if we're going to get a top play come out from him and Forsaken over at the A site right now. Patman is ready with the light speed to go on in.
Just not going to want to play with any of that. Saturate connects, though, right around the edge of the smoke. Patman goes hunting. Has picked up a scent, and there it is. Something for the trade.
30 seconds to go. No plant. You hear the audible TPs. Divide will beat them here, but what can he do? No fuel on the wall. Just goes up. Catches Crystal.
Almost lands a second. Teammates on the hunt through the teleporter. Fully blinded, but Javi still lands a shot. But still a 1v2 with time running out. It's going to be Jing.
And then there were 3 for PaperX, knocking at the door of GE now to try and tie things up, and also
making them consider for the save here that will come out. Here's that no scope that comes through, so it was a nice play. And now he's got to be feeling a little bit more comfortable with the op on Bind's defensive side with that round to come through. I'm looking towards this next round as well. And I'm thinking to myself, there is a couple of ultimates up for grabs to use to try and sway favor. But on this eco round of globals, they are the ones that, you know, without them essentially. So the time for PRX to build more economy, tie the game up, look for a strong ult round perhaps next, as GE do get pretty easily into this A site. Just constantly going with that double dash. Orbs and Incendiary spent though. GE's already gotten what they wanted. Spike down, Bucky in position, and PRX just looked to quickly decimate every single last bit of it. Continuing to push on through the bad side. Continuing to push on through with Forsaken onto a triple. Yudotan finding one shot. Jingo onto the next, and Forsaken to finish it off with a quad. Now 3 in a row for PRX. Those 2 casualties that they suffer, not going to be too worried about. You'd assume the defuse 2, they start with 3 ultimates in the round. They exercise 1 from Envy. They come away with 2 more. So I'm talking about these strong ultimates that they're going to be able to play with in this next round. Definitely be a good old reliable scenario for them to take the lead on this map of Bind, the final one of this series.
Almost X2. Almost.
We'll see a change up from Global Esports now as well. The ults, a
It's the same
potential
strategy, yes, I
fight over at B long as PRX are playing
इनकी फिर से शायद same strategy.
massive strong side here with all the members, specifically the operator. This is where I do kind of just ask for normal fade things, right? Prowler up, clear your angles. She's just a clone to plant Forsaken inside the TP. Holding the angle down into long now. Surely at any moment, gets away. It's good that you mentioned that TP play as well, because Patman just has to be aware of it.
TP के अंदर है,
There's
पता है
close
नहीं
corners, spots out Defy. Will Forsaken go a little bit premature or not? Maybe not too much just yet. The ultimate's spent and possibly baited out as well. Patman's just going to stay outside of the teleporter, as Forsaken has to get his smokes available to drop down on towards the A side to help his team into something's open arms again on this operator, as Patman does find Forsaken. Fantastic call out there. Something as well. Will be able to throw a slight wrench in their plans, but still, GE are intact. Yudotan this time caught by the showstopper. 30 seconds to go. Plant to start to come down. Great convergent pass as well to push something off the line as the plant goes down. Jink falls. And it's a 2v3. Defy, what do you have? Is instantly kept in check by Crystal. Still onto the operator. It is something. Trying to flush out Javi. Defy tries to find a couple more shots, but the team works together against him. It's just something left. Bolt action, and he's got to make it work. Plays around the corner, tries to land a quick flip. It's a sortie play instead. Patman now trying to close up the distance.
Oh, something! You got nothing. It's Batman from your team.
I'm saying that one, right? Just staying a little bit later out through the market, making sure that Forsaken does not get out of the teleporter free of charge, because they saw something with the operator real early on over at B long, right? And they see the clone go through. You can kind of theorize that, oh, okay, it was just a fake to try and draw our attention away. But you also got to remember, he's been on this team before. He's seen these things before. These plays are available. Sometimes you even see the plays where the Yoru goes to the TP themselves, then throws the clone out, and they themselves sit in with a bailout strategy. So there's always change-ups that you can throw into the mix. Such a big pickup for the team right now, but as the next round comes up, something with an op again. And the pit over towards B long too, as it showers control for Global. Yudotan with Evolution, Crystal with Nightfall. You can deploy them over here if you want as well. It might feel like another flipped map scenario if PRX want to get a bit of a flank happening. Forsaken is going for a bit of a hunt that it doesn't feel like Javi is aware of. Oh, but unfortunately it's going to be Envy as well, walking on the crosshairs of Pat. Nightfall out now, and the site is under pressure. Something not quite landing the shot. Javi as the lurk will be able to deal a bit more damage. Forsaken trying to extend his grasp, will be able to do just that. Defy as well arriving On time. Up towards Lambs now. It's Crystal who unfortunately bites the dust. Yudotan goes full evolution, wanting to save the round. Straight onto it. It's Pet out from the top, and now Forsaken. Another shot through. Incendiary as well, but Yudotan should not be disturbed. Healing back up. The spike getting stuck all the way through! Something with the shorty to tie up the score!
Yeah, Patman still had the saturate in that moment. I thought he was going to deploy that one out to try and play around it, but opted not to do so. In that evolution, you can look for the sprays, but we're spraying a little bit too high there, Yudotan. If someone's on the defuse, they're crouched a bit. They're not standing. Unlucky, to be honest with you. This operator, again, from something is just always an annoyance. 2 more rounds to go in the half. Broken state of affairs for global esports come round number 11 right now, though. A non-broken Haunts too, revealing Javi's position as it is a little bit more rampy for global in towards Hookah. Patman's trying to get in towards and see what he can spot. He'll find a kill before being traded.
Actually managed to do it, but something is still right around the corner, leaving Javi alone with this bandit. Wants to pick up the spike, but obviously hearing the teleporter as well, something also closing in around, as is Envy.
Yeah, and Envy's just going to be the one to polish him off in the end. PRX will reclaim lead now. Move into the last round of this half. A lot of these fights just going backwards and forwards and quick kills in that feed.
Even
on rounds like these, I'm just kept on the edge of my seat.
Everyone is with the fast pace that these are happening from go, essentially.
No.
Can we get a fine on
Yeah.
that one, please?
Pop ups, someone?
Well, operator in Hookah, Divide to back up as well, but it's another pacey one from Global Esports to try and get in towards this B site perhaps, and I think they want to stall, if maybe a little bit possible. There's a couple of ultimates that'll come around the corner, but Patman gets shut down first.
This time, yeah, quick to find his trajectory, but still Spike. Oh, get off it just to kind of beat them through.
Spike planted.
Blindsides, paint shells all tossed as well, but unfortunately now walking past the Cosmic Divide, they will meet their doom. Yudotan trying to go for the TP as well, but it's Forsaken finding the frag. Orbital Strike coming in, and all the players burnt to a crisp.
It was very cheeky from Yudotan to cross-cut behind them in amongst the chaos, but he's already lost his boys in amongst the most of that. Crystal, I think, was like 2 milliseconds off getting the plant originally and came off it because he saw the gun barrel peek through the Cosmic Divide. At the end of the day, though, no tied scorelines here. PRX do recover sensationally after Alex calls for that timeout. 6 out of 7 rounds. He's no aware of that one, luckily enough that there was Forsaken in the back lines.
Yeah, I cannot hear, dude. Nice, Ilya. Nice listen.
Halftime.
Change up approach now. See what the defenses of Global Esports are going to look like again with the Veto in the mix as opposed to a Astra that you would, sorry, a Viper that you would come to see normally.
As has been the trend of the day.
It was a flawless run on the defensive side over on Split, mind you, as well.
Right.
Not a single attacking round from PRX. Definitely feel like we're going to be in a different universe in this map, though.
But despite it being 7-5, you know, you're just not out of the waters.
Not at all. Now that something as well is starting to be present back in the server. Started, what, 0 to 5, and you noted he ends on like 8 kills I saw in the second last round. More in the one after, I believe, potentially. Anyways, he's gone positive now. That's the way.
That is the way. Also for this Patman wailing. I mean, back on Split, glimpses of that on towards Bind.
There is moments that I think it's been a little bit too aggressive. Patman diving in towards the site without Autumn kind of trailing him with him as well, right? You got the double dive opportunity. Some would call the mosquito comp, and you're missing Autumn in a couple of those bits. So I'd like to see that adjusted later on if they're going to still play this composition. Going for the TP play, though, at the moment. The shower's control that PRX just want no business in having and seeing.
स्टार्ट हो गया ना?
Creep up walk towards U-Hall, and the wall falls. It's the information gathered.
Yeah, definitely suspected a couple of shots going through, but still. Now swarming the site. It's a really tight choke point for GE.
Oh, this is just going to be a wonky post play.
Oh no, PRX, they're hopping on through, looking for the right click, something with a couple, but Autumn's still alive. Eating a Prowler as well. Just able to B-hop into that.
There's some damage done to something in Envy, though. This can be workable.
Crystal onto the Frenzy as well. Just got to know the positions, but look at Envy. Running all the way to the other end, playing around the toxic screen. It's Yurotan. Onto the spike, gets up at the right time. Goes in for the wide swing, but something has to tap. Crystal now to do all the remaining work. Trying to turn back around, running out of time. He manages to find at least one frag, but Envy will seal the deal for PRX.
And there's that attacking sided round that they were missing over on Split. Off to the races in the very beginning. One player surviving at the end, though, but more importantly, the job was done. Kind of the worst case scenario of your global esports as well. Playing for the B long, playing for showers when your opponents just all walk up short. Very common pistol strategy when it comes to this map as well.
Game's not done.
Chance for PRX to really establish some good momentum on this attacking side now.
See if they can make it through with minimal damage. Straight in towards Bats.
Yeah, 4 players stacked over at this A site as well. That's a bit of an inverted spray from the Spectre, but it gets the job done at the end.
Oh, well, not quite as clean. Forsaken will be able to pick up the weapon. Patman's still around the corner with the bandit.
Yeah, but Crystal is just nowhere.
Go in and rob something away, but yeah, with Crystal that far.
डाल देना चाहिए था इसने.
Yeah, Patman feels like because of the time, he needs to do something early. He needs to try and find, well, 2 picks, to be honest with you, before Crystal would have come. Just too far-fetched to ask for. Crystal falls at the end as well. So all in all, some damage out there from the classics of GE. As now they'll get a bye into the last half of the series.
RRQ possibly could still turn things around. It's a 4-round gap.
Yep, or PRX could run away with it.
Certainly.
No, if you die, you still drop Bulldog, it's okay.
Gun sustained, but here comes GE with the full buy. Veto utility on the A site.
No outlaws or anything from Global either. Would have had 4 members that would be susceptible to that over on PRX's side. Ooh. Stinger in the mix for Jing, and a Bulldog for Envy. You've also got a Guardian for Forsaken if you want to consider that. Patman looking to be super aggro again on this Waylay.
It's been PRX with early A Bath's pressure, so checking, confirming, smokes all abound.
And just know that Autumn is so itchy to hit that TP as well. He's just going to lock himself in towards B long at the moment. Meanwhile, PRX feels like they've just overwhelmed this site right now. Tapping on the plant. If he's going to stick that one. 5v5.
Down it goes. Autumn, long journey before he makes it to side brother. So the rest of the team trying to find some elevated shots, but it's something who gets the drop now, repositioning. Javi trying to lay down the cement. But whether it's not going to work, it all comes down to these duels. You got to take down Lambs, you got to take down Bats. PRX still treading water. Stride up around something. Here's the tap, wants to go for the swing, and there it is. Gate crash on through. Goes in for the fake, it's Jing, running out of ammo, he looks for the right click and he lands it! PRX doubling their score up against GE!
A bonus round found for them, really low HP at the end for Jing. I just feel like Global cannot afford to have these 5 versus 5 situations. Got to get some sort of advantage earlier on. As it was just too oppressive from PRX, getting in your face, getting the plant down. Didn't have too much utility at the end that they could just throw and barrage down on you, but they're hitting the shots, they're getting the crossfires, they're making some good informed decisions to try and close the round.
Now they're having a good time. back onto the Outlaw.
At a party at the moment. Something finds one. The drift would become available as well.
Eager for that prospect. He's marking the angle. The rest of the team once again back in the baths.
Yeah, Patman close towards short with the Bucky. The Sheriff, though, of Yudo-tan. Good for two stellar shots. Patman with that Bucky. I just mentioned it as well. This is a round that would be a blessing for Global.
Still, though, not out of it yet. Something.
Yeah, he could pull the rug out from under them, couldn't he?
Just trying to scavenge, but now caught out. It's Forsaken left. Gotta go in for the tap, and Crystal right around the corner will find the drop. A thrifty round picked up by GE.
Is that going to be the way for them to get back in towards this half, though? It's a good start, don't get me wrong. On the board can reset the money of PRX if they do convert this next one, but you start to get into some of those ultimate territories. And I look at Yudo-tan, who's done some good damages to have this evolution online that he'd be able to weather and fight through, so we need to see just step up perhaps come through. But also I feel like for GE to not just wait patiently on these sites for PRX to waltz on in, needs to try and gain the favor themselves, really. Yudo-tan sitting on top of triple here is not going to be all too hot when he was sniffed out by the Yoru there.
Yeah, he's alone, but at least keeping them in check. His teammates have arrived behind him through the teleporter. A couple of players dead. Scratch that, it's a third as well. Forsaken with a spike, trying to head on through Hookah. Something trying to stay on site, doing a bit more damage.
But there's no over-rotate as well to the A site. Look, Crystal's still here, and so is Pat.
So many options left.
Crystal's jumping on the trampoline, which Forsaken, you know he wants to remove. But that's
almost dead. Now just tossing out all the utility, getting as much value out as possible. Perhaps something undetected.
Yeah, now noted though, and Patman is so eager to try and find him something. You'd expect doesn't miss the corner, but Patman doesn't miss the shot. And Crystal will finish off Forsaken despite getting down to 10 HP early. Double down for Global. But of course, more work to do.
Yeah, PRX got that cushion. But still, I mean, swings like that just can't be making those happen.
Yeah, I mean, you got that scenario as well, right, where something's getting out of the around that A site. I'm looking at that with all the utility that comes through to Yudo-tan. He had the crosscuts available over towards the vents, over towards tower as well, but he sticks through everything, destroys a little bit of the utility, which would do diddly squat to him too, mind you. But hey, the rest of the team was there to hit the shots where required too. And eventually it works out nicely for them, forcing out the second time out from PRX as well. Global Esports are really holding to a lot of these timeouts. Frost, you talking to Termy?
Oh, I don't know if he's doing much talking there.
Yeah, to be fair, DRX calling a lot more timeouts in the series previously as well.
That's
so
true.
You only got a limited time to talk to your teams in this game.
You know, maybe it's trust. Yeah, he's worked them to the bone in that 1 month that he has with them, so just trying to see what they've got. But so far, they're coming back up.
If you feel confident in the calls that you are hearing from Harvey, from Crystal getting involved, from Autumn maybe as well,
no need.
should be good. But 10-7, those 2 rounds really important. The last time though, we did see the timeouts come out from PRX in the first half. They just ran away with the rounds. Whether or not we'll see the same here for Global, that's to be decided and discovered now. Less a buy for the PRXs. Something. Is he fake cloning? He's fake cloning. Didn't work out.
Yeah, a little bit ballsy, but there's also a couple of ultimates online for both sides.
Portal closed.
Yeah, it'd be hard task to ask, though, to showstopper an orbital strike in an eco such as this, unless you really do have good advantages or you trap them in the middle of the site, perhaps.
Yudo-tan's here as well, so right now just getting pinned down. Autumn with the shot, showstopper to try to open things up, but it's not happening. The door is being shut in your face. Defy, unfortunately, shut down.
Well, it's not being shut in your face, it's being slammed in your face at the moment there. You get one with the showstopper, but everything else is just getting peppered down, sprays through smokes and walls that mean nothing. GE get through that round. PaperX, well, they do have a buy to come up now. But do they have a change of play? Do they have a change of play? When you consider that Global Esports right now, 3 in a row, got to start to build a bit of confidence together as a unit.
Are you guys stupid?
No showstopper should have been used in that round. Devire's one away from the pit though, so if that does come into fruition,
it's a really good point, you know.
Can be good, yep. Snakebite as well that we see thrown on down to scale up towards B, but you've got 4 members here for Global now. Just Patman towards the A side of things, and the chokehold's going to be popped by the fake out clone. So Patman does need to be very on the trigger to get out of a sticky situation. So I love this war call from GE to get all this information. Give Pat a bit of awareness and heads up that he does need to be real careful of what's coming his way.
Still tucked in, could just backstep any time. There they go. Autumn slowly creeping up. The convergent pass completely connecting. Orbital strike as well, but it doesn't quite catch on to much. Javi has the angle anyway. It's Envy as well, but Javi still perched up top. Now drops down. Something in. Autumn out from round back, and it's something. Turns 180. Tries to land more shots, but low ammo. And that's where he goes and hits the deck. GE are tying things up soon.
Yeah, the top detonation, that one really, GE, great decision making to go through the sands to get that walkabout. I'm thinking to myself, I'd love to see just Autumn show himself in that position, but then I looked towards the abilities and I saw that the convergent pass was available, and I'm thinking in that moment, Patman, rip that, you've got everything that you want in that position. Forsaken deploys the orbital kind of at the right time as a vision blocker and a stalling tactic so that Global can't get a full forced flank to come on out. But it doesn't work out in the end. GE come out again on top, 4 in a row, looking for 5. As it is another party mix buy from PaperX. Some Stingers, a Sheriff, a Bandit, and Jing may be the one with the captain's hat needed in this round to stop GE from sinking that PaperX ship and tying it up.
Oh, man. I thought it was a train, but you're right. You know, just the fact that getting a little bit trigger happy with these ultimates, but now trying to build something up towards B. Whoa, that's...
I've seen some Ferrari peaks in my time, but my oh my Forsaken. That one's a bit criminal.
Straight on through with the ultimates as well, trying to stop them in their tracks. Crystal in position, but the spike getting planted soon. He wants to peek, but that's where he gets punished, Jing. He's there to cover his teammates. Hit up as well.
Mind you, that's Javi's ultimate.
Oh my god, now something online as well. Yudotan just right around the corner, that's where he gets caught. Here's the reload, you're right. Pat just trying to play the best of his ability around back, but it's 3 players up against 1. PaperX will scale on up.
Yeah, no tied scoreline in that one anymore for Global Esports. PaperX come out with a sorely needed round. It's been a bit of a while since they had a taste of that one. That is a crazy swing out from Forsaken, but yeah. Javi 8K getting the Cosmic Divide down, and I think if he had another couple of seconds to think about placement, probably would have changed it in that moment.
Maybe
timeout from Global now.
There we go. Frost, I mean, he can feel it, he can smell it. Victory is right around the corner.
To be honest with you, victory is real plausible for GE. That slip up in that round could have been, you know, avoidable. Autumn missing a couple of those outlaw shots. Had he had a buddy with him, could have had some trades, could have played it a little bit differently. That Cosmic Divide that I already mentioned. Crystal just trying to maybe ego through the wall, a little bit too hungry by himself. There's a couple of slip-ups here that do happen in the heat of the moment, don't get me wrong, but they can have some massive penalties follow them later when these do happen.
So after these ults and everything are spent, pitfalls right around. But otherwise, I mean, so far the potential definitely is there. And that's what you have got to be excited about. Yep. PaperX though, of course. Something in with Dimensional Drift for this upcoming round. Autumn pulling out the off.
Well, they've got some challenges here, that's for sure. Enough money for the next round as well, regardless of PRX. So
Go for a victory condition here and get series point. If you lose it, another challenge to stave off GE, tying things up. Autumn needed the protector of Yudotan there as the drift is going to come out for something. Spotting an op on the line, you don't want to play around that. What you could do, though, is try and find Yudotan on the site, who slipped into a smoke. Interceptor as well. Hiding, tucked inside. The rest of the team pushing on through. Looking for the players. Yudotan manages to get it. Autumn still alive inside of bats as well. Something finding a target. Will look to get the second, but Crystal denies. Autumn still online.
Spike planted.
Looking for the best opportunity, but there goes the buy! Autumn putting him down. And now the drift comes out from Autumn as well. He needs to find where both of these PRX members are for Patman to start to come out. Maybe you want to saturate in the lamps. Swapped on over to a Phantom as well. Patman now watching the angle. Spike tap, Envy to toss, and now Jing for the swing, but Autumn manages to land the flick.
Oh,
Patman with a
let's
kill
go!
at the end. GE are still in this game. Yeah, he threw the saturate down as well, really forcing out the fight to try and catch him in that sliver of timing. Well done from GE. I thought there was a shambles moment when Device slips in between the truck and triple and gets a multi-frag to the back of sight. I thought that was Autumn maybe having all of the spaghetti fall out of the pockets there. But luckily enough, Crystal finds the kill onto something. It's this here kill that I'm talking about. If Autumn didn't get the trade, that would have been atrocious, unfortunately, for GE. But it works out nicely. Envy did get caught in the Pokeball at the end there. And it's double digits achieved for Global now, but here is that money situation I was talking about, Quack, for PaperX. They have another buy to come through with. Envy is 1 off the Nightfall. Jinx 2 off the Showstopper. So we could see them come in this round. We'll definitely see the Nightfall for Envy. Whether or not he wants to drop it, which he will, over towards Harvey 8K. Jinx already in the back of the bloody site. Oh my goodness, and Envy now able to find the kills through that angle. Patman, long TP. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but here comes Yudotan denying spike plant, trying to flick on over, but the team is all onto him. Players down, spike planted. This round is gone. Yudo finds that kill. I would have really rathered him just TP out of there. I am noticing that he's got this, Vents TP that he's putting that's in the back of the site, which we've seen PaperX take back site quite often, right? If that one's still there, you can't use it. Wouldn't mind a bit more of a safer situation spot for it. Gives him another angle that he just can, back out after a kill and then refight with the rest of the squad. That's a crack of a round, though, from PaperX to get in towards the site, though. Get that showers control. Get Jing sent in the site with the satchel. Deploy the Showstopper as well, by the way. Just gets in towards the back of site when the deafening is happening onto Harvey. That's 4 alive for them at the tail end as well. Just Patman to take 1 gun into the next round, which actually is really important, right? Harvey can fend for himself. Patman will drop 1, but there is going to be a bit of a weaker state to Global Esports now, where we've got 2 series points for PaperX.
Point.
That's quite the tricky position to be in, but tell you what, they can make it happen. This is a real team. PaperX being tested as well, but
Spike down
onto
A.
these shots.
Spike down A. 1 enemy remaining.
He's usually playing on A, guys. He's
They're just
playing
having
A.
a good time. Oh, unfortunate. Not expecting that they're got so many members through the showers, really. Trying to TP into risky positions. I mean, I was kind of explaining it on the veto, but same situation can kind of apply towards Autumn on this Yoru. Indeed. Another chit-chat with the coaching staff. Back to, conversely on the other side. Yeah, we've got Max Chillin versus probably Max Aggro for Frost. Oh, Max Aggro. Now, he's always very vocal in these moments, right? Because he sees what the team could have done. He knows that they are capable of doing it and capable of recognizing the strengths as well, but sometimes it just doesn't come into play. Absolutely. So now with the 2 rounds remaining, are you going to be able to find them? Or is it just going to be another state where PaperX just close it in a close scoreline, right? 13-10 over on map number 1. Things can be quite complex now, especially the agents and the ultimates online here. Now, speaking of, I mean, Yudotan's got that evolution. They actually do manage to balance out a bit of a good set of weaponry at the end. 3 Vandals, Bucky,
a Guardian Crystal. It is going to be, though, Harvey with that Bucky, which is the weaker weapon, that is going to get really challenged over on this site, and he just needs to retreat into towards Hookah and play for his life here.
He's managed to do it. We also do have Autumn right around the site.
Nice incendiary Forsaken.
We'll just close an eye on that one. Showstopper will be completely negated. But there goes Envy, continuing to mark more angles. Spots out Patman.
Oh, this is going to be a big fight for Autumn, and he's just going to get one, luckily enough to do so as well, 3-on-3.
Very tight and close. Still, though, GE trying to suss out these PaperX players. In with the Prowler.
Do you check under yourself, though? I don't think they do at all.
Now they know. Now they know, but there goes Forsaken. It's a 1v1. Orbital dropped. Javi on the hunt. He thinks he hears something, but he's running out of time. It's so unfortunate. Forsaken hiding underneath. Right time, right place, striking while the iron is hot. It's another map closed out, 13-10. This series goes out 2-1.
Now, PaperX with the victors. A lot of people are expecting a massively deep run. A contender for Santiago. Top seed now with T1 falling. But Global Esports, a new look to this squadron, is really showcasing good tests in the server. A lot that they're going to be able to learn from the back of this one, but you know that there is going to be a bit of a foul-mouthed taste at the back of it. You know that Frost thinks they could have won this. The players in the server know that they could have won this one. But as history has been seen for Frost specifically, PaperX get the better of you again.
कोई नहीं, it happens.
Add a caveat to that. Just
नहीं
for
हुआ, it's
now.
okay, bad
I
for
do
now.
believe, yeah, true. At some point, this G really could, because this is one of those games that you really do just have to shake your opponent's hands at the end of it and say GG, because it was really that close.
And as much as, you know,
like
something, for
तभी
example, wants to still support Patman on the stage and see him on the stage, you know that at the end of the day, there can only be one victor. They would love to see them over in Santiago as well. PaperX, GE, get Patman there too, get back onto the international stage. These guys, they would all love that, but we know here in Pacific that we have such high caliber team competition that it is anyone's game. I mean, look at the results from yesterday. That speaks innings of itself.
That's all we want.
100%. This is going to be an exciting year, ladies and gents. PaperX, of course, moving on up in this bracket, but for now, we're going to toss it down over to the stage with Bella and PaperX.
Hi guys, it's Bella. I am going to go and talk to the PaperX boys and my interviewee for today. Hello, Jing.
जी हो गई है बाहर अपनी बेचारी, बट कोई नहीं, दे ट्राइड वेल. थोड़ा सा लास्ट में थोड़ा सा कोऑर्डिनेशन ज़्यादा अच्छा होता था ना, और या अनलकी भी कहेंगे एक हिसाब से, बट कोई नहीं, इट हैपन्स भाई. जस्ट लकी, हाउ लकी यू आर समटाइम्स. वो थोड़ा लकीनेस भी चाहिए था, फैक्टर चाहिए था लक का, बट नहीं था, अनलकी हो गए फिर से, बट कोई नहीं. वी विल मे बी जी विल ट्राई अगेन एंड होप फॉर द बेस्ट. अच्छा कंपटीशन दिया PRX को, द काइंड ऑफ टीम दे आर, उसके हिसाब से बहुत अच्छा खेला भाई. मतलब 12-10 दो बार ही आए वो. पहला मैप में जो मैच हुआ था उनका, उसमें भी 12-10 13-10 पे एंड किया, बट स्टिल ओके, इट्स ओके, इट हैपेंस. चलो, वी विल एंड द स्ट्रीम एंड वी विल बी कंटिन्यूइंग द स्ट्रीम. पिंगा मे भी आज रात को स्ट्रीम करे, मे बी और मे बी नॉट, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन पिंगा कि वो करेगी कि नहीं. बट आज अभी के लिए स्ट्रीम को एंड करते हैं. वॉच पार्टी इज़ एंडिंग हेयर, क्योंकि जी हमारी हार गई है और हमको मन नहीं कर रहा है नेक्स्ट मैच देखने का, और आप लोगों ने लाइक भी नहीं करी है, 10 लाइक भी नहीं हुए हैं, तो आई डोंट थिंक सो वॉच पार्टी इज़ गोइंग गुड. ठीक है, तो वी विल एंड दिस स्ट्रीम एंड वी विल कैच यू गाइस लेटर. Have fun, stay tuned, like the stream, and we will be right back after a few hours.